3, 2, let's see. Yo, what's up, folks? Welcome back to another podcast stream here today. Hope all you guys are doing well out there. We have returned back with our weekly podcast. Before we begin, as always, make sure to hit the like button before we even begin. Let's try to get up to 20 likes at least before we end the stream. If you're watching the recording, of course, either way, hit that like button nonetheless. Make sure to subscribe to Batman and Shinobi. All their links are down below. We have plenty of content for you guys as well. And overall, we just have a ton of content for you guys, so you guys never really have a lack of content from our side, at least. So go ahead and do that. But there's some interesting topics to discuss, of course, such as the biggest one and possibly the anime community at large, which is Minato winning the popularity contest for the short manga. It's big news, certainly. Very big news. And I'm certainly excited to see Kishimoto finally give Minato some more... give us more insight on Minato, give him more credit, establish his lore even greater. I hope to see his childhood, maybe see him come up as a young Jonin in Konoha, see how his prodigy ways gave him the title of Hokage. I'd like to see the candidate race as well between him, Fugaku, and Orochimaru further explored.
Yeah, imagine we get those details.
That'd be awesome. I think that'd be really, really awesome. And on top of that, we learn more about others.
Fugaku versus Minato?
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah, like maybe there's some sort of event where he has to spar them and win or something like that. It'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like Fugaku versus Minato or Orochimaru versus Minato. Even though we know who'd win those, but
yeah, we know,
cool.
because there's plenty of statements that Minato would slam Orochimaru. Like they were even like an OG. They were like, if only Minato was here, Orochimaru could just be dealt with instantaneously.
Yeah, and there's a reason why Hiruzen selected him in the end. So yeah. So essentially, he's the strongest, the most capable. I'm sure Fugaku was definitely hurt by it, and obviously that was amplified when Minato died and Danzo and Hiruzen established more segregation for the Uchiha. But I hope we get more of all that. I want to see all of that.
Shit.
That's what I want to see.
Yeah, no, it's a perfect opportunity, I believe, what you're saying, for them to kind of dissect and get into.
Yeah.
To kind of, because that's the only area we really didn't see that much with Minato. You know what I mean? With how all that went, we just only had a lot of vagueness around it. Or certain things, and then the only other stuff we really didn't get to see is like his progression as well, like how he even ended up, acquiring Flying Raijin. Also, his whole Sage Mode experience. Like they don't have to go hard into that; they could just show bits and pieces.
Yeah.
But that'll be really cool. Like this way we get to see all of, his progression. And most important, the things that we really, really want to see, which is the whole Akagi candidate, all of that.
Yeah.
Because we really only got a taste of that in the Naruto game.
Yeah, it was very slight. Yeah.
Very subtle.
Yeah, very slight. Yeah, to where basically Hiruzen and Jiraiya were like, hey, if you want to be Okage, you got to be able to beat us first. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And that's what happened. They fought. He beat both of them at the same time. And there's some narrative indications that, they're, basically doing some political stuff, you name it. And that's how he becomes the Okage, you know? That's all we really had, and the problem with that is, since it's a game, the canonicity is always questionable. Even though there's I know there's certain things, I think even 6 has mentioned it, to where certain things you could argue for the canonicity of that, but but either way, that's all we have, so that would just be goated to see, dude.
Yeah, there's a lot that could clear up. There's tons of just nuance details. That we never really got
vibes, like him slaughtering everybody in the war too. That'd be fucking when he instead of just doing the time skip, it actually shows him killing thousands of shinobi and backpacking.
Yeah, we definitely have to see
his
give lore.
Give us more of understanding of why he was so feared and why I had to run on silent order. But I think it's neat that Kishimoto is kind of implying that he's going to unravel more of the innuendos and secrets behind Minato's jutsu. So
that's definitely
would be the Rasengan. I mean, he's the one who actually created that.
That would be awesome.
Flying Rising, obviously, Togurama. But so I'm thinking it might be when he was a younger, pre-adolescent version of himself, kind of what we saw with beginning of Naruto or even Boruto, and then how we actually discovered and formulated the Rasengan, which is basically based off an observation from Tail Beast Bomb, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it'd be great to get insight on all that.
We might also see potentially of him engaging with Raikage as well. Because we do know they fought several times.
What would be really nice, I guess, for power scalers is if they made it clear that Minato's the fastest ever. So the Tobirama rank stops. Maybe Hiruzen would say, you know what, you're faster than Tobirama. and that's it. That's all we need. So
Oh,
that'll be
gosh,
nice to see.
Togurama, huh?
Yeah.
Even though I feel like it's kind of clear already. Like
Yeah,
Togurama
to me it's
admits
clear.
inferiority to them, but
Yeah.
you know,
He admits
whatever.
it.
Yeah,
If we get even more icing on the cake, absolutely, that
that'd
wouldn't
be
bother
awesome.
me at all.
Yeah.
So-
What's going on, Momo? What's going on, Star Destroyer? Minato's the GOAT. Yeah, he absolutely is.
Dude, Minato took on Kurama after battling Obito, and Togurama
Literally.
losing to like some
Hey,
like
I don't know.
2% nine-tailed,
Yeah, exactly.
essentially. So it's like not even comparable.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
it's not.
he wasn't at all worried about the Nine Tails at all.
No,
like
it was not a
Hiruzen was
threat.
technically the only one that was like, yeah, I can't really do anything here.
Yeah.
Like we need Minato.
It wasn't really a threat to him. He was more worried about who he thought was Madara than he was.
And
the
that's
Nine
very
Tails.
impressive because the only individuals that really felt that way with the Nine Tails was people like Madara
Like
and
Madara,
Hashirama.
yeah,
you know?
Hashirama. Mostly everyone else.
Or Obito, obviously. you
Yeah,
know?
mostly everyone else that's a
Exactly.
shinobi is like scared shitless of the Nine Tails.
Yeah.
But those
Even
type-
Hiruzen.
Yeah, even Hiruzen himself is like, where's Minato?
And that was the younger one too, like
Yeah.
10 years younger,
10
where
years
he was
younger.
like legit, like no fucking joke.
He was like, where's
Kind of
Minato?
like the Primus vibes. Yeah.
Yeah. Kishimoto even wrote more pages than intended for Minato's manga. That's actually good. That's a
Yeah,
good thing.
I heard that. Absolutely, I'm stoked to see what. he's gonna
Hey,
be.
you want to know what also be
That's cool.
cool? If there is like an interaction between Fugaku and Orochimaru during the whole manga thing,
Oh,
and
yeah.
like it's kind of similar to the whole Itachi situation where Fugaku just kind of like says, "Know your fucking place, bitch."
Oh, that'd be sick. That'd be like
That'd be
follow
so
like son.
cool, 'cause-
Yeah.
Because in the anime, he technically has the Mangekyo. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So if that is legit, even though it was only anime only, like if Orochimaru's over here struggling with 3 Tomo young Itachi, like, bro, imagine Fugaku would have MS. You know?
Yeah.
Like, if
Oh,
that's
absolutely,
legitimate.
bro.
So, and that'll be cool as well if we get to see if Kishimoto wants to give him the MS in the manga too, because then we know for like an absolute fact that that's just something he would have in his arsenal or whatever
Yeah.
it could be. You know?
If we get Minato as the
So-
fastest Hokage ever, then we'll get people wanking that he's faster than Hokage Naruto. Not necessarily, because that was before Naruto
No.
was around.
Yeah.
At that point
Yeah,
in
that
time,
wouldn't
he'd be
make sense at all.
considered the fastest.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But once Minato,
There's only
once,
so much.
yeah,
There's only so much that Kishimoto can fit within these,
yeah,
limit with this one-off series. Essentially, there's so much ambiguous nature towards Shinobi of the past, and Minato is obviously involved with a lot of important ones, like you
Yep.
guys said, like Fugaku, Hiruzen, Jiraiya in the past. So there's only so much he can fit in, but. Whatever he does decide, I mean, I'm sure we're all eager to see what
Oh, yeah.
unfolds, and
absolutely.
it's going to reinvigorate the flame for Naruto.
Oh, yeah,
essentially.
absolutely.
It is goaded because with Minato, I feel like he's a character that can branch off in many directions. You know what I mean? To
Absolutely.
give much more information and answers. So.
Yeah. It's all
You
up to Kishimoto's genius now, how he wants to establish more lore, which is going to be interesting to see. Wouldn't it be awesome if Minato created that Rasengan on the count of the Bijou bomb from Kushina? That makes sense. That would be
I don't know
cool,
about that.
I guess, but the Rasengan's nowhere near enough AP wise.
But yeah, like if he could counter it, don't you think he would have? Like, technically, he wanted to protect the village, so you could say that's why he did the ceiling thing to take care of it.
and
But
Yeah,
also,
absolutely.
he doesn't really need to counter it because he can just teleport it
Yeah.
away.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, why would he even do? Like, we know he can do a massive rising on. Like, technically, I don't know how you guys feel about the movies, but in the movie where it's like a time travel type thing, where Minato has an interaction with Naruto and whatnot, but they know nothing about it because clearly back in time. Like when he was helping Naruto in that movie, like he does like a big ass massive Rasengan to like in base, remind you, just to fight like this one guy in there, and then he also does like the father and son Rasengan with Naruto.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
end up winning and whatever. So
Yeah, so folks, feel free to keep asking questions. Of course, I asked plenty of the Minato short manga questions as well. We'll begin questions, but of course, any questions you may have, feel free to ask. And of course, like as always, hit the like button if you haven't already. We appreciate it. So we'll begin with the chat one first. Someone asked Toburama versus the Akatsuki. If you're asking the Gauntlet, that's a good question. If you're asking, obviously in conjunction, to get slammed, but how far would he get? He'd certainly get past the lower tier, Hidon and Kakazu, for sure.
No doubt.
Data and Sasori, I tend to believe Toburama's above Sani level. Those guys tend to hit those levels. Sasori's above Sani level, to be fair. He's Hanzo level. Now, Toburama should get past those. I think Sasori's a interesting one, though. How he would fare against Toburama. Toburama's speed, intelligence would be difficult for him. The fact that he can teleport would be very, very detrimental. I think Toburama would certainly have trouble with the top three. That's something you could say at best. He would struggle with like someone like Itachi, someone like Obito, someone like Pain. I think his speed doesn't necessarily correlate to their levels of speed, to be quite honest. As bad as that sounds to the Tobirama fans. He just doesn't correlate to that type of speed. He's inferior to Minato. And Minato is relative in speed to KCM1 Naruto. So simply put, someone like Itachi healthy would be faster than him. Someone like Obito, the orange mask, most likely would be faster than him as well. Pain, especially what we saw with Edo Nagato slamming KCM1, Naruto, and Killer Bee simultaneously, would be faster than him as well. So the top three, I think he'd struggle and probably lose to any one of those three. The most interesting matchups would be Kisame or Sasori. Those are the most interesting. Kisame against Tobirama would be interesting. Tobirama would have a tough time going toe-to-toe with him, just due to his sheer durability, his sheer levels of chakra.
All his water style would be completely superior. The problem with it is his water style absorbs the user's water style. And I'm pretty sure we can say, maybe possibly Tobirama, even though Kasame's a monster, so maybe he would actually be stronger.
Yeah.
But even if Tobirama had stronger ninjutsu water style, that's actually in favor for Kasame. That's his whole stick. Where the more powerful your shit is, the more it backfires and it helps Kasame.
Yeah, he would have to use finesse, maybe use his genjutsu, like he did against Hiruzen. Maybe that would help.
And that would catch him off guard, too.
Yeah.
He's not going to know that he has, Hack's water style like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's going to fuck him over first, and he's going to be like, oh, shit, what do I do now?
If I'm not mistaken...
He'll learn quickly, though, for sure.
Yeah, he deduces things very quickly. He has the Eternal... I think he's the one that uses the Eternal Darkness genjutsu. So that would... I think that...
In the anime it does.
In the anime.
It's anime only, manga, it's Hashirama, but it doesn't make sense with Hashirama because in the data books it says he doesn't have yin and yang.
Yeah.
So it's how the fuck does he make that jutsu then? So it would make more sense for Tobirama.
Yeah, if we presuppose he does...
though, what Jay was saying, I don't see him being at all on par with KCM1 level in terms of speed, just simply because he was blitzed. Oh, okay. He was defeated on several occasions by Gin and Kin, who were they have only a percentage of
fraction
chakra, as opposed to KCM1 is Kurama amplifying, just completely Kurama chakra. When you add Naruto and other stuff like Sage Mode, that's when it's a different iteration of KCM, right?
Yeah, agree.
But the fact that he is struggling against, percentages of Kurama's power indicates, where his level of speed would be at. So, I mean, honestly, I don't see him being forced by Kage speed or KCM1 Naruto or Yellow Flash Minato whatsoever.
Yeah.
We said this before, too. I mean, he's boasted to be the fastest by modern because, he did defeat his brother and he did have the Flying Rising, which is what he utilized to defeat Ifune in the first place. So,
rationally...
I think he kind of...
Rationally, that's definitely the case. It's just the very fact that he lost to individuals with only a fraction of Kurama's chakra. I mean, all they did was eat some of his chakra, along his stomach lining. That's all they have. It's a fraction, a minuscule amount.
And before you guys freak out and start complaining and whatever, it happened twice. The first time when he's at full power with the aid of the second Raikage, and the second time when he was with his whole team. And I'm gonna be real with you. Yeah, he had some marks, whatever, indicating maybe some form of fatigue or whatever, or that he was clearly fighting and whatnot. That's what it normally means when they have the black marks on their body and everything. But we don't know any quantification. We don't know anything, and he still indicates he's I can hold them off, meaning he still has enough power and chakra to fight them.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And he does fight them. He loses, but the problem is he loses twice. And then you have somebody like fucking Darui in the war arc fighting against the Edos and the V2, and everybody else also reacting and fighting against V2 transformation. You know what I mean? So it's just funny and really weird, but in my opinion, he clearly has its limits. And even while at full power, with the aid of another Kage level opponent, he still was put to the verge of death and had to retreat.
Yep. And simply put, there are several interpretations you could have with Tobirama, but unfortunately for those that give him the benefit of the doubt on a lot of things, empirically and rationally, the case seems to be that he just doesn't reach that level of power. Him losing to individuals with a fraction of Kurama's chakra, that's one. Him admitting inferiority to Minato, that's two. And three, Obito having a fluctuating power level from the very moment he saw Naruto, his doubt began to creep in because Naruto is a parallel of what he once was and what he wanted to become. That's why his power level was fluctuating. One minute we see him getting tagged, quote unquote, by Tobirama. The next we see him blitzing all the Kage. at the same time,
Yeah.
blowing their arms
And
off.
not only that,
Yeah.
the whole notion
Yeah.
of like the previous generation always surpasses the next. Like, except like the only people it did not apply to is someone like Hashirama Madara.
Yeah,
I mean,
Literally.
exactly.
so
Literally.
like
Yeah.
fucking, and Tobirama's not no Hashirama Madara. Once again, there's plenty of evidence for that manga and anime where he's literally hiding and watching them fight because he can't do anything.
Yeah,
Simply, So
simply put, there's just plenty. In fact, I would say I would even go as far as to say there's an abundance of empirical evidence and rational thought to deduce that Tobirama just doesn't scale that high. I know there's these very outlandish interpretations like, oh, he tagged Jubito. He's a 10-tailed Jinchuriki level. Is he? Then why did he lose?
Dude,
Why did he lose?
Strong, bro? He would slam everybody.
Then why did a stronger iteration of Tobirama lose to individuals with a fraction of the 9-tails chakra, let alone 10-tail chakra that we're talking about here? That just doesn't make any sense rationally speaking.
Makes no sense.
Yeah, simply put, he doesn't scale that high.
What if we gave him like Edo Tensei and we gave him tandem paper bombs? I think that would at least.
Oh yeah, that might be problematic.
That's really
his Edo Tensei is very it's very inferior.
I think it destroyed the Divinity Gate set by Hashirama as well, right, or something like that. I don't know. I don't remember.
It like damaged them a little.
Or damaged
bit.
it a little.
Yeah.
And again, it's like infinite explosions. You know, like
literally, yeah.
Yeah.
So if we do give him that, I mean, it would definitely be more problematic because a lot of the Koski members that we're aware of so far don't really have healing jutsus to even deal with those kind of
his
people
Edos,
in the first place.
Yeah, his Edos, I would say at best are like when reawakened and reincarnated are probably no stronger than like 30% of their prime. That's being beneficial. That's being generous, by the way. I don't even think Orochimaru's...
like Kabuto and Orochimaru just state that they perfected the jutsu. They amplified it way more further than Tobirama ever did. So like, even if you grant that he has like the weakest, most pathetic nerf form of Edo Tensei, kind of like what you see, like it'd basically be worse than what you saw in OG Naruto Hiruzen versus Orochimaru. If you thought that was bad of a massive nerf, imagine what Tobirama would be using. So he would have some fodder-ass Edo ninja that aren't really going to be relevant, that he can only use as like infinite suicide bombs, you know. And it's like that only does so much, in my opinion. Like, don't get me wrong, the AP and everything is insane and it's crazy strong, but it's like, even with all that, with prep time, that's basically what you're also giving him. He has to have prep time to do that.
Of course, yeah.
Like, he's still not like nothing insanely crazy powerful. You know?
Yeah, unfortunately for the Tobirama fans, again, just empirically and rationally, it's much easier to deduce that Tobirama just doesn't scale that high. That's just the case, whether people want to accept that or not. And for people that someone said he never admitted inferiority to Minato, he just said he has better travel speed. He's implying inferiority. In fact, what he specifically says in the manga was, I have it right here. Where was it? I just had it. He says, "Fourth looks like my sunshin pales in comparison to yours." Pales in comparison is a strong word. That's a strong phrase. That implies blatant inferiority. And on top of that,
it enables it further. He's like, Minato, you're as fast as ever, faster than all of us, you know?
Yeah, and on top of that, empirically, that's reinforced by his very feats, or you could say anti-feats. He loses, again, to individuals with a fraction of Kuruma's chakra.
Exactly.
While Minato's not even intimidated by an entire 9-tail, let alone individuals with a fraction of it, like only 8, chakra off his stomach lining.
Backpacking, fighting Obito and the 9-tails at the same fucking time.
Yeah. So
no problem. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's clearly implied. It's heavily implied. It's easy to deduce who's superior. It's not really hard to even consider that conclusion to be by far the most likely. Honestly, it's not that contentious at all when you think.
And then not only that, I'm pretty sure we can all agree on this, like, or at least the majority of people. But like, if we're talking also in character and going into the possibility territory. Like, let's be real, like, Tobirama, like, for people to say that he's not needing chakra or sensing, enemies around, like, he was in a fucking summit for a peace treaty with an enemy nation, and you really think he's not going to be aware or ready just in case if shit was to pop off or if it's a trap?
Yeah, why wouldn't it be on guard?
Sense,
that would be the best place to try to attack him. He'd be on guard at all times, so... Just very
and also I think that statement that you just said today with the scene, or I hate to butcher the pronunciation, but that's referring to his body flicker. That's referring to like his travel speed. Like, how would it be implying it's the flying rising? Like, you can't get faster instantaneous.
Yeah.
So there's no way that your instantaneous technique is faster than my instantaneous technique.
Exactly.
It doesn't make sense.
It comes down.
Sure, you can activate it faster, or you can have a different variation on it, like the flying rising level 2.
Yeah.
but you can't get faster than
Yeah,
instantaneous.
it just
So
comes
what
to
else are you left with?
you have to be
Yeah.
referencing activation speed at that point. Yeah, the variability itself is instantaneous. The activation time is what would vary for sure.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
instantaneous is essentially the quickest metric of speed,
Yeah.
like the
It's
quickest.
a space-time ninjutsu hacks. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
so it just can't, like, there's no way for us to sit here and be like, oh, that means, like, his flying rising is way more, like, no, like, that this doesn't make it, it's the same
Rational
shit.
sense.
It just
Yeah.
boils down to who can move faster and activate the jutsu faster,
Yeah.
et cetera, et cetera.
Essentially,
You know?
instantaneous implies an infinite level of speed. It's like
Yeah.
it's
Instant
unperceivable.
transmission, basically.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, pretty much.
an infinitely minuscule amount of speed is what instantaneous essentially means. Yeah, pretty much.
The data books even explain it. It's a space-time ninjutsu, you know, like going through space and time and everything instantaneously, like yada yada. Like,
Yeah.
so like that like flying versions, it ridiculously broke it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Let's see. I think I was thinking Gojo did kill Goku with his domain expansion. Can Goku still just beat his ass since his soul has a body? Essentially, what would happen is Goku's reaction time and combat speed is so superior to what Gojo's ever seen. He probably wouldn't even be able to activate a single ability, and he would die. That's most likely what would happen. He's just
Let alone blink. you know?
he would have
Yeah,
been blink. It'd be like a light switch going on. He'd be dead. He'd be dead before the light turns on. Essentially.
exactly.
Yeah, so he's just that much. There's just nothing in JJK in general to imply remotely to even light speed, I'd say. Let alone who knows what type of speeds Goku is hitting. It's beyond light, I'll tell you that. The speed's beyond light.
Massively.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
don't even conform with our own reality at this point. It's beyond units of measurement beyond our known measurements in this world, at least in this realm, the real world, the real universe. I was thinking Gojo. Okay, I just read that. Toriyama does seem to be more powerful in the war than someone who would lose to Gin and Kin, but I honestly think Ishii just didn't think to make him as strong as he
well,
did later on.
he's an Edo. That's why he can't die.
Yeah,
That's why.
on top of that,
he's extremely more useful to where even if he gets hit by anything, he's still gonna be there.
Edo's,
and he has one of the most broken space-time ninjutsu flying Raijin.
Yeah, and on top of that, the individual he fought primarily was Obito, and once again, his power fluctuates. So because he is who he is, it might seem like, oh my god, he just hurt Obito, but his power fluctuates greatly. Again, one moment he's getting tagged by Tobirama, the next he's blitzing all of Hokage like it's nothing. So clearly his power's fluctuating. It's not. It's nowhere
and
near
that was an
stagnant.
unstable, mindless Jubito.
Extremely, yeah. Extremely.
There's just so much vagueness. There's so much, like shit that we just don't know, unfortunately, unless Kishimoto was to fill in the blanks.
Yeah, you literally
and
have to come
once
out
again,
and say
for all
that,
we know, like for you guys to act like, oh, he's going to like full power or whatever, and you name it, and Tobarama's over here reacting and placing a button, like that's just blatantly stupid. Like, doesn't make any fucking sense. And when you really look at it and look at the manga and anime, he's just fucking standing there. He doesn't give a fuck. He lets Hashirama put his wood style on him. He lets the fucking bombs be all over him and shit. Like, he just doesn't care. Like, he's all over the place. So there's no way to definitively basically conclude that Tobarama's over here now miraculously, as an Edo, mind you, which makes no sense. Yeah. Okay, scaling to fucking 10 tails level of fucking 6-path power. Like, that's just insane.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. It kind of reminds me of like Vegeta sometimes when Goku's battling the main antagonist. Like, he just has to accept that he can't do anything at that time and place. So he has to sit back. That's just kind of how it is, bro.
Essentially,
like,
that's what it is.
Tobirama isn't like a fool like Hashirama, where he just, is so nonchalant and whatever. He's stern, he's stoic, and he means business. You know what I mean? He doesn't play around. Even if it means segregating clans or whatever.
Like, bro, if Tobarama was like, not only that, the motherfucker was literally saying, like, this is another thing that people forget. He was saying multiple times that, like, Jubito is like on a whole other level. Like, he's more powerful. Like, we got to be extremely careful. This guy's no joke. Teamwork's a dream work. Yada yada yada. Like, he's constantly like warning everybody, like, to be cautious, this and that. Like, he's even telling Hashirama he's more strong. Like, there's plenty of evidence.
You're damn near being you're damn near being disingenuous to consider Tobirama.
He does not scale to Jubito.
You're just ignoring everyone's facts, dude. It's like,
what's going on, Levi, Limbo? What's going on, Jjk'S, Momo? What's going on? What someone asked? I don't know, man. When Tobirama gets the Uchiha racist buff, he might solo. You're right. He segregated he segregated an entire race. You're absolutely correct.
Hatred amped so hard, bro.
And when Orochimaru called him out on that shit, he's like, actually, hold up, Tobirama, you racist bitch. Like, you're the one that forced him into that isolation, yada yada, and escalated things, blah blah. Yeah. And Hashirama's like, Tobirama, I told you not to do that shit.
Yeah. Could White Mask Obito be Hokage Minato? Yes, he beat him. More
Yeah.
than likely
Yes,
would. He's dealing with
absolutely.
KCM2 Naruto. Yeah, he's beating him. And he's dealing with
Yamaska almost
and
able
Kakashi
to
and Guy.
contend with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why he's fatigued as well. He's not even at full power.
This guy is clearly a Tobirama fan. That doesn't matter. They can't go into V2 state, and even Obito thought he could use their fraction of chakra as a replacement to the Nine-Tails. Simply put, Jubito was far and away inferior to Jubidara, who had a much bigger portion of the Nine-Tails inside of him, so that proves my point, actually. Also, Tobirama
Thanks, man.
yeah, like Jubito is blatantly stated to be inferior to Jubidara, so... Tobirama is someone who recently met Minato, so whenever he's acknowledging him, he's basically saying, even though you're nowhere close to my level, there's something you're better at. Come on, that's disingenuous. Very disingenuous. What's going on, Random? Thanks for coming in.
Quite an interpretation, huh?
Yeah, I didn't know that that's what people meant when they say you're better. I pale in comparison to you. Come on. Minato's compliments. Toby's speed as well, I think it's closer than most people think. Still lean towards Minato. Minato's compliments. Okay. Toby gives more props to him than
like
vice
no
versa.
matter what, it is what it is at this point. But once again, what people just don't understand, Minato literally has the light to where he's just like above and beyond, like where he's backpacking wars, run on site orders, etc., etc. Like all the narrative implications, you name it, like all the abundance of statements, data book stuff. Then his feats in the war when he's coming in as an Edo. Like you have all that information. What does Tobirama have? Nothing. Instead, he has fucking shit where he's losing to.
On the contrary, he has anti-feats.
You know what I mean?
He has anti-feats that suggest otherwise. Yeah.
It's like with all that what we do have, guys, you have to go with what you have, and with that being the case, with the evidence that we have, Minato unfortunately has it as of now.
Yeah.
You know, like there's just nothing more for you to try to like either make as an excuse or as a defense for Tobirama, or because all you really have for Tobirama is just interpretation territory.
Yeah.
You can interpret all day, every fucking day, but if you can't prove that shit, whatever, blah blah, it's just it's kind of baseless at that point. It doesn't matter.
Tobirama
Minato has it way more in possibility.
Yeah.
You know what?
Tobirama literally
and concrete feats too.
Yeah. Tobirama literally tagged Jubito with 5 to 6 paper bombs. Again, his power's fluctuating. And Minato and Hashirama didn't realize what happened. Again, that's when his power spiked, and he blitzed Tobirama, by the way, too. So you're saying that Tobirama
blitzed all of them. Yeah.
He blitzed all the Kage. Of the Hokage, so
before he can even do anything, he speed blitz all of them. You know what I mean? So like,
it's not even like a contentious aspect. I don't know why people can't accept reality. By far the most easy conclusion to come to is that Tobirama is just not on that level.
Yeah,
like once again,
it's really not that difficult to understand.
That fucking high, then why did he die or lose to anybody at all?
Yeah, it's fucking
like
not rocket
Minato,
science.
while he's like super fatigued and getting tired, you name it, he's still able to do some crazy ass shit to like threat levels with full power Nine-Tails, or or even people like Obito. While Tobirama, on the other hand, is fucking struggling to can again.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, there's just no way you're gonna say he's fucking 6 paths. And with him tagging, Jubito also just fucking stood there. So yes, you could be able to tag somebody with a fucking mark if they're standing there and unstable. Yeah. Congratulations.
Fluctuating power.
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything. There's no way that if Hashirama is always meant to be the stronger of the two brothers, then why would he not face Madara? Why would
like now Tobirama's over Hashirama now,
Why would Hashirama admit inferiority to Jubito, and now you're going to say that Tobirama is now on par with Jubito? That makes no sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Narratively and empirically, there is.
You're all just bullshitting.
Yeah, I can understand that at first glance. You know what I mean? Like, sure, it may seem a certain way, but there's been a lot of years to analyze and hear the perspectives of the context that happened. And at this point, for it to still be a motif in conversations is kind of baffling to me in a lot of ways.
It's just disingenuity. So people being stubborn.
Like, you guys act like this is some Itachi versus Pain type shit. Yeah, like, it's nothing compared to that. It's
people appealing to their own bias and sticking to their guns.
Literally.
Like in a disingenuous way. It's not legitimate. Do you think the Hokage could beat White Mask Obito? Honestly, I don't think they could.
No.
None of them are hitting. First of all, none of them are hitting KCM2 level, and he was competing with him, let alone, someone of that speed. There's no one on the Hokage with that sort of speed. Even the right Kage would pale in comparison.
And Naruto has no reason to hold back. Like, Naruto has every reason to beat Obito and, take care of him.
On top of that, they don't have Kakashi, who's a literal kryptonite to the Kamui of Obito, because he has the other eye, so they'd be fucked. As soon as he starts comboing them, they're gone. So
Like, yeah, even if we grant like some weird reason, like equal scaling or whatever the case may be, like he can just outlast him in common. That's
yeah,
it.
Toriyama is
Yeah,
still.
All
They,
Might
they get
Push,
fatigued eventually, like we
Rocket.
saw with Madara.
What's going on, Legend?
Yeah.
Toriyama's still pretty fast. So Madara called him the fastest shinobi of his day. No, he said he was heralded as the fastest shinobi of his day. He didn't call him the
Both
fastest.
yes. Yeah, exactly.
I think Minato's faster.
Hey,
Toriyama's
hey,
no
buddy,
slouch.
bringing up the fast speed. Then tell me why he was hiding behind a fucking tree when Hashirama and Madara are fighting. Let me know that then.
And
I want to
also,
hear your answer.
yeah, he was heralded as the fastest. Doesn't mean he was. Toriyama still could tag Jubito though. Again, I'm gonna repeat myself one more time. Fluctuating power level. Look up the word fluctuating on Google. That's all I can say. I'm done responding to that bullshit. Kakazu solos. I'm gonna stop. You're right. He does solo. Raw durability. So.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Greater durability than Madara, baby.
Yep. Yes, sir. But folks, feel free to keep asking questions. Any and all donations take priority. Become a member. I actually do debunks now on more debunks on the members only videos. If you guys want to see that, think about becoming a member.
Do that.
I kind of take off the gloves more to speak there because it's the only people that go out of their way to become a member see that. So if you want to become a member and see that, think about it. And again, donations take priority as well. We got to lock Troy back in prison, bro. Said the Boruto's low multi. Jeez. Shout out to Troy though.
Low multi. Oh,
Shout out to Troy.
That's hilarious. I love it.
Boruto, like the verse itself, the only one that could possibly be in that conversation would be a theoretical Shibai. Yeah. That's all.
Exactly.
But we'll begin to answer pre-established questions. Feel free to keep asking questions, folks. Donations or members, we get priority, so we'll stop and answer yours first. So the first one here was, do you think Momo is essentially going to be written as Boruto's version of Kurama? Which is a good question. I would say at this point there are already certainly many parallels when comparing the two dynamics. The sort of forced cooperation, like we see when Kurama had to help Naruto against Haku, and when we see Momo aiding Boruto when Kawaki attempted to kill him and brutally and very badly wounded him. So those are already some parallels as far as that. There's forced cooperation because in both aspects here, at the beginning of their dynamics, Momo and Kurama hate the hosts that they are currently infiltrating and inside. They both had deep hatred for the hosts, Naruto and Boruto. A clear difference, though, however, is that Kurama never had an ulterior motive. He hated humanity, but he never had some ulterior motive to gaining absolute power. Momo does. That's the difference. He wants power, just like all the other Atsuki. He wants the divine fruit, everything that has to deal with the god tree, things of that nature. He wants that. He certainly has an ulterior motive, which will make more parallels being created a harder thing for someone like Kishimoto because their motives are certainly different. And simply put, there's just no room. There's much less room to make Momo even remotely protagonist. It's going to be very difficult to do so after all the things he's done. So I would say it's possible. If anything, it'll be a similar dynamic, but unique in its own ways. That's what I would say about Momo and Boruto in comparison to Kurama and Naruto. But yeah, if you guys want to give your takes on that.
Yeah, I mean, I agree completely. I see Momoshiki being like a fail-safe option in case, Boruto is underneath the jeopardy of maybe dying towards, a fatal wound of some sort.
Yep.
And, Momoshiki can just emerge and take hostage of the body and, amplify his abilities and base to an extraordinary, exponential amount. But like you said, his motives aren't like Kurama in the sense that he's helping to accentuate human existence. His purpose is to eventually gain more power for himself. And that's kind of what the Otsutskis do. They just go to multiple planets, harvest the fruit, become more powerful of an entity, and then hopefully they do this enough times they can transcend into someone of, Shibai's notoriety, essentially. So I see the parallels, but I think it would be unwise for Kishimoto to keep it too similar.
Yeah,
exactly. It's very, very similar dynamics. I mean, very similar.
Kishimoto has already went out of his way to create a unique story to avoid Naruto being retold. Essentially, he wants to make a new story for Boruto. He already has different tendencies than his father did. He doesn't want to be Hokage. He wants to be more like Sasuke, which is already a difference. Let alone with the very fact that Sasuke and Naruto were polar opposites, especially early on in their childhood. There's certainly already unique aspects, which I think is a good thing. I don't think Boruto should just be a clone of his father. so to speak. So
you know what's funny about it? Like, it's just hilarious. It's like it's so extremely convenient for the plot, device and everything for Boruto. Because the fact that he does have a freebie to where if he does get killed, defeated, whatever, it's the same shit like the Nine Tails. It just heals him, brings him back, and he's good. Like it's just
literally,
it's really funny. So it's like. Yeah, like they do need to figure something out to where they can, make it unique in their own way and kind of go maybe a slightly different direction or whatever. But that would be pretty cool, and it is what it is. What I'm also like maybe hoping for, which this is kind of like it's interesting. I don't know if they would go this route, like to where with everything how it's going, to where eventually everything's going to reform and resort back to the old ways of things, to where everything was peaceful, etc., blah blah. But then now it kind of goes right back to square one of how bad it was when, like, when we get introduced to the land of ways with the whole Zabuza arc and everything.
Yeah.
Because if that happens, that's going to be crazy. To where if it dives into, like, the next anime, whether if it's, like, I don't know, Saruto or some shit, I don't fucking know. Or whatever it is, even if it's still Boruto, but just should put it in something, that'll be pretty nuts. And that'll be pretty crazy. Because that'll be unique, in my opinion, to where it kind of goes back with the whole Madara and Nagato thing, where no matter what, shit's always going to be fucking shit,
Yes, life and reality is cyclical, and that's what Madara and Nagato were aware of. Naruto was aware of it, but to him,
too, in a sense.
Yeah, especially when Madara changed his ideology early on in his life, saw Rin die. He finally got a grasp of what Madara was feeding him, as far as ideology.
Very similar to Naruto too. Obito.
Yeah, Naruto just
absolutely.
He just had strong conviction. He didn't waver.
Yeah.
He said, you know what, I'm going to create peace, which he did. But again, Madara's point came true. Once again, life is cyclical, and as soon as he was no longer, the source of power of good for Earth, that's when things and people began to get led astray. And here we are. We see Boruto, his own son, going through hell now because of powers that are too great for his father to deal with. He can't deal with it anymore. He's no longer the top dog. Power creates peace. He no longer has that power, nor does Sasuke at this point. So Boruto is going to have to become that. Kwaki.
And just imagine that though, Jay. Like, imagine it goes back to the OG vibes,
Oh man, that's what we need.
24/7 missions, you name it, and to where like Boruto has to figure something out to start getting it back, and the whole direction Naruto was able to create. Like, that would just be crazy.
That'd be awesome. We need to see trials and tribulations. We need to see hard times for Boruto. That's going to create appeal. It's going to rise the popularity of Boruto.
Even appeal to the OG Naruto fans.
Especially the OG Naruto fans that all they know were hard times. What made Naruto was hard times. Boruto hasn't had hard times. That's why we don't respect him yet. Yeah. They say that.
The only thing is, like, with that being said, guys, like, it would have to be, like, something of the sort where, like, he has to go to different people of knowledge, like senseis, essentially, if you will, to, like, progress his story. But right now in Boruto, it's only a certain amount of candidates that can actually like accomplish that role for him at this point. All the people that we've fostered appreciation for over the series of Naruto and Shippuden in its entirety, they're kind of irrelevant. You know what I mean? So it's going to be hard to like keep that same train of progression going because all these new characters they're on the whim. They're just like spontaneous incorporations, and it's a little way of bringing appeasement.
Yeah, that method isn't the best marketing strategy for writers because we don't appeal to those people. They're just out of the blue present now. There's certainly routes that Kishimoto could take. Maybe Amato isn't affected by it or something like that. He could help. There's certainly routes he could take. I'm just curious to see what he's going to do. Because Boruto, if we presuppose that the entire world is affected by this quote unquote world global scale Kodomatsukami, then there's nobody besides Sarada, and that's it. But if we presuppose that maybe Amato, implanted something in his eyes or in his glasses to not allow him to get charmed, and maybe he's the guy, which is very possible. Amato's a genius, obviously.
Shit,
it's very, very possible. After all that, he literally created a cyborg with Shiba Itsutsuki powers, so I'm sure he's capable of anything at this point.
I'm surprised Mitsuki didn't get some immunity as well.
I know.
He seems to be like a new Sasuke almost in a way, and he's quite powerful. So
very powerful. Seeing him blitz Boruto is bizarre. It is very bizarre, but that's what we got. See here. I agree though. Kin and Gin is shit is a bit of an anti-feat. Yeah, it is. Jubito was stable in the last couple hits Toby got on him, but obviously Toby doesn't scale to Jubito because of that. Yeah, no.
No, absolutely not.
Madara probably would have something. if he wasn't actually fat.
Like if Tobirama lost to like Kinnigan only once, and like with that one scene where he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna sacrifice myself," whatever, then I could understand like the contentiousness of it, where for all we know, maybe he was just really really fatigued and that's it, and whatever, maybe he has some justification for it. But the fact that it happened twice at full power and while fatigued, it's like, come on, bro.
Yeah, Madara probably would have said something if he wasn't the fastest. He was mocking Tobirama. That's why he said that. You were heralded as the fastest, but you ain't shit. Look at you now. That's basically what he was telling him. I'm not saying that he is faster than Madara and Hashirama, but there is a possibility. There's a possibility, but it's very unlikely based off the empirical evidence. Could Datara take down Kakuzu? Yeah, Datara would mess Kakuzu up. No.
Oh, yeah, Datara would fucking fold him.
He would drop bombs like Nagasaki. That's what.
Like that one bomb he dropped in the Sand Village. Dropped that shit. Eat all 5 hearts of dead.
Yeah.
Even the diamond morph might not be enough.
No, it's not taking that. No.
It doesn't matter whether Jubito's powers fluctuate or not. Yeah, it's very good rebuttal. KCM Minato couldn't even comprehend. It stayed in the data book. Minato was in a daze. That's why he couldn't comprehend. Kakuzu doesn't have any answer to C4. Yeah, that's exactly. Do you guys think that Shibai will be a bad person or a nice person? Because if he's bad, then the whole verse is fucked.
And then, hey, another thing too, real quick, Jay. Minato was gonna use his flying Raijin like technique in this KCM2 form like 3 fucking times, and then stops because of him being in a daze and being mentally nerfed. And it was because Obito kept speaking, and he would immediately he said it 3 times. He's like, "I'm gonna do this move, and then we can have an opening and take care of him." And then he stops because he hears Obito talk, and now he's getting like mind fucked. Happens a second time, then it happens a third time. Like every time Minato is actually about to fucking do something, like he's immediately like being mind fucked by Obito's words.
Yeah, it's stated in the data book, and it's empirically shown. He's certainly in a daze. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's clearly in the.
And the moment when Jubito folds Minato, because once again, this was the 3rd time when he's about to use his technique with him having like multiple fucking blades in his hands. And I forgot what he called the jutsu, but if like, there's a data books on it, whatever, and basically what it's defined as, that he can do like a instantaneously teleportation combo, whatever that he was going to plan to do, and they kind of showed it in the games, by the way. But anyways, so like he goes to do the technique, then Jubito speaks, he's like, huh, like it throws him off again, and then basically like he goes to like throw it was in the process while he was going to attack. Jubito talks back because now he's in full control. Throws him off guard, and then that's when he like cuts off his arm and shit. Like the whole time, he's literally being mentally fucked.
Yeah, very. Like, he was overwhelmed by guilt.
He's not focused.
Yeah, he was overwhelmed by guilt because he feels like it was his fault that Obito got led astray. His death stopped him.
And Naruto had to awaken him out of that as well, which is shown.
Literally, that's what he had to
stated
do.
in the data books.
Yeah, literally stated. So. I just read that. But as far as Shibai being a bad or nice person. That's a good question. He might just be a force of nature with no mind, possibly. But
yeah, I see him being amoral, honestly.
As far as that question, that's a good question. But I would deduce that he's gonna be more of a concept, like a force of nature, like maybe like a Hagoromo, or something along those lines. Not to say that Hagoromo wasn't nice or bad. He was more towards the good side. He did want his mother to be defeated. But he did give Sasuke powers, knowing what was going to happen. He gave him 6 powers.
Or maybe he will be a legitimate like entity involved in like kind of like some crazy, dictatorship vibes where he kind of gets back and he's like the real big bad.
Yeah, if that's the case, Boruto's going to have to reach like Universal Plus.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Right? Like if he's a bad person, then like they'd have to.
That's gonna be fucked.
I'm talking about Dragon Ball Boruto now. Dragon Ball Boruto fighting Shibai Otsutsuki. So
I just see like someone in Shibai's position, like being the god of Otsutsuki's, like having to conquer so many places to be the power that he's at. So after a while, war and destruction, it doesn't phase you after a while.
Yeah, once you're
people like Kaguya are like extremely emotional, and she's regarded as on the lower bottom tier of the totem pole when it comes to Otsutsuki. So I think the higher you go up, you become more of just a stern individual. Like look at Ikiki, for example. He's just a complete badass, you know what I mean? Just stoic, is on a mission. It's almost ceremonial and religious for these guys to do.
To him, it's all like his power has created peace within himself. To him, it's all procedure. He's like, I'm here. and no one can stop
Yeah,
him.
it's just a process,
Yeah.
literally.
That's
Yeah.
all it is to him.
Hey,
Yeah.
another thing to add to the whole Minato thing, real quick. When Minato gets awakened from his daze, by the way, he's immediately able to go into his Biju avatar and keep up with KCM 2 Stage 1 Naruto, by the way. Relative.
Yeah.
And then land a combo attack on Jubito. Mind you, the strongest form of Jubito because he's in full control as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, just putting that out there, you know.
Yeah. As far as this Tobirama wanker still talking, it's a waste of time. Doesn't respond.
I just want to put that out there to clearly show that even Minato, when he's actually fully trying, he can attack Jubito without getting instantly folded.
Low-key, you know? Kakuzu would breathe and die. C4 GG. He might just use the microscopic bombs that go in your bloodstream.
Yeah.
Just fuck.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah.
He's not seeing that. He doesn't have a Sharingan. He's dead.
And Kakuzu's lightning style isn't gonna do anything because he could just dodge it by flying and shit.
Yeah.
Name it.
He would drop bombs.
If he can dodge from heavy Sasuke, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Come on.
I want to know if people in the chat think if Sasori and Data are ganged up against Orochimaru, could they beat him? If they ganged up together?
With Edo's, no.
With Edo's, no, definitely not.
not.
They're getting slammed. But if it's on his own, and let's say he's healthy, even then it's a little contentious because he was able to go toe to toe with Hiruzen.
Yeah.
If he's sick, I do think they do.
The thing about Sasori, though, it's like he's obviously like, okay, so number one, he's stated to be the greatest puppet master of all time by Chiyo.
Yeah.
So regard him as like even above Prime Chiyo, which is above Hanzo, who is above all the Sannin collectively.
Yep.
Or you could say he defeated the third Kage, who was stronger than Prime Chiyo.
Yep. The strongest
he
as he
can
was stated.
scale him like that.
Yeah.
So
if you go through all that scaling, then yeah, he just completely
Orochimaru, that's the thing. Orochimaru may fault him if you consider him above Hanzo level, who literally spared Orochimaru and the other two Sannin, spared their asses.
And,
you might argue that they were weaker, but even Jiraiya during the Pain arc said, who could have possibly?
Yeah, like Jiraiya reinforces that notion where he's like, while he's way more like technically should be stronger, right? You know, Sage Moon and everything, you name it.
Yeah.
And he's like, what the fuck? Like that should be an impossible feat that Pain did. Like no way. You know what I mean? So I don't know, bro. You know, so you have all that. Now, the only thing, like, you can say in a sense, maybe, like, to try to, like, to not grant Sasori so much scaling in that sense, is, like, you know, when it comes to, like, Orochimaru fighting Sasori and Data at the same time with just Edo's, you know?
Yeah.
You have that, which is in the anime.
With
Edo's, you have the games, too.
Yeah.
Edo's, of course.
Yeah, he slams
then
him
you
with
have, then you have, like, some statements that is kind of, like, implied that Kabuto and Orochimaru were going to fight Sasori anyways, you know what I mean? With the whole Team 7 meeting up instead. You know, so you kind of have all of that. So, like, you know, overall, like, whether if you think, like, he at least scales to Orochimaru to some sense, which is still impressive because Sonic tier level of scaling, you know, so regardless whether if you think he's over, bare minimum, he can scale to him regardless.
Yeah,
and then now you're just talking about jutsus and all that.
Exactly.
And at the end of the day, like, you know.
It's very difficult to scale Sasori below Sannin level if he's above Hanzo.
Yeah, no.
You know, that's the problem.
No.
That goes against
In
Orochimaru.
character,
Yeah.
Orochimaru would win because of Edo's, but like
Edo's,
to deal with like 300 puppets, right? And you have Data flying above you with microscopic bombs and other.
Oh yeah, they gang up. It's gonna be if they gang up together, I tend to believe they probably would beat him without Edo's. Yeah.
And that Orochimaru has limits because fucking when he's fighting against the Four Tails, like he even says like the Kibi Bomb would be enough to kill him. So he does have limits to regenerate and what he can handle and deal with too.
Yeah.
And I definitely do believe at least Data for sure would have a certain amount of AP attacks that could fuck him up.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. Yeah. If it's 1-on-1, he'd probably beat Data. Because Data struggled with heavy Sasuke, but then again, Sasuke being above Sannin levels a debate in itself.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, he probably deals with him, but Sasori, that's very close.
Sasori, it's interesting.
I tend to believe he doesn't beat him.
Not only that, like I don't even think Orochimaru's poison would even be a factor on Sasori either, because his whole body's a fucking puppet.
Yeah, that would have been
human anatomy, you know,
or vice versa.
Because like that instantaneously got the W on heavy Sasuke. Like he's like at his weakest, nerfed. And he just does like a crazy fucking hack substitution in a way.
Yeah.
And to where like basically like Sasuke was immediately dealt with and he would have been defeated right there and then.
Yeah.
You know, so like that's not going to be a win con either because of his body and everything. So like no matter what, like it just boils down who kind of outlasts who. And in my opinion, it's worse if it's the Orochimaru that's kind of like his power levels are kind of fluctuating throughout, you know, which is in Shippuden. Now, if it's like the prime one, you know, where it's like when he's like an OG Naruto where he's fighting against heroes and whatever, all that. That's interesting. Maybe he'll better off, whatever. But overall, like I don't know, like it's really like anything Orochimaru does, Sasori can deal with it.
Yeah, and empirically, it's just he just scales above signing level. It is what it is.
He just scales above it literally in multiple ways.
Multiple ways.
OG Naruto are fucking dog shit. I'm just gonna be real with you. Like they're not even gonna be a factor. And in Shippuden, we don't know like anything with what level he's even at for Edos. The only thing we eventually get introduced is when Kabuto starts using Edos again, and they're way more powerful than they were in the
those
OG
are like
Naruto.
perfected, yeah.
I mean, so we don't know whether if Orochimaru even has things like that, whatnot. Like the only thing, once again, that was shown in the anime is he like does an Edo Tensei as the third Kazekage against Sasori's third Kazekage puppet, and they're like equal to each other.
That'd be interesting.
So like we see that in the anime, and the game also shows them fighting as well. And the only thing we have in the manga is just several statements that like Sasori and Deidara have been trying to kill Orochimaru for the longest. You know what I mean? And been chasing after him or whatever. So you kind of have like all those statements and literally the leader of the Akatsuki saying, hey, you need to go take care of Orochimaru. And it's, in my opinion, it's really weird for a leader to send people that are supposedly weaker than Orochimaru or can't be enough to take care of him. Like, why would he send people like that? He might as well send Itachi or Kasame or somebody else in, right?
Yeah.
So like he clearly believes in their power and knows that they're strong enough to even contend with a Sonic tier level opponent. So once again, bare minimum, he has to scale to Sonic, or once again with all the Hanzo, Chio, and everything, he would just scale above.
Scales above them, yeah.
So
exactly.
Sasori probably lose, Datoroid probably beat. Yeah, it's probably the most accurate conclusion you come to, based off the empirical evidence at least. But make sure, by the way, folks, make sure to hit the like button. Hope you guys enjoy.
Oh, and Orochimaru ran away, by the way, too. He runs away from Sasori and Deidara after fighting them for a bit. He just retreats.
Yeah.
So. I just see a lot of people like downplay Sasori just because of the whole
because of the soccer fight
battle. Like,
there's a lot of context.
Like, Chio is, so she was like literally the only person to, indulge in his abilities as much as she did with Sakura.
Yeah.
Controlled her for a large part of the battle. And, she did react, somewhat towards the end, but the whole time Sasori is just kind of fluctuating like Jubito did. Like, seeing his grandma, seeing his puppets, like his parents' puppets fight him. Yeah. It just kind of like it added to the unwavering determination that he had in the battle the whole time. So it's something you can't take high for literally.
In the Naruto verse in general, your mentality greatly benefits or harms your overall ability at that point in time. We've seen it many times. We've seen Naruto with the QB amp, which is very literal, and as far as amplification, we've seen Minato in the war arc, dazed. See Jubito in the war arc, dazed. Sasori seeing his grandmother and remembering his childhood and having to utilize his very parents as puppets. And it's very, very clear that mentality is very, very. It's a very pivotal part in the equation when trying to determine how strong someone is at that point in time. Clearly, if he was bloodlusted, they'd be gone. I mean, Chio still admitted they would have lost.
Chio admitted it. She just says it verbatim. They should have lost and died.
I mean, he
gave up the fight.
He's capable of taking down an entire nation, which he did with his puppets. I mean, the guy is literally a monster. Yeah, so.
Here's another thing, guys, just to think about. Like, he defeated the third Kazekage, right? Who was stated to be the strongest Kazekage, which would imply stronger than Raza, right?
Yep.
Now, we saw an Edo Raza go up against War Arc Gaara. Okay, you know what I mean? Quite relative. So, it just gives you an idea as to how strong the third was. And not only that, how strong Sasori has to be to even defeat him in the first place.
Yeah.
So,
I agree.
It just gives you a lot of different scaling chains to place him where he is,
The only place that makes it, the only place that makes it very bizarre is the war where we see fucking Sasori lose to fucking Kankuro. It's very bizarre.
He doesn't have his puppets,
but he doesn't have his puppets. So
he's severely nerfed.
Yeah, it's definitely severely nerfed. But the war's just a strange place. But I think there's explanations for most of it, though. There's explanations.
I feel like the worst downplay that I hear a lot is everybody always bringing up the game fight where he loses to Konan.
Oh God!
So everybody tries to connect do some chain scaling with that.
Certainly not. I would doubt the canonicity of that.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like that one, I'm just saying that one's thrown out a lot.
Yeah, because she literally loses to Jiraiya in one shot, one move, but she beats fucking Sasori in the game. Come on. Yeah, no.
That makes no sense empirically.
Yeah, it's definitely not canonical. Let's see here. It's really funny how two of the most broken characters in the Jubito fight were dazed. Yep, It's just the case. And you know why? It makes sense rationally, because if we create a character that's stated blatantly to be superior to Hashirama, then how could the plot possibly be entertaining? There has to be some sort of disability for someone of that power to make the fight even entertaining. Because if we just presuppose he's far and away beyond Hashirama, then everyone would have fucking died in the war. There's no chance. They're never going to defeat him. They have to fluctuate his power. They got to give him a mental nerf. It's the only way to make it even make sense. How would Naruto ever defeat someone that powerful at that point in time? It's not possible. They have to fluctuate his power. It's the only thing to do.
I do think heavy Sasuke versus Sasori is a pretty cool fight.
That's interesting.
I think that's really cool. Yeah.
Interesting.
I think it makes sense.
Can go either way. It can go either way.
Yeah. I would lean towards Sasori still, but
same.
But there is arguments for heavy Sasuke I've made in the past that he scales above Sannin, but that's a whole nother tangent though. That's a whole other thing. I'd probably, if I'm being genuine, I would lean towards Sasori.
I'm just being real. Like, if we're being honest, like Naruto would have lost to Sasori, Sakura would have lost. I even think Kakashi would not have been able to beat him either. What's it called? So like, in out of anyone in Team 7 that would have remotely had a chance would be Sasuke.
Yeah, exactly. Not gonna lie, I think Sage Mode KCM to Naruto shits on Minato. Yeah, he does. He absolutely does. Especially if you're talking about alive Jonin, Hokage Minato. Sage Mode KCM to Naruto.
The only way you can even upscale Minato is like
alive Minato, absolutely.
Yeah, he slams.
If you grant like the whole like Minato scene where like Akashi's like Minato Sensei when Naruto goes KCM to like, but once again that's an interpretation of whether you think it was implying that Minato's skills to that.
It's certainly symbolic. I'd say that was more symbolic, but no. Nobody agrees to where to scale Sasori. Yeah, it seems to be the case in the community. Some people think he's below fucking Sakura. Some people think
I think it's pretty high, man, honestly.
Yeah,
it also makes sense. Like, chakra is mental, spiritual, and physical, right? If one of those three variables is at an all-time low, guess what happens to the rest of the equation?
Yeah.
So it just kind of makes sense. Like, if you're like handicapped in one area, via mental state or condition, it's just going to attribute towards the rest of like your chakra control and abilities at that time.
That just kind of
what would be cool if Kishimoto did like a spin-off miniseries of like the Akastuki fighting each other.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
Kind of filling each other out, fighting each other, and seeing like who like let's say like Obito or Pain is like watching them fight, and then they're the ones that eventually stop it. Like once enough is enough, just to like kind of test them their abilities, so they can feel each other out, whatever. That would be pretty cool because that can just give way more evidence of like who's above who and you name it.
Yeah, essentially.
Itachi's all completely over. Yeah.
Essentially, what all that illuminates is that the power scaling system in Naruto is quite intricate. It's not simply just he's stronger than you and that's it. No, there's many variables. It's a multivariate equation. There's the chakra, there's your heritage, your genetics, any sort of synthetic engineering like Danzo with the eyes. There's many variables to take into consideration. And mentality
unless it's like obvious, you know what I mean, like some Itachi shit, Minato, Obito, things like that, then that's different.
And the mentality, as much as people don't want to accept it, is one of the most pivotal variables in determining how powerful someone is. We have Jubito again getting tagged by Toburama, who could even be his fraction of a 9-tail power. And then we have Jubito later on blitzing all the Hokage simultaneously. That should tell you. Mentality is everything. A very big part.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And people that disregard that, it's very disingenuous to disregard that. Very blatant. It's pretty clear. It's in your face. Kind of being thrown in your face.
Once again, if Togurama was 6 past level in scaling, meaning now he miraculously got to that level of power without even the 8 gates, that someone actually got to that power level legitimately. What's it called? Like, if that was really the case whatsoever, once again, nobody would be fucking with this man.
Yeah.
Like, even Hashirama would be scared of him. I mean, it's just stupid.
Yeah. Do you think Minato has a shot at beating Jubito if he went KCM in Sage Mode? No. I don't think anyone had a shot. You need 6 past powers to deal with him, or Might Guy with 8 gates. Yeah, no one's touching him.
They could be relative in a sense, but then again, that could just be the benefit of the doubt of that Jubito was even allowing them to remotely do anything. And you can tell throughout the entire time he's conflicted.
Talk no Jutsu was the only way. Yeah, it was the only way.
And not only that, when Obito gets serious, he even immediately captures them at several moments too. Like,
he's slamming them. When he's serious, he's slamming all of them.
Sasuke and Naruto's trying to do something, and he's moving so fucking fast, and then they go to attack him, and he immediately just grabs them instantaneously. He's like, "Look, you people can't win." Like the entire time, he's just playing with them. You know what I mean? He's just not.
You're like moderate in a sense, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
just like you did with the Kage. Just like, even with 8th grade guy, you're just messing with him. Like, he
Like
didn't
it's
use Limbo
simple.
clones. Like, he was
Yeah.
just, you know, he's
It's
just a
simple
monster.
chain scaling. You know, like people just don't understand. Like they really don't.
Yeah,
No.
exactly. But continue. Feel free to keep asking questions, folks. Again, donations take priority. Members take priority. We'll continue to answer these while you guys ask more. Sane. Why are you ignoring my previous methods? Chapter 657. Kakashi Asubi's Casey Minato. He's dazed, dude. What part of that do you not understand? I'm done.
It's even stated
myself.
too in data book. Yeah.
Come on, man. Let's see. What if Jiraiya trained Naruto to be the next Hokage? Well, he kind of did. But either way, let's say he never. Yeah, let's say he never died. What would happen is after Sage Mode, which Naruto mastered, there wouldn't be much for Jiraiya to teach him. He's better than Jiraiya at this point. He's surpassed his sensei anyway. He'd be there to mentor him, I'm sure, with more so maybe intangible things such as how to operate as a shinobi, things like that. But there's not much else he could teach him at that point, especially once he gets KCM. Jiraiya's buried as far as power in that point. He's not even
maybe some stealing jutsus, but that's pretty much it.
Some
honestly.
stealing
Just little
jutsu.
nuances.
Yeah, he wouldn't be much of a mentor anymore. I mean, Kakashi wasn't really a mentor either. He was alive.
Nah.
Yeah.
Even he knew, you know.
Yeah.
Like once again, you guys forget just what like a beginning version of KCM1 was over here backpacking the war. You know, like just solving everybody's fucking problems.
Yeah.
You know, KCM2 is a whole other monster for form. And then throughout the war arc, then he gets like KCM 1.5, which is like even more to where he's over here reacting to fucking to Obito's commonly like teleportation attacks, just in KCM 1, so like he's just a beast.
Yeah. Get Ramen Guy and Jubito's gonna be acting different. Yeah, Ramen Guy solos Jubito.
Yo, hit him out with that ramen. It's rap.
He's omnipotent. Yeah.
Like you thought Drunken Lee was crazy, whatnot. No, he has that secret ramen recipe where he just goes beyond like 10 past level.
I love those polls where it's like, who's the strongest OT of all time? The Ramen Guy.
And yeah, he's just there.
He's like 85% in popularity. Yeah. Yes, it's so funny, dude.
It's hilarious.
Everything, he always wins. Always.
Oh, we got a member in here. What's going on, Rishikesh?
Oh, damn.
Were Orochimaru and Tsunade better at developing their students in Jiraiya during the time skip? That's a good question. Orochimaru, I think Orochimaru was, but then again, it wasn't exactly a natural way of Sasuke to progress. He has a curse mark. He has what Tsunade describes as, he even it's even implied that he was on like steroids by Tsunade, which he certainly was in some way. So Orochimaru is probably the best if we kind of disregard the ethics behind it. He's probably the best.
Because like she just says like, nah, he's like at a ridiculous abnormal growth. Like they have to be bullshitting and cheating.
Yeah, so he's probably the best. Tsunade did a good job with the medical ninjutsu. I can't say she didn't.
It was solid.
It's very solid.
And then Sakura, she had perfect chakra control from day one. So that just worked out for her in favor.
I think the word better is a hard way to like describe the situation, because like it's not really fair with Jiraiya. Like, sure, Naruto didn't come back with like a flashy jutsu after the time skip, but he has Kurama inside of him, and
Jiraiya, he was trying to really help him with that. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah,
so it's not really fair and saying like, oh, he wasn't better because like Naruto wasn't significantly stronger like we saw with Sasuke, but he had the more challenging of the tasks.
There was growth though. There was growth because like he makes him way more better in experience, and with using shadow clones, even Kakashi like acknowledges that. What's it called? He helps him with the whole Genjutsu side of things to do a lot more better than so. Like there was plenty of growth. Jiraiya did do a good job, but where it just starts to look where he's really bad is to where like you have Sasuke with everything he has, Karen, you name it, yada yada. And then, like, with his Sharingan mastery, etc., and then you have Sakura with all her shit, but then Naruto only gets a bigger Rasengan. Like, what the fuck? That's some bullshit.
Yeah.
But the problem is, that's kind of tunnel vision in a way, because the whole thing Jiraiya was trying to accomplish was for Naruto to master the Nine Tails. That's all he cared about.
That was a big part.
He didn't care about teaching him Sage Mode or Raisen Shuriken or any of that bullshit, whatever. Like, he just knew, like, if you master the Nine Tails, that's all you fucking need, bro. Like, you're good, so
that's quite a daunting task, you know what I mean? And the Sage Toad was the only one with like the key to actually unlock the 5-pronged skill on Naruto, and Minato, like, pretty much.
And that's the problem. Like Jiraiya was doing it mainly because of Minato. He really believed in like what Minato wanted, and he was just sticking through with that. So it's not really fair to kind of
better or not.
judge, to say better or to kind of like shit on Jiraiya for that. He was just kind of doing what Minato believed, and he even knew that if Naruto does master the Nine Tails, nobody's fucking with him. You know what I mean? Like,
so essentially, with objectively, Orochimaru is probably the best. If you remove ethics, of course. But yeah, Jiraiya had a very specific way of training Naruto. Naruto had the Nine Tails inhibited inside of him. He wanted him to master that, to tame the Nine Tails, essentially. And who knows, maybe he would have further aided in that if he hadn't died against Pain. But yeah,
and then look at Jiraiya and Minato. You know what I mean? Like, he was like, he had Minato as a student. Like, don't get me wrong, Minato did most of the work because he was a natural genius. Even Jiraiya acknowledged that. He even says, like before, it's no fun having a natural genius. That's why I don't want Sasuke. I want Naruto. Because he had Minato, who is like literally a genius. Yeah, you know what I mean. So like, you have all that, but eventually, like, he even like starts getting Minato involved to even learn Sage Mode and shit. That was more than definitely came from Jiraiya.
Yeah, certainly.
Like. Yeah, so like Jiraiya can, like, whether you're a genius or not, he will make you grow in whatever ways benefit you the most, if that makes sense. Yeah. You know? So.
But feel free to keep asking questions, folks. I see you guys cheating on that Tobirama wanker. But if you guys have questions, feel free to ask. But we'll continue on.
It's like it's 10% of the Naruto community that actually believes in it, while the other 90% doesn't. Like, it is what it is at that point. I don't care.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. If Itachi, so the next question, if Itachi had Sage Mode, could Itachi with Sage Mode kill Orange Master Obito? So this is what I would say. Rationally, considering Obito already reiterated on more than one occasion that Itachi was a threat, and this is not with Sage Mode, obviously.
And this is sick.
Yeah, and Itachi with an additional minimal 10 times amp, knowing Sage Mode, Itachi would more than likely kill Obito if he's literally
not having any stamina issues, nothing. Yeah,
he would slam Obito. Yeah, he probably would defeat him. Orange Master Obito,
and he'd be able to make the full use of the amplification of Sage Mode, because we do know with chakra control, if your chakra pool gets like drastically enlarged, whether if it's from the curse mark, Sage Mode, or whatever, if in combination with chakra control, you can exploit the full value of it.
Yeah, more than likely,
so he would just be crazy.
Yeah, more than likely he would beat him. Yeah.
Like, to have the precognition of the Mangekyo with Sage Mode, I mean, your reaction time would be absurd. You know what I mean? If Mangekyo Edo Itachi can react to Sage Kabuto, I mean, that's pretty impressive. To add Sage Mode on top of that, I mean, that's quite formidable.
He's blitzing. He's probably blitzing Orange Master Obito, to be honest.
Yeah. It might even expand the radius of the Amaterasu, or many other abilities.
Now, what I will say. Like, I do think there's two reasons why Itachi never went that direction. One, his whole plan was just to die by Sasuke's hand, so why would he want to grow and become stronger? Yeah. Two, what's it called? Most importantly, this is a possibility, but one of the requirements to even acquire Sage Mode is you have to have a very large chakra pool. If you don't, then Sage Mode's kind of beyond you, because then you'll just turn into whatever, you know what I mean, etc., or there'll be a fucking problem along the way.
Yeah.
And when it comes to people like Kakashi and Itachi, etc., they're not, unfortunately, known to have crazy chakra pools. They're mainly just so good with chakra control, even though they have a small chakra pool. That's why they're just still such a formidable threat. So you can kind of like have that there in a sense, but even if you don't think that's the case, and I'd say you do think Itachi has large enough, because let's be real, he's over here using Mangekyo, Jutsu, Susanoo, you name it, which that does require a large amount of chakra. Then it is what it is. But like, it is interesting whether if he would have actually pursued Sage Mode transformation, because he was aware of it. He knew what it was. He read it in the books. He acknowledged it when Kabuto was using it. Sasuke didn't even know what was going on. He did. So, that could have been a possibility where if everything didn't go so fucking wrong, who knows? Maybe he could have went that direction and, and unlocked Sage Mode,
Yeah, so essentially he'd be 10 times stronger. He'd have access to nature energy. Who knows? He might be able to utilize Susanoo more effectively. Yeah. Imagine a faster Susanoo.
Even stronger.
Yeah, imagine imagine a faster Susanoo with the Yatami and a Tosuke blade. Yeah, Obito's done for.
Like, bro, we saw that crazy fucking fast and strong with like the lower levels of Sasuke, like just slamming Danza over and over. Yeah. Who is basically arguably correlates to Hiruzen's like prime strength in a sense, or whatever you want to go that direction. And he's over here just like slamming him over and over and over with Hashirama cells and all these shotguns, you name it, blah, blah, blah. And like Danza's like, man, Susanoo was just so strong and so fast. And so like, just imagine with Sage Mode on top of that. Like, it's just overkill, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Itachi is like EMS Sasuke level, but with Sage now on top, that's just
that's
crazy.
broken.
Better yet, we
Yeah.
get. Go ahead. My bad, Shino. My bad. Go ahead.
You're good. But the thing is with Sage, if he did have Sage, so number one, I do think he does have enough of a reservoir to get Sage mode.
Yeah.
And that's simply because a sickened, worsened version of himself was able to spam Amaterasu, do all his jutsus against Sasuke, and then nonchalantly deal with Orochimaru, even fatigued, if you will.
Yeah.
So with Sage mode, though, I think his effectiveness on the illness would be slowly slowed, because to incorporate all that natural energy into your body whenever you want to would, rationally be able to lessen the time of effectiveness for the illness to begin with. So I think his lifespan would be a lot more prolonged, and yeah, it would just amplify all of his tangible stats.
It rejuvenates your body as well. It's stated verbatim that like it speeds up your healing factor.
Yeah.
And it gives you max stamina all over again. You name it. And then the Toad guy, he's even says like, and then it's even more insanely faster with his healing rate because the Nine Tails and mix accordingly with it. So like overall, like with his sickness and everything, that would definitely help that shit out. It would definitely prolong the inevitable. I do think so.
Yeah, it would be an overkill. It'd be 10 times stronger. His tangible aspects 10 times better. It's pretty clear. Yeah, he'd defeat Orange Mask Obito for sure.
If anything, he probably could potentially have also infinite vision too.
Yeah,
but because you know how Sage Mode works and shit,
Yeah. By the way, folks, spam a 1 if you want me to just meet this fucking Togurama wanker. He's just fucking arguing to argue. Yeah, Minato wasn't dazed when
Who is it? What's his name?
So it's just this loser.
I'm not looking.
I'm gonna say this loser's name, but
okay.
Minato wasn't dazed when Kakashi outsped him.
Oh my god. You're right, bro. It's on the data blow.
Sure, that's why Minato's not stated as the fastest shinobi of his time, which included.
I don't understand these semantics. Like, is the conclusion of all this, bro, to say that Togurama is faster than Minato? Or I don't get the purpose of all this, to be honest.
Yeah, someone's spamming 1. Oh, the retard himself spammed 1, so I'll go ahead and do it for sure.
Oh, damn, bro.
Fuck out of here, loser.
Damn, son. He said it himself, bro.
Easy choice. I'll definitely conform to what you want.
What I was saying, Shinobi, like, we technically got a tease of what the Susanoo could be like in a sense of Sage Mode, and that was with Jugo. We get to see all that, and then also, like, with when he uses all the Tail Beasts to amplify his Susanoo, by using all the Tail Beasts, like, he immediately gets to, like, Hagiromo fucking power and shit.
Yeah,
or at least being compared to him with his Susanoo, So, like Susanoo getting amplified, whether if it's Sage Mode or Jjk'S or whatever, like, it's a big fucking deal. Like, it makes you crazy strong to where he could literally stalemate a fucking holding back Naruto with Sage Mode and, fucking Nine Tails Biju Avatar.
Yeah, it would amplify the Sokka beads technique as well, probably to such an extent that it could probably take on Edo Nagato's Chubaku Tensei by himself, theoretically. You wouldn't even need be in Naruto if you had Sage Mode, you know what I mean?
Oh, no, most likely not, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for sure, so.
Yeah, that would have made a debate almost. Sage Mode Itachi versus Nagato, he's winning that one.
Oh, I'm just saying, like, the Chubaku Tensei, like, he could take it on by himself. He wouldn't need the assistance of B and Naruto, you know what I mean?
Oh, no.
If he did have Sage Mode.
10 times stronger Yasaka beads? Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So yeah, folks, feel free to keep asking questions. That loser is gone now. By the way, if you're still watching, we do call-in shows. If you want to talk to me face to face, but by all means, please feel free to do that. So,
I feel like Togurama is such a topic of interest to folks. You know what I mean? It's something that we can't get enough of. It seems like in the community.
Issues slamming you in person too. So, so the next question, while you guys ask more questions. By the way, feel free to hit the like button, folks, since we have to deal with losers like that. The next question is JJK related, but still Naruto as well. If Sukuna was in the Naruto verse, who would be his reincarnation, and who, like Megumi, would he want instead of the person in JJK? So reincarnation, that's a good question. It seems that you need to have strong resolve, a strong will to even contain Sukuna. Yuji is the first one, apparently, from what I know at least, to be able to successfully contain him and be an actual efficient vessel. So someone like Naruto, ironically, would actually be a perfect candidate. Strong-willed, strong resolve, tough, very similar to Yuji in many ways. So I'd probably say Naruto. And as far as his person of interest, probably an Uchiha member. They have very similar personalities to Megumi. Maybe someone like Sasuke would be a person of interest. You'd see him and be like, wow, this kid's talented. Or Itachi. Maybe someone like Neji was very talented early on. Someone like that would be his person of interest. It's just like a Jjk. But that's actually a good question, though.
I think a good reincarnation for Sukuna would probably be like even Madara as well. Like, it's kind of have a similar vibe and their respective narratives, and
they probably get along.
Madara, they probably would get along. Honestly,
they probably would like voluntarily give his power to Madara at times. To be honest, Kakuzu versus Deidara. Deidara is faster. Deidara can drop bombs like Nagasaki flying over him. He could use microscopic bombs. Kakuzu would never see that. There's many things he could do. Just blow up Kakuzu and all his hearts.
Yeah.
So.
Plus, Deidara can just fly, and exactly. Yeah. It would be completely disadvantageous.
It'd be like it'd be like a B2 bomber over Kakuzu's head. So.
And Deidara's smart, man. I think he's kind of underrated in that regard.
Oh yeah, very underrated.
He does have some high IQ in his battles, though.
Yeah. He's very underrated. Yeah. Does Tento's Madara scale to top 20 in the whole verse, including Boruto? So who are the guys I'd put above him? Shibai, well, theoretical Shibai. Kawaki currently, Boruto currently, Naruto in his prime, Sasuke in his prime, Ida, Code, Damon, Ishiki, Momoshiki, Kinshiki. Let's see, who else is up there? They can contend with that level. Delta, Boro.
Oh yeah, of course, all the inners. Koji,
yeah, all the inners.
Possibly.
Koji, Kashin. I think I said Code already. I think there's another inner. Actually, they might be outers.
Boro?
Yeah, I said Boro. That's 14. We can be technical and say Urashiki as well.
Yeah, that counts definitely.
That counts as well. That's 15. Who else is up there? That's high. The scale is very high. Sakura.
Of course.
Yeah, Sakura do it. Yep.
A theoretical case.
Kaguya.
I think even Kakashi theoretically as well.
Kaguya. A theoretical novel Hokage Kakashi.
Yep. Like the one that fights Kaji and whatever.
Yeah, he's a beast. Yeah. That's 18. Who else will be up there? Theoretical 8 Gates Rock Lee. Well, that'd actually be contentious.
Maybe we just don't really know anything.
We don't know. Yeah, we can't put him there. There's not enough for him. He might just make the top 20.
Current Kage too might have it.
Oh yeah, current Kage, right? They're dealing with Kinshiki and Momo, so the skill higher. Yeah.
And Gaara in the Kage reacted to fuse Momo as well.
So yeah, Madara probably wouldn't. I think that's more than 20 already. He probably wouldn't make the top 20 anymore.
Yep.
So next question. Oh, member question. Deidara versus Sasori. Can Deidara use the long range to his advantage? I know they stated Deidara to be inferior, but can he win though? Could he win? If Sasori is not in the right frame of mind, it's possible.
Yeah, like if he fucks up or whatever, then yeah, for sure, you could probably lose. Like, you know,
I
don't think he's tanking some crazy ass C3 explosion or C2. You know, so
if they have the dynamic they do and he's in character, no, Sasori puts him in check. He wouldn't be Sasori. Sasori would be too much for him. He scales above him empirically.
Yeah, we know Deidara can react in a sense, you know, because there are times where like Sasori does get pissed and like he gets bloodlusted in a way, kind of like Kakuzu, and like he strikes at him and Deidara is able to dodge. But like once Sasori's getting serious, using 100 puppets or like the third Kazekage and all that, like I don't know, man. If Deidara is over here struggling at Gaara, you know, like and getting injured and fucked up and shit, like Sasori probably is gonna be a lot worse, you know.
Yeah, Sasori one drop of poison and Deidara's system is dead. That's all he needs. You just cut him with his tail. With the middle tail.
Whole like hacks thing that Deidara has, I don't think that's a relevant factor because Sasori's not a real human body. Like he doesn't, like, you know what I mean? Like it's not like the same.
Yeah,
he could fucking he's fine.
Yeah,
it could enter the puppet vessel and still like implode from within, but you have to catch him in time to even do that. I think with Sasori, that's dangerous. It's like his Iron Fan, all of his missiles. The shuriken, the kunai, everything's coated in poison. So It just takes the
Well,
stress.
the story doesn't have to breathe though. That's the problem.
Well,
It,
yeah,
Like,
but it can enter the vessel, the puppet, is
uh,
what I'm trying to say. And you
yeah.
want to be able to sense it, without
Also,
a doji.
yeah. Also,
Yeah.
people don't even realize what Sasori's defense is capable of. He could theoretically use iron sand to defend himself.
Yeah.
He could embed poison into like iron sand needles. And
yeah.
Data's fucked. He's getting cut by that. He's just too fast
It's
for
just
him.
too many attacks for Data to do. Like think of it this way: if he's over here like getting tagged by like a crippled CM2 Sasuke doing some like jumping on his sword and flying in the air using some threads and shuriken, and he's able to tag Data. You're telling me Sasori can't tag him with hundreds of puppets or his fucking sand as well in the process? Like,
Yeah, he's
I
getting
just
tagged.
don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
He's
that's
getting
Sasuke
tagged.
holding back as well. Like he's technically going at full speed and everything, but like he can't kill him. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, so he is at a disadvantage too.
So
It's a
theoretically,
story. If he's like that's
yeah,
it.
theoretically, it's possible Data could win, but it's highly unlikely.
Yeah.
It's highly unlikely that he'll beat him. I got Data at both, even though I like Sasori and Kakuzu way more.
And
as
then
characters.
not only that, Jay. Even when like Sasori first meets Datara, like when Itachi has his 1v1, Sasori like roasts him as well in a sense where he's like, this fucking fool doesn't even realize he's lost the battle. Like, and yada, like he has like better battle sense and analysis in a way too.
It's clear that he puts
you
him
know?
in check. The dynamic implies it too. He's the one putting
Yeah.
him
The
in
only
check.
only way I can see Data winning is like flying to some absurd amount where the puppets can't reach him and drop a C3 clay bomb and just like destroy the surrounding environment. But that'd be like
I
his
think the
only
sand would
one, I think.
protect him though. That's it. Like if Gaara's sand could do it, I don't see why his sand couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But I get
That's
what
what I
you're saying.
understand. Yeah, for sure. But that's if it catches them off guard. But yeah,
Yeah, of course, yeah.
well,
Uh,
that's the only winning con I can see, honestly.
Yeah, if Jiraiya trained Naruto seriously from the start, then Naruto would be too busted with his multi-shadow clone training. He would legit get Sage Mode before his fight. I don't know, but if he gets Sage Mode before his fight with Neji.
Yeah, no, I don't know about all that. Because, like, the problem was, see, I'm going to say this right now. I don't even think Jiraiya was smart enough to incorporate that Shadow Clone strategy. I think that was just a Kakashi idea alone.
And
Like,
yeah.
if that was the case, Jiraiya would have done that from the get-go to try to enforce to master the Nine Tails. You know what I mean?
He's too young. Yeah, I don't think he'd teach him Sage Mode before the Chunin exams. That's a little stretch. Yeah.
And Naruto wouldn't be able to either. Jiraiya was able to do it.
Two exams.
Yeah,
What I will say,
11-year-old
Jiraiya was able to do it as a kid, but then again, it's Naruto.
Yeah, he never even perfected it either. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I doubt he'd learn Sage Mode at 11 years old, fucking folding everyone in the Chunin exams.
No way. Yeah.
That there would be no more debate. He'd slam everybody, probably Gar himself. Sasuke would get folded too. Naruto, Sasuke. Oh yeah, we did the listing of the people. A lot of people disagree with Data versus Sasori because people interpret Data's statement. So depending on how people interpret that, they come out with a different answer.
Yeah. I've heard it plenty times.
Yeah, the most fair conclusion though is to accept what he's saying. Though he's saying that I'm weaker than Sasori. Like Sasori's stronger than me. So it's a pretty blatant statement.
People say he's trying to lead Kakashi away so they can get Naruto. But it's like, why would Kakashi just like do that? Well, like he knows Naruto has Kurama.
Yeah. Rationally, also that's not the best way to make them chase him anyway. If anything, that could backfire, and that might make Naruto go back and like I gotta save Sakura or something, or Kakashi might be like I'm gonna go back. He's stronger than even this guy. I gotta help them. If anything, that would backfire. The best thing he could have done to make them follow him would be like, I know where Gaara is, and you'll never find him, or some shit like that. Then that would make Naruto bloodlusted. That would be the best way. Not saying that Sasori's stronger. That's not the best way to make them chase. That would backfire, actually. It doesn't make sense. So, if anything, he should have said he's stronger. Then they would have been like, okay, this guy's stronger. The Sasori isn't that strong. As strong as him.
He should say that. He should be like, I'm stronger than Sasori, blah blah.
So
what's it called? So I don't think you guys can beat me, but whatever. And then they would just continue to follow,
Yeah. So that train of thought isn't that isn't even the best interpretation. Rationally, it doesn't really make sense. Yeah.
Not at all.
If train not okay, I just read that. Yeah, the Iron Sand could block the bombs except C4. Yeah, probably. C4 is pretty powerful. Yeah.
Definitely.
I don't know about. I think potentially, I think it could even block C4 because like the C4, it's strong, but like it literally it did enough AP damage to like to kill Manda, the snake summoning,
Yeah.
but he was still alive for a bit. He didn't
was
like
still alive,
instantaneously die or get like incinerated. So let's be real. I'm pretty sure the sand is stronger than a fucking snake summoning.
It's
You know what I mean? Like,
theoretically,
It
yeah.
is a sage snake summoning.
Yeah.
It's granted, and it probably has a lot more durability than a normal summoning. But
Yeah.
I know what you're saying for sure, definitely.
you know, like I don't know, like 'cause I always like analyze that and I'm just be like, wait, you're telling me like the snake was still alive and didn't like instantly kill him or you know,
Yeah.
or pull him to fucking pieces, you name it. Like
The iron
it's like
sand,
the way I see it is like if iron sand is no joke, you know,
Yeah,
that would pierce through Manda.
theoretically,
if it did, you know?
it's possible that the durability of the sand's enough. Theoretically, it's possible. You'd have to come up with like a rationalization as to why or why not, which is hard because we really don't see iron sand.
It's hard,
used that
we
much.
just don't really have that much.
We see it in Boruto,
that,
but it's Boruto though. That's what the one kid
I mean,
that
we also see like a Chio Amp Sakura punch through the iron sand
Yeah.
too. And granted, she's got a lot of great chakra control and she's beast just like Tsunade, but I did see the C4 being a little bit higher in AP.
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that for sure. It's a
That's
but
all
she
I'm
didn't
saying.
punch through it. She just launched it back. But no, I get what you're saying.
yeah. It's possible. I see arguments for both, but C4 is pretty powerful. But yeah, the Sage Snake surviving is.
Unless you think C4 is 10 tails level in power, like Daigo thinks, then there you go. He definitely wins.
I don't think it's
Oh,
10
it's
tails.
11 tails. 11 tails in power. Dude.
Why do people think that No Limiter Code is stronger than Ishiki when he's only stronger than Jigen? Like, it really makes me confused. Yeah, he's probably stronger than Jigen. I know Damon is, it's stated. No Limiter Code, it's possible. I wouldn't be surprised with that. As far as Ishiki, yeah, I wouldn't say that. There's not enough for me to conclude that. He's not stronger.
Well, didn't he want to put limiters? Oh, I don't know. I think he volunteered to have limiters on himself, but it was because he didn't want to undermine the superiority of Ishiki's vessel, which is Jigen.
Yeah.
So
I would.
It would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being stronger than Jigen, yeah, I could see that. Ishiki, I don't know about that right now. We'd have to see more. Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't caught up with the latest chapters of DBS, but one of them is named Red Ribbon Army, I guess. Are they adapting the movie into the manga? Yeah, they are. They certainly are. We see.
Wow.
We actually see Piccolo fight Gamma 2. I believe it's the right Gamma. It's either 1 or 2. I know he spars him. We see that in the manga now. We see Rusty Gohan now, just like in the movie. He looks the same. And I think we see when Piccolo tells Gohan, like, dude, you're fucking rusty, man. Like, what the hell's wrong with you? You need to get your shit together. I think we see that already. So yeah, they are adapting it into the manga. It's staying pretty true to the movie so far. So I'm definitely interested to see where that goes, which obviously means Cell Max will approach soon. Gohan Beast will approach soon, and the whole Gohan Beast versus Black Frieza debate is over. Gohan Beast is stronger. It's as simple as that now. We know the time placement now. So that debate, which was a rampant one a few months ago, is no longer a debate because Toriyama is making it clear when Gohan Beast will arrive. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping to see a theoretical Gohan Beast versus Black Frieza fight, especially now, especially after knowing that Gohan Beast comes after. I want to see that.
That'd be so badass too.
Yeah. Maybe he finds out about his father and Vegeta getting their ass whooped one shot, and he's like, you know what, I need to fight him now, or something like that. That'd be sick.
Ooh, that'd be sick, man.
Yeah.
Imagine if he has like Gohan Beast and does a fusion with Super Saiyan on top of that as well. Like kind of like what Goku did with with Super Saiyan and like in the God form.
Yeah.
Like if Goku can do that, theoretically Gohan should be able to stack his shit too. Imagine that.
He'd be broken. He's broken. Yeah.
Like Kaioken or something.
Yeah.
Holy fuck! Like Gohan Beast and Super Saiyan stacked. Like what the fuck would that even look like and be? Holy shit!
I'll be right back though. I'll be right back. Let's keep talking about the DBS.
I'm very curious as to how strong the new Piccolo is, Ultimate Piccolo. You know, I mean, he was going toe to toe against Gamma 2 as well, and they were doing quite some impressive feats on Cell Max as well. So I'm just glad they're giving more homage and more respect towards the actual Z fighters that we grew up loving.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Dragon Ball Super is heading in the right direction now. There's a lot of filler with Goten and Trunks. I get it because they're setting up for this arc with the movie, but it was very unnecessary. It really didn't add much to them.
They could have just waited. They didn't even have to do it. Yeah.
They could have just went to the arc, but I get it. They want to give Goten and Trunks more relevancy. I would have liked to see them have real threats, not like just fodder ass like civilians fighting them.
Yeah.
For real.
Like they weren't even trying. Like, oh, let's try now. Like they're barely even trying the whole time. But Maybe some real.
Jjk'S has some mad potential though. You
Oh
have to
yes,
admit,
yeah.
Even since like this, like the Boo arc, you
Yeah.
know. I mean,
What's going on, Toaster?
I'm excited about
Thanks
that.
for coming in. I see arguments for both interpretation. I just think the scene played it makes more sense. I always thought he was trying to get Kakashi, but I don't think it makes sense for him to actually admit to that to an enemy. It would make sense because that wouldn't cause Naruto or Kakashi to want to help Sakura and Chio, so it does make sense. If he would have said that he's weaker, to say that he's stronger doesn't make sense. It doesn't make that's not a correct phrase to want people to follow you. That's not the bet. That would be the first choice. The first choice would be to say like, "Oh, only I know where Gaara is," or something like that. That would have made them follow him for sure. What's going on, lanes? Sannin versus Kage Summit Kage. The Sannin versus the Kage Summit Kage. Jiraiya, Orochimaru, and Tsunade versus those 5. I lean towards the Sannin, especially with Orochimaru using Edos. They're all done for. But let's say they don't. Let's say he's not using Edos. The Red Kage would be troublesome because of his speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all 3 of those guys together would be a problem. It'd be a real problem.
Yeah, Onoki amping the Rikage would be more than fast enough to outspeed any of the Sonic, even Sage Mode Jiraiya or but the durability of Tsunade would be interesting. I know Onoki could disintegrate her quite easily, so that wouldn't be an issue. Probably has adequate reactionary speed to do so. They're all kind of relative to some degree.
Yeah, Noki's ability, his particle style is a problem. He could theoretically just disintegrate Tsunade.
But nobody's tanking that or healing from that. Yeah,
nah,
like
not even.
No way.
Not even Tsunade.
He was able to use his jutsu fast enough to even like destroy all the wood style from Madara, and then eventually, like, don't get me wrong, Madara let him tag him. He even admitted that. But the fact that he could deal with all of his wood style, you know, on a Hashirama level jutsu with just his particle style alone, and all this other shit, and then take care of all the Susanos with it as well. Like, it's particle style is no joke.
Yeah, I would lean towards the Kage probably. I think the Raikage's speed would be too much, and Onoki's ability would be too much.
Like, unless Jiraiya's able to get his Genjutsu off, then they definitely win. You know, maybe something like that.
Maybe something like that. Or Orochimaru using
I think with Raikage's speed and everything, like, you know, and whatnot, like, even that alone is going to be really troublesome.
Of course,
that's basically, you know, Minato level speed. So
of course, if they use Edos, then the Kage lose. But yeah, besides that, I think the Kage would beat the Sannin most likely. So I just read that. Do you think those
May would probably get her ass kicked pretty easily?
Oh yeah, it should be a non-factor. Should just be there. Yeah, slaughter. Do you know those 4 new Naruto episodes is about the Minato manga? No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean it could be reasonably, right? It would make sense. It'd be like 3 months after the
that would be cool though. Yeah, that would be cool.
So, yeah.
Yep, a Gohan versus Frieza rival would be awesome. Yeah, it would be. I want to see that in the future. That's one of the best matchups in current Dragon Ball. Like it's in current Dragon Ball Day, it's one of the best matchups that is possible. Since the Cell Max vs Gohan Beast fight is the strongest in history, does that confirm that at least Gohan is stronger than the gods since they had Beerus fight in the top during the manga? I think that has more to do with the Z fighters rather than gods, especially the angels. I doubt that Gohan Beast is above Whis. Maybe Beerus, maybe. That's more believable. But when Toriyama says, you know, he's the strongest and all this, he's referring more to the Z fighters and warriors of the universe, not gods necessarily. So I would say he's certainly the strongest amongst the warriors. That's for sure.
Kind of like Gas being the strongest in the universe. You know what I mean? It's kind of referring to like combatants, or Z fighters, as opposed to like deities or people like Xena who are just blatantly universal. So
yeah, exactly. So I would say that it's probably stronger than all of the Z fighters. Stronger than Gas was at that point in time. Stronger than Black Frieza, as we know now, which is interesting. But yeah, not stronger than the gods. Maybe Beerus, but definitely not the angels and Whis. Nowhere near enough of that.
I have an interesting thing for you guys. How do you think Danzo does against the Kage at the 5 Kage Summit? Like, not all of them at once. Fuck that. but like 1v1 wise, or even the Akastuki. Like, how do you think he does?
1v1, he'd probably lose to the Raikage. He's just too slow.
Yeah, way too fucking
He's
slow.
too
Just
slow. If he goes
slam the
V2,
he can react to V1, but not V2.
Yeah, V1 he might. V2 no, he's not dealing with that. He'll just keep dying over and over. He just keep getting blitzed until his eyes.
We know he can react to V1 because he was able to react to Sasuke.
Yeah,
at certain points, but you know.
Yeah, so he would probably lose to. Yeah,
I actually think he would win. Here's why. I mean, freaking Izanagi, he reappears out of nowhere, and even a Sasuke with Mangekyo and Karin, who is an exceptional sensory shinobi, or Kunoichi rather.
Well, the kunai's not going through the lightning armor. It couldn't even go through Susanoo.
Oh, that is true.
Yeah, I don't know if he'd even have
the only way it would work is if it's like a Shishui scene to where, because it does catch people off guard. I will admit that. It works on everybody. It worked on Shishui. It worked on even Sasuke. Even he was caught off guard, but he already had Susanoo activated, so it was redundant. You know, so like, it does have the element of surprise, but what Danzo uses to attack is either his hands or his kunai, and I don't think that's working on.
Yeah,
and the lightning cloak could also like repel the Kodo as well, theoretically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kodo might work. I think that could be a win con.
Yeah, Kodo. For sure.
It's possible.
But he has to be fast enough to activate it. That's the problem. And I don't.
Yeah, I think he's too slow. You just keep dying over and over, and I don't think he even has the AP to even hurt the Kage. What would he use?
I know.
He's not known for his AP. Maybe. Yeah, he's not known for his AP.
Like, the Raikage can tank, like, their lightning armors can tank insane shit, even their elemental weakness. The only thing that actually surprisingly is effective is lightning style, and Danzo doesn't have lightning style.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, and he has wind style, too, but it wouldn't
yeah. Rising Shuriken can't work on Edo, third Raikage from KCM. That shit, a wind sword is not working on lightning armor.
No,
so he'd probably lose to him. Onoki... Onoki would have to kill him.
Kodo's the only way.
Yeah, Onoki
Kodo's the only way.
He could keep using particle style, but if Danzo is relative,
like
he could either win with Izanagi or Kodo.
Exactly. Yeah. Izanagi is really trippy.
What would he have to do is have a window of time where he comes back to life with the Izanagi and then he blitzes Onoki, but then you have to assess his speed. If Danzo could react to Sasuke, there's a possibility he's faster than Onoki. It's certainly possible.
He clearly had and then again that's probably because the Hashirama cells. That's why he was so fucking strong.
So if Onoki's not aware of the Izanagi, he would use the particle style. He's like, all right, battle's over, and then he get blitzed by Danzo.
Yeah,
unless he's in the air though and flying. I don't think
it's so weird, but Danzo surprisingly does decently good against certain Kage. Not all, but certain.
Yeah, if he's flying, he won't be able to reach him.
It's not gonna do shit.
If he is flying, then no, he's nothing he could do.
But what Danzo would probably do in character is let's say he's flying, he kills him particle style, whatever. He thinks he's dead. Now he goes back to the ground. He's like, all right, fight's over, and then bam, gets caught off guard and loses.
That's probably something he'd do.
Because Danzo's a bitch. He's a bitch.
Oh yeah, he's a pussy.
That's what he just does.
He was gonna try to kill himself with Sasuke at the end of their fight.
Yeah.
He's a bitch.
So I think he beats him, loses to Raikage. What about
Tsunade, she's slow. She's just slow. Yeah. That's her problem. I don't know how he'd kill her though. Yeah, that's the problem. She just keep healing.
Yeah, because she's just gonna heal with everything. The way I see it is the only way he could beat her is if he genjutsus her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which we do know he can use genjutsu. He's done it before. And obviously if he uses Kodo, it's instant GG.
Oh yeah.
And then Izanagi, that won't be effective because once again she'll just heal. I'm pretty sure she would go 100 seals. She'll probably feel him out, whatever, but she would go 100 seals just to make sure not to underestimate him.
Yeah.
She'd be like, yeah, he was kind of similar to the Hiruzen in a way, he should be strong.
The problem with her would be how would he kill her? I don't know how he'd do it. Yeah.
I feel like only genjutsu would be the one con. Let's say either Kodo or just normal genjutsu to where then she deactivates her shit and now she can't heal and he just kills her.
Yeah, unless he has some ability we don't know of, he probably would lose to her.
Then again, her chakra control is insane. And that's all you need to cancel genjutsu. So if it's normal, theoretically, she could cancel it in time or hurt herself like Kurenai does, you know what I mean? And then she can get out of it. But if he does Kodo, she's fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you think she'd actually feel threatened enough to activate the 100 healings facing off Danzo, though?
After him using Izanagi, I
probably
think so.
Yeah. At first, probably not.
She's probably dead.
Yeah. At first,
Because even if she's not 100 ceilings, and let's say like he gets the off guard opportunity like he always does in character because he's a bitch, okay, like then like she'll get severely hurt, right? But then she'll activate 100 healings and just heal, you know. And not only that, Danzo would be aware of her abilities too.
yeah.
So like he would either have to successfully land like a fatal blow to where just she can't activate her ability and not heal at all, or like even like if it's I don't, it's just it's weird. I mean, so like I don't know, it's
Yeah,
interesting, but
yeah, Tsunade, her durability would be a problem for him. I don't know how you deal with it. So he'd probably lose to her. She'd probably just keep pummeling him over and over. And then Gara's interesting. Gara can fly. He has a sand.
I think Gar just slams him, to be honest.
He'll just keep using sand burial over and over to keep slamming him.
Like only Kodo's a win con, but let's be real. Like I think we should that Kodo's just fucking broken. So if we just take that away, like yeah, he just gets slammed by Gara.
Then we gotta go to speed though. How fast is Gara? That's the thing.
His sand is as fast as the Monoratsu.
Yeah, it's just I don't see
He
him
can
having
block multiple Monoratsus and
I don't know
shit.
if he's V1 Raikage speed.
No, it's really not.
Yeah, I think he'd be too slow maybe for Danzo. Maybe that would create an opening, especially with Izanagi. If he's flying though, if let's see he does what he did against Datara, I don't know how Danzo would get to him. That's the problem. He's like
He also fought like Naruto in the movie and was flying and that shit. So yeah, we know he can fly.
Yeah,
so.
He's slower than Danzo, I'd say, but if he's in his like defense strategy mode, I don't know how he'd ever hit him.
His sand's quick though.
Yeah, but it's not enough for me to deduce that he's as fast as the Raikage.
Gotcha.
He had trouble with Datara. Yeah, this was earlier, but he had trouble with Datara. Datara is certainly not fast.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. What's it called? Like I don't think it's as fast as V2 Raikage. Like when that I know a lot of people try to like say, oh, it is. But that was just him kind of interjecting at the exact moment.
And the way to debunk that is the Raikage was falling. He wasn't going in linear fashion.
Exactly.
So you'd have to prove
moving or anything.
Yeah, you'd have to prove that he can like manipulate gravity to make him full speed falling down, which you can't prove. So
yeah, like the only thing we do know this like it's as fast to block a Mataratsu and shit, but that's about it.
Yeah.
You know?
So I would probably say
that's hard to quantify how fast too.
Yeah. I would say Sand is slower than the Raikage speed, but Gara does have a chance of winning if he uses the right strategy. If he gets cocky and he's like kind of does what he used to do in shooting exams, just standing there, he might get blitzed. Yeah, he might get blitzed by Danzo.
He should definitely be flying.
Yeah, if he's flying, I don't see how Danzo will even get to him. That would be the problem. How would he even penetrate? Yeah,
and just keep sand burial him or use the ground to his advantage. The long range.
That can technically just go either way, you know.
Yeah. So I would lean towards Gara if he fights smart, which he usually does, especially now during this point in time. Then May's ass. I don't know. I think she dies.
Yeah, she's just trash. Yeah, she gets slapped.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So it could be Genjutsu. It could be anything he does. Like. So
yeah,
and she doesn't have any feats. I know people are like, oh, well, she fought. Well, he was extremely fatigued at that point.
Yeah, he didn't give a shit about her. He just
coughing blood in it. Yeah, he didn't care.
He didn't care about her.
May's pretty lackluster for sure.
Yeah. Let's see what they've said here. The Kage Stomp, Orochimaru is the biggest threat, but they still get dealt with. Yeah, they would win against the Sanin.
Especially with Edos, that's a huge threat.
Yeah, if Orochimaru is Edos, then they lose. Yeah.
What about Danzo against the Akatsuki?
How far would he get?
Each member. Yeah.
He would certainly beat Hidon or Kakazu.
Hit on, yeah. He would be hit on, yeah. And Kakazu because of the 5 summit scaling. Yeah, too fast.
I think Sasori level, honestly, like somewhere around there.
Yeah, he might struggle with Sasori. Datara, he probably would be Datara if he's able to react to Sasuke.
But see, if Datara starts flying,
if he starts flying, that'd
he would just, he could just, like, if he's already flying, that's a problem.
Yeah,
but if he's not, and like it's how normally it always goes before he's about to fight somebody, he gets speed blitz. He's fucked.
So yeah, if he's not fighting while in the airborne, then yeah, he probably would get blitzed. Sasori, it's interesting to compare those two.
It is interesting, yeah.
It's probably the most contentious one.
He actually scratches him with poison and Izanagi. Does the poison go out of his body then, or some shit like that?
Probably.
Izanagi can do with anything.
I'm assuming it just
or whatever.
It gives him another chance. Okay. Yeah. Essentially, Izanagi. gives you another chance before the very point in time that kills you. So yeah, he probably
Yeah.
wouldn't
Yeah,
have
it's
it.
reality warfare. Yeah, I
There's
can tell
a
it's everything about.
yeah,
I
there's
feel
a
like that's an outlasting battle, and I feel like Sasori would have it in the bag then.
yeah. I don't know if he's as fast as Danzo though. I don't know if there's enough to conclude Sasori's V1 Reikage level at speed.
Yeah. What about his sand? Like, do you think his sand could do something or not?
His Iron Sand could be a problem if you fight smart. I mean, he could theoretically levitate with the Iron Sand.
Yeah, he could fly too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's like, "You can't touch me now, bitch," and then he just kills him over and over.
Some say, yeah.
Yeah, so
It could go either way.
it could
I'll
go
say
either
that.
way.
Yeah,
That's a tough
I
one.
like that level
Yeah.
for sure, definitely.
Beyond that, he
That's an
loses.
interesting one though. Sasori and Danzo.
Yeah, beyond that, he loses for sure. I think Isami would slam him.
Oh yeah,
I think that obviously Itachi would slam. Obito slams, Pain slams. Yeah, he's around Sasori's level. That's where he caps off at. Yeah. Will Baramo Naruto one shot Fuse Momo, or will he take if he hits to knock him out? He might one shot him. He might.
I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe too.
He's so preposterously more powerful than him. Then yeah, it'd be like Goku punching fucking Krillin in Super Saiyan God form or something. It'd be one shot. Yeah. Minato versus the third Hokage. Can Minato figure out the Scar thing by himself to beat him? Yes, he can. He's faster.
Yeah.
And he's extremely intelligent. He's a prodigy. He'd definitely figure it out. Definitely.
You know how big that Scar is, bro? He's looking
Yeah.
like Luffy out there, bro.
Yeah,
That's just gigantic.
He would probably test him out like, all right, I'm faster than him, but I can't hurt him. Is there any points of weakness? And he'll notice and then he'll look at the Scar. He's like, all right, that seems like an interesting spot. Let's try that out. And then he'd get him. So yeah,
And Minato's so smart where he's kind of similar to Itachi, where they know everything has a weakness, nothing's invincible,
Yeah.
you know.
And he's fast enough to test it out. He's faster than the third, clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see his
And even if you don't think his base is, then
Yeah.
even though it's kind of out of character, he could still technically use Sage Mode.
I mean, the
Like,
fourth.
he
The
will
four-
use Sage Mode if it's absolutely
Yeah,
necessary.
the
you know?
fourth is faster than the third, just by scaling. So yeah, he's faster than the third. I'm pretty sure. The
I don't
third-
see Minato's like base for Sengon being able to like damage the third Raikage's like lightning armor. Like if,
Oh yeah, no. Yeah,
Last
no,
and
no.
Shuriken couldn't even do anything.
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
that,
no,
you
no,
know?
no. Like he would just hit it in his arm like Naruto did, and just make him
Yeah.
hit himself
Yeah.
with his
He'd
own
have to
thing.
figure
Little
that.
bruise, depending, right?
He'd have to test
seal
it.
him,
He'd have to experiment,
or-
like how to hurt
Or he
him.
could
Yeah,
seal
yeah.
him, or seal him. He
Or
does
seal
have
him.
sealing juices.
Fat.
You
Yeah,
could seal him, or just to deduce the Scar's
he would.
faulty.
Yeah.
Like Minato
Yeah,
does have
yeah.
sealing jutsus. A lot of people forget that, and that's just hacks. That negates their abilities.
Yeah, he's faster
So,
than
yeah.
the third. Yeah, so he would test out the third's durability. He's like, all right,
If
this
he could
doesn't
seal the
work.
full power nine tails with shit, there's no way you're
Yeah,
telling me
he would
can't
keep
seal the
testing
third
him out. He's like,
Raikage.
all right, this doesn't hurt him.
For
This
real.
doesn't hurt him. How can I hurt this
Yeah.
guy? Yeah, that's what would
Exactly,
happen.
yeah.
So he'd either seal him or he's like, all right, what's that weird scar on his arm? Why is that there? Let's get him. And then he would easily deduce that. It wouldn't be that hard.
Yeah, it's kind of hard.
And if
to miss that
KCM
Scar,
Naruto
but-
can land multiple blows on him, he's definitely doing the same.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, he definitely is. Do you think that their Rasengan is more iconic than the Shadow Clone Jutsu? No, I think the Shadow Clone Jutsu is probably the most iconic. Maybe in the verse. Sharingan's up there, of course. The Rasengan, I wouldn't say.
Sengon's pretty iconic, man.
It is pretty iconic,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I'd say Shadow takes
it's
it.
Naruto.
For sure.
It's Naruto's specialty, yeah. So
Yeah,
probably the Shadow Clone Jutsu. Rasengan's up there though. Minato would probably figure out the Reikage since he figured out Kamui pretty quickly. Yeah, he would figure it out. Yeah.
yeah. The man's a genius, bro.
Yeah, he's a genius. I mean, he's the only one that quickly figured out how Obito's Kamui works, and on top of that, he's fast enough to deal with it too. So,
Yeah.
Do you think Naruto would be a good ass villain if he was one? Oh yeah.
Oh,
I
for
mean,
sure,
imagine
yeah.
if
They
Haruka
could've
was never
easily done
there. If he was never there and he leaves and goes rogue, I mean, with the Nine
Like,
Tails,
you guys got to remember, like, Obito is extremely similar to Naruto.
yeah,
So Naruto could have also fell.
became a
And
become an Obito.
that was heavily implied in the beginning of the show.
Yeah,
That he could have easily turned out, even like his fight with Gaara. Like, he even acknowledges and says, like, yeah, if my life was similar to Gaara, like, I would have been the same exact way, you know?
he'd become
And
another
all I
Obito.
know is-
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially if him and the Nine Tails get
And I
become-
feel like Obito would groom him as well.
yeah,
He
especially
would
if
take him in.
him and the Ninetales come to some sort of agreement. They're like, we both hate humanity. Let's take out Konoha.
Yeah, like Obito, he's smart. He would groom him. He'd be like, "Hey, join the Akatsuki. I'll train you, whatever." And then next thing you know, that like now they're capturing all the Biju way quicker because they have Naruto's aid. And then eventually Obito might backstab Naruto or try or whatever, some shit,
Yeah.
And take the knight because he needs it for the the plan. But overall, I do feel like even Obito would just immediately exploit that. So.
Yeah. If anything, it'd be like an evil KCM Naruto coming out. That's what would happen.
Kurama would be so down to give Naruto his chakra fist like that.
To fuck everybody up,
let's go to Konoha and destroy it. Yeah, no one would be able to stop him. My guy would probably have to go all the way to the 8th gate to kill him.
Yeah, guy would have to sacrifice his life, and kill him.
It'd be a shit show, but it would be a good one. I think it'd be a good story if he was evil.
Yeah, good question, man.
Yeah, that's a good question. Minato gets finger fucked if he can't figure out the scar thing. I don't think so. He's just too fast.
He'd be able to move, flying Raijin, you name it.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Once again, he has stage mode if needed.
Yeah, but I don't know if he'll be able to do that by himself without talking to the 8-Tails. If probably ends in stalemate. It's not a hard thing to deduce, though. It's really not that difficult.
How do you think Akatsuki duos against Killer Bee? How do you think that goes?
Killer Bee versus the Akatsuki. You said Akatsuki duos?
Akatsuki duos. And Hit-On, and obviously Hit-On Akatsuki gets slammed.
They get slammed, yeah. They wouldn't contend.
Itachi and Kasame obviously would be a problem for B.
He'd get fucked. He'd get
Genjutsu. He would get folded by those two.
He probably would. Yeah, I think Itachi even has a Genjutsu where Jinchurikis get caught by it.
Tsukiyomi. Tsukiyomi can't be defeated even by a perfect Jinchuriki.
Yeah, he's fucked. He's not touching those guys.
He scales above the story, though, honestly.
Like, if he's getting hit by a Mangekyo Genjutsu by Sasuke, then guess what? Itachi, Tsukiyomi, bam, fucked. Mataratsu, fucked. Kasame with his crazy hacks, fucked. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, he's not beating those two.
Susano, all that. Like, this is not. It's nothing.
He's not beating those two. He'll be Hidon
What about Gatora and Sasori?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm thinking. Like, I don't think that'd be enough, though. Honestly, like B2, B is like KCM1 level.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's too fast. He's too fast.
Yeah, he's way too fast.
He would
just slam them through,
blitz them, Biju bomb their asses, nuke them. Yeah, I don't know how they deal with that. They're
saying.
Once Gator gets those microscopic bombs in his bread,
that would be.
If they strategize and prep, like let's say like. They somehow know his power, which I'm gonna be real with you, I don't think this will happen at all because they're always so cocky where they're gonna fight their opponent like right on.
Yeah.
But let's say we give them the benefit of the doubt, they do like some prep where they're flying in the air, whatever, and try to like maybe. It's I don't know, bro.
I don't know.
Plausible, but it's not really likely.
I think if he goes full transformation, I think even his full Biju states is way too fast, and he could just grab them.
Blitz them.
I don't know.
Yeah, he'll blitz them. They're too. They just don't scale high enough. Definitely not in terms of speed. No. Yeah, so he probably beats them, and then Obito. I mean, Obito and Zetsu really isn't a duo, but Obito.
And the 8-Tails can tank like Biju bombs as well.
Yeah.
Like, blast radiuses and shit. Not like direct hits, but like, the whole blast explosion.
Yeah, he'd probably survive. Yeah. He'd survive all of Datara's bombs.
Yeah.
Even if he could even get it off in time, it doesn't get blitzed. But he beat that duo. And then Obito, I mean, he doesn't even need anybody to just blitz fucking Killer Bee.
Same
with Pain, to be honest. Shibaku Tensei.
Pain and Konon. Pain would win, full power. Like, basically the way I see it, that would go, it's kind of like what we saw in the anime only, where, like, he pulls up on the 6-Tails Jinchuriki, and he literally just deals with him with ease. Like, Shino Tensei beats his ass, blah, blah. And then, like, with the Link Vision, like, even if some of the Pains get hit or whatever, like, he can bring them back. He could also like shoot his rods at his tails, which is what he did against the other dude, and immediately like depowers him and restrains him.
Yeah,
like there's just so much stuff he can do.
Pain. I mean, Pain was slammed both Killer Bee and KCM1. There's no way that Killer Bee would stand a chance.
Exactly.
So, he gets slammed. Obito would slam him. Yeah, so he would deal with the lower tier duos. Probably just Hidon Kakuzu. And Datara and Sasori.
And then Raikage would slam his fist in the desk. And
yeah.
And then he gets slammed.
I'd say Sasori's and Datara are probably the closest.
Yeah, that's probably the closest one.
Yeah. It's not even really that close, but yeah.
Let's see. Pain and Sage Kabuto versus Itachi and Orange Mask Obito. Okay, so Itachi and Orange Mask Obito versus Pain and Sage Kabuto. Well, it depends on what Itachi we're talking about. If it's Edo Itachi, then Edo Itachi and Orange Mask Obito probably beat them together. If it's sick Itachi, then Pain and Sage Kabuto probably take that. He just wouldn't keep up.
It's gonna be too much for Obito too. Like to do
Yeah.
it all the hacks and Kabuto, his
Yeah.
Edo Tensei. If we even give that, that's even overkill. But let's say no Edo Tensei with everything Kabuto can do and all the shit Pain can do. Like I don't know, man. That's just
Yeah, because Itachi just wouldn't
too
last.
much.
He wouldn't last against
Yeah.
them. If it's healthy Itachi and Orange Master Obito, they probably would beat those two though. Especially considering Edo Nagato got blitzed by Edo Itachi on more than one occasion. So, well, I know a lot of
Yeah,
people.
the Itachi and Kabuto fight was interesting because like Kabuto wanted his Edo back and Itachi wanted to stop the reanimation. So like
Yep.
they weren't going all out, the two of them.
Neither
But
one.
they are
Yeah.
relative to some
Careful,
degree.
Jay.
For sure.
Careful. You're about to piss off all the parsley and all the other servers.
Yeah, they get mad at the truth. The
What
truth
happened
hurts.
with those
He
guys?
didn't get blitzed. Now
The truth hurts, but yeah, that's what happened. Nah, B claps Data and Sasori. Yeah, probably.
Oh yeah.
The only thing you can argue is for Sasori, if B goes full 8-tail, Sasori could cut him with poison. You could theoretically argue that because of the V2's nature, that it might just disintegrate the poison. It might not even go inside his bloodstream. The way the V2s work, it's kind of like Naruto with his chakra when he used to get enraged. The poison might not even work. It might not even pierce his skin.
Plus, he has that lightning cloak too, so that's also another extra layer of
Yeah, like
durability.
the little metal tip that Sasori uses might not even penetrate him. It might just melt. Very likely. Kisame versus Orochimaru. Kisame more than likely.
Without
Edo's,
yeah.
Without Edo's, he gets slammed. But without Edo's, Orochimaru scales to here's old man Hiruzen, he's blatant Sannin level. Yeah, he probably would lose to Kisame, who's slayed a perfect Jinchuriki, who's KCM 1 level in terms of speed. So yeah, Orochimaru would just be too slow. Kisame would. I mean, there's many things he could do. Drown him. He could absorb his chakra. There's plenty of things he could utilize to make it happen. And empirically, he just scales above him. He has better feats than the guy. So
Absolutely.
yeah. But feel free to keep asking questions, folks. Again, donations take priority, or if you're a member. So go ahead and keep asking. We have a few here as well.
Hey, what about Sage Mode Naruto? And we like until somebody brings something up, just for something to fill in the airtime.
Yeah.
Rising Shuriken Naruto, Sage Mode Naruto, and KCM Naruto against the Akatsuki duos. What do you think about that?
All three then? Like all three
Yeah.
Narutos?
Yeah. Start with Rising
Rasen,
Shuriken,
Sage.
and then we can start with
Rasen,
Sage Mode and then
Shuriken,
KCM.
Naruto.
Loses to all, right?
Yeah,
I think
he's not even
yeah.
getting past Kakuzu and Hidan. Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. He'd fall very quickly.
He was struggling with Kakuzu alone.
Yeah, Sage Mode slamming Kakuzu and Hidan. They could have even.
Oh yeah. Slamming.
Blitzing them. They wouldn't even know what hit them when they're dead.
Nope.
As far as Data and Sasori, I think even there.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That is really weird and interesting.
Even there,
Well,
he's just too fast.
I think Naruto just has too much durability for the needles as well as Sage Mode to even pierce his skin to begin with.
Yeah.
I think he's obviously above Sonny level. Same with
blatantly.
Sasori, obviously, like we said earlier.
Yeah.
So I think the reactionary, amplification.
He
rather,
can do
that,
like 3 clones as well, and summon Kembunta if needed to. So
yeah. I think he has the adequate reaction speed to deal with Sasori. He has the durability to deal with the needles. The poison gas might be a problem, but he'd have to figure out some like distraction or method to get him in that AoE to begin with.
he could always use Kembunta to blow it away too.
Yeah, he has the summonings with him.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
I think the gas is really like the biggest thing, if only that.
And I do think he would summon him as well, because once again, I don't like bringing it up, but in the movies he does summon Kembunta with Sage Mode when he needs him.
Yeah.
And if he's seeing Sasori do like his fucking sand and shit, and Data doing all his shit, and they're being like little pussies, fine, like he will summon him. You know what I mean? So that can help with like the whole flying thing. But then again, that's if it even gets that far. Like it more likely gets to the point where they just get fucking slammed before they could even start doing shit.
Yeah, he's just too. I would say he's even too fast for those two. Especially if he's like going toe to toe with Tendo Pain. Yes, it was a fatigue one, but nonetheless, it's Tendo Pain, who fucking Kakashi got folded by. So so I would say he probably deals with those two. There's a couple ways it could. There's a couple
Sasori's
ways.
Interesting though.
Yeah,
sure.
Sasori, even Data, if he uses microscopic bombs, I don't know how that would.
Yeah, totally.
It's possible that they could win, but they'd have to be like bloodlusted. which is not in their character. They usually work up to things, especially Deidara.
Because like Sage Mode Naruto is obviously above Sage Jiraiya, but to how much I don't know really. And then Sasori's above someone like Hanzo, who's above all the Sannin, granted younger, but collectively.
Yep.
So they're not like on different leagues of one another when it comes to like tangible stats.
Like,
but
and Naruto surpassed his Jiraiya, by the way, guys. Like that's just said over and over.
Blatantly.
For sure.
I mean,
And Shikamaru's dad says him and Pain are in an entire class of their own.
Yeah,
they're just way above.
Frogtoad himself says, he surpassed Jiraiya. Yeah.
Like Shikamaru is like, hey, we need to go help Naruto. He's so full of shit, whatever. And Shikamaru's dad, mind you, the two most smartest people, arguably, like in the whole world. And like his dad's like, no, nobody can help him. It's redundant. Like that means he was even considering Kakashi. You know what I mean? Like even Kakashi, you name it, blah blah. Like nobody can help Naruto. Like
I just think his speed's too vast, and his abilities are a problem. Like his Rasen Shurikens getting thrown around would be a problem. He'd disintegrate Deidara and Sasori with those. So
you can do 3 clones.
I'd probably lean towards Sage Mode Naruto. After that, though, he starts to fail. He's not beating Kisame and Itachi.
It'd be a low diff fight, though. I'll say that.
Yeah.
It'd be a low diff fight. It
wouldn't be easy. Yeah, it wouldn't be super easy. He'd have some trouble.
Kisame and Itachi, they slam him.
They slam him, He just doesn't scale that high. Kisame alone probably could beat him. Together, collectively, no. They're just too fast. Just Genjutsu. Kisame could theoretically, I don't know how his Samehada would react to nature energy, but that'd be interesting.
Yeah, that could be a problem.
He might not even need that. He might not even need that because Itachi would just take care of it.
He could just use his water dome, which isn't really a sentient being, and it can also
because he could use water style ninja to absorb all his nature energy, like what the Path of Pain did. Like he could use like his shark bomb. So if like Naruto goes like do his massive Rising on that, or Rising on, or like whatever, like it could absorb all that, even including potentially his nature. And
on top of that, even if the Ninetales aids him, Kisame would just absorb that too.
A water prison as well can absorb anything.
Yeah,
if he gets put in a water prison, that's problematic.
He'd be out of his league. Yeah, he's just not on that level.
I don't think Samehada would be
Same's not fighting toe-to-toe with Sage Mode Naruto.
No,
I don't think that would be the case. I think he would definitely get outpowered in Taijutsu and you name it. But with all his hacks and water style, he could create distance. He could react to V2 Killer B and V1. So come on. I mean, he does have reaction feats. So like overall with all the shit he can do, like it would just counter Naruto.
There's just counters
he's a brawler.
There's counters to everything he has with Itachi and Kisame together. Yeah, like the Genjutsu problem.
Together that's just not Genjutsu. Like what the fuck does he do?
He's dead. He's dead. So
like, he like Itachi like no diff effortlessly always puts him in Genjutsu, bro.
He's not standing a chance against those two. And then the others, he gets folded by Pain. I mean, he did fold him.
We saw Tendo Pain while fatigued and exhausted
slammed him by himself. Folded him by himself. And then we have Obito. He's just too fast. I mean, he's too fast. He gets slammed and sent to the common.
Minato just says it. You need 9 tails power to fight against Obito. To even have a chance, not to beat him, but to have a chance.
Yeah, he's like this guy's not even who you should worry about. It's the guy with the orange mask. Is what he told him literally. Yeah. So he gets slammed by. He gets sent to the common when he's dead. He wouldn't get too far. And then KCM 1 beats the first duo. Obviously slams them.
Yeah.
Not even competition.
But no, Kakashi was hitting.
Yeah, Kakazu's ride ability would get fucked up. You get blitzed.
It's the same thing. He just stopped at Itachi again.
Yeah, and Deidara and Sasori, it would just be easier for him to deal with Deidara and Sasori. He's just way too fast. Blitzes them, kills them.
Yeah,
or could Bijou bomb their ass. Theoretically, they get nuked. And then, Itachi and Kisame still beat him. He's just not fast enough at that point. He needs to be like KCM 2+. Then we could talk about him beating those two. But
exactly.
Yeah. And Obito as well. Gets slammed. Pain slammed him as an Edo. Yeah. But beyond that, he probably beats everybody. KCM 2. KCM 2 stage mode. Obviously 6-pass slams probably the entire Akatsuki alone. Let's see what people said here. Sage mode Naruto's Rasen Shuriken expands too, and I think he could easily get Sasori's puppets. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Theoretically, he could cut the chakra strings with the Rasen Shuriken and slice through them.
Shit, like even without even being in Sage Mode, Naruto could summon like fucking hundreds or thousands of clones and just use Rising Gun Barrage. And
God, he tamed the Ninetales with that. So
yeah.
What y'all think about Hiruzen against Gauntlet 1v1 or duos? Hiruzen,
Akatsuki
versus the Akatsuki Gauntlet. Hiruzen, let's see, is an old man. Slams
He's
Kakazun
struggling with
Hidan.
Orochimaru.
Yeah, he slams Kakazun Hidan. They would be fodder to him. But then Sasori, I mean, he's beyond Sonic level. I don't know if he beats Sasori as an old man, I should
Yeah.
say.
I
Yeah,
don't think
old
so
man, yeah.
either, honestly.
He-
Like the Tobirama and Hashirama summons that Orochimaru had were like arguably like base Sonic level too. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
he was able to contend against 3 people of like base Sonic level,
Yeah.
essentially. That's
Yeah.
like the highest you can scale him,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
he wouldn't get past that duo alone. Yeah, and the others would just
No.
slam.
Yeah, I think Hiruzen loses to Sasori and Dataro.
Yeah, probably would lose to them. He's too old, he's too rusty. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
He probably loses to them.
And Sasori scales with someone who already beat all
And
of
everybody
the,
else,
Sonic
obviously,
as well.
utterance
So, yeah,
slam
kind of-
anybody else.
Yeah,
so.
Itachi would fold him. Kisame. Yeah. Pain would fucking Shibaku Tensei.
Now, if
him.
it's like the 10 years younger Hiruzen, like in the Nine Tails incident, or theoretically a prime,
Yeah.
I think he can at least get through all the way to Dataro and Sasori, like beat those two, beat Kakuzu Hidan, obviously.
Yeah.
And then it'll get like contentious with
Now-
like Itachi and Obito.
Kisame,
Now, if we really
yeah.
wank Hiruzen and go before Retcon, he beats the entire Katsuki because he stayed as the strongest Hokage ever. But again, that's if
Yeah.
you want
Yeah.
to presuppose that. He even beats.
God of Shinobi.
Yeah. If he's stronger than fucking Hashirama, he's slamming the Akatsuki. But
At that point,
yeah.
yeah.
But we all know he got Retcon. I mean, shit. He was having trouble with fucking Orochimaru. So
Yeah. So even like a younger version, like don't get me wrong, be way tremendously more better. He's not having to deal with all the bullshit and
yeah.
handicaps, but I just don't think I don't even think that version is fucking with somebody like Itachi's capacity.
Nah, yeah.
Nah, I don't know
not.
either, bro.
Kasame, he might be able to deal with.
Maybe.
him.
Yeah,
maybe.
Maybe.
Kisame's that just one,
But
yeah.
just not Itachi, Obito, and Pain.
Nah,
I
those
just don't
guys,
see that.
top 3 is not
No.
touching unless you like go before Retcon when he's the strongest Hokage or something. It's the only way. Alive Minato versus Akatsuki duos. Shit. He slams the first duo. We don't have to discuss that. Sasori and Datara, they're too slow. He blitzes both of them.
Yeah. Just too slow.
Itachi
Get
Kisame, that's where he starts to have trouble.
Kasame, like, he'll probably get tagged, but he can heal from somehow.
Yeah.
So, depending on what it is.
Itachi's too fast for him. He's like faster than Keisumo Naruto.
Yeah.
Faster than someone that blitzed Keisumo Naruto and Edo Nagato. So I don't know if Minato beats those two together. His flying Raijin would be a problem though. But if,
for sure. It's gonna be hard to tag him.
If Itachi hits him with any Genjutsu, he's done.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I
Yeah.
just think like Yellow Flash Minato or Jonin Minato is like comparable to KCM1, and then as a Hokage, you could actually say it's
You could argue he's faster. Yeah.
But with Itachi, it's interesting because he's like reacting to someone in KCM1.
Target control, he's no joke.
But he only has his base Charmeleon out, so with the Monk Gecko, you have a faster reactionary speed. And can probably deal with someone of a faster caliber as well.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Think of this. Like, it would be the same shit like Raikage versus Sasuke all over again in a way, you know?
Yeah.
But it'd be a little bit more harder, obviously, because he has the kunais, which is just more advantageous, you know? Like, it's just way better.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of what you're dealing with. But I think with this Genjutsu involved, Susanoo and Kasame, like, incorporating their attacks and everything, I don't know,
Yeah.
they could
The
maybe
two
go
of
either
them
way,
together.
but like I think they have the edge.
Yeah.
especially the two of them together.
The
Yeah,
Genjutsu is a
absolutely.
problem. If he gets hit once, he's
Yeah.
done.
That can create so many opportunities. Like he has to break out of it, so that can create a time interval.
Yeah,
So.
he's very intelligent. Itachi, it wouldn't be easy for Itachi to catch him. Even in the subtle Genjutsu, it'd be hard. He's so intelligent and fast.
Yeah.
But I would lean towards Itachi and Kisame beating him.
Yeah, high diff probably, right?
High diff.
High diff. I don't know.
And then Pain. One-on-one. I mean,
Pain and
Conan's a fucking she's fodder. She's not doing shit. But she just sits there. Weak ass character got folded by
but
Jiraiya.
Jay, what about the when she fought Obi?
Like all Jiraiya had to do was fucking spit on her, and she was fucking fodder. So yeah, no, she's ass. Pain though, Pain versus Minato is interesting though. I think he's.
It is.
Probably
Even Kage thought it was an interesting fight.
Yeah,
so.
I tend to believe he's faster than Minato. I mean, he fucking blitzed Keisumo Naruto. Definitely faster than Jonin Minato. Now
I just think Minato didn't really see much of a threat, though. Yeah, I mean,
that's true.
like,
He didn't really see him like as a problem. Yeah.
Yeah, so it just indicates like he thinks like there's other priorities at the very least, and that he can take him on if need be as well.
Yeah, he was more
Well,
focused on Obito.
It's always an interesting comparison because when you have like all the feats and et cetera, yada yada, there's clearly a contradiction in a way.
Yeah.
But when we analyze the whole statement between him talking about pain to Obito, I think what he was just really worried about is the fact that like, yeah, pain is strong, blah blah, but Obito, he's a little bit more something to worry about because he has the power. For one, he thinks he's potentially Madara Uchiha. Two, can control the full nine tails, and then three, like, has space time ninjutsu that's even better than his. Like he's just more of a more scarier, like, like opponent in a sense. You know what I mean? I don't think like he was necessarily saying like he just completely outskills him, like, on a whole but it's just he's more of a bigger threat, with everything he has and things like that.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, I totally get it. And also, he fought Obito.
There was many conditions and variables for why even Naruto beat Pain to begin with.
So Pain versus Minato, I think there's arguments for both sides. The argument for Pain is that there's not enough to quantify how much faster Hokage Minato got. And Edo Nagato was significantly faster than
because Hokage Minato was equal to Yellow Mask Obito.
As a teenager too. So that's not like a bad thing, but I mean, Pain is Pain, and he blitzed KCM Naruto and Killer Bee together. They couldn't challenge him. So that would be the argument for Pain. The argument for Minato would be, well, Minato didn't seem to think of Pain as much of a threat. He thought Obito was a bigger threat. Hokage Minato is older, and this is later on when he's Hokage, and he's certainly gotten stronger and faster.
He should be more faster, potentially,
And
possibly has Sage Mode.
Possibly has Sage Mode, which he never utilizes. So he might even be stronger and faster.
And he can teleport and just use Sage Mode.
So based off that, there's arguments for both sides. I think either way would be difficult. It'd be a high diff for either one.
Be a high diff fight for either side. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
They'd have a tough time. Either one would have a tough time. And I think the speed gap isn't that significant either, regardless of who you think is faster.
Yeah. They'll be able to feel each other out for sure. Yeah.
It'd kind of be. I think it'd go similar to Obito.
And with the linked Renegon vision and shit, that even helps more. So.
That would help Pain a lot. Yeah. I think it'd be similar to Minato and Obito when during the Nine Tails attack. It'd be like, all right, I gotta fill this kid out and see what he's capable of.
And Minato could also deal with the summonings easily. He could just teleport them all away. Like even though he doesn't have anything to like a Mataratsu to instant counter, he can still teleport that dog to anywhere he fucking wants.
Yeah. So
Chibaku Tensei would be problematic though.
Chibaku Tensei would be a problem. He'd have to teleport his way out of that. Yeah. You'd have to fly and rising. You'd have to flying rising himself out of the radius of the gravitational pull.
Gravitational effects. Yeah, exactly.
So that's what he would have to do.
There's two ways that goes. Either Chibaku Tensei is somehow one con, or two, it's not. And then I don't even think Pain would even go as far to use Chibaku Tensei though, because like if he's over here fighting him and he's doing flying rising, space time teleportation, yada yada, I think Pain is definitely smart enough to be like, yeah, that might not be good to do, especially if you think it won't work. It'd be a waste of fucking chakra.
Yeah. So. There's ways for
and maybe for pressure, right, and like opportunity.
Yeah.
That could be useful, but it's not definitely risky.
There's definitely ways that either one could win. It'd be a very high difficult fight for both. High difficulty fight for both. Yeah. It'd come down to the wire. Yeah, that's a really good fight. That's a good video idea actually. To actually really
Orange Mask Obito, that is more straightforward.
Yeah.
So you don't think he is nowhere near. He just gets blitzed or dealt with, but.
Yeah.
Unless you think like the mark that's still on Obito, like if you think that is relevant enough, but like it is what it is. So
he probably beats Minato, but that seal on his back would be a problem. Yeah, it definitely be a problem because he has that already pre-established to flying rising behind him. But Orange Mask Obito is definitely.
If we take that away, what do you think with that? Like if he doesn't have the mark on him,
I think Obito would be faster. I mean, as a teenager, he was competing with Hokage Minato. He's not only is he faster, he's wiser. More battle experience as well.
Do you think Minato would activate Sage Mode if he was fighting Orange Mask? Like if he just thought like, I just can't hang with this dude. Let me teleport and see if I can be.
My rationality is that he's actually not that good at it. Because why wouldn't he have used it against teenage Obito when he's like, this is going to come down to who hits who first? That would have been a perfect time to use it. So it's my rationalization.
I think he's developed it.
Yeah,
like better in the Pure Land with Kurama. I think he just spent all that time.
To be fair, he was really stressed and he was on a timetable.
Yeah, the way I look at it is that
it takes a bit to gather Sage Mode, but I get what you're saying.
But if he as an Edo, he did it instantaneously. People will counter him and
Yeah,
say,
that
"Well,
is
he's."
true. Yeah, he
Yeah.
did it instantly. Yeah.
And then he said, people say, "Oh, he's only being modest when he says he's not good at it." But again, he never used
That's
it.
bullshit. It's perfect Sage.
Yeah. So I think that he's not as good at it as people think he is.
Yeah.
So I don't think he would use it because he would have used it against Obito for sure. If he literally states it's
He's
going to
more
come
of a
down,
monster. Yeah.
if it comes down to who
Like, why
hits
not?
who first, yeah, why wouldn't he use it? That's like
Because
that's like
imagine because that's even more crazy. That's like incorporating Sharingan with Chidori, where it makes it
Yeah.
a perfect technique. You know what I mean? It's the same thing with him using flying Raijin, teleporting, using Rising on them with Sage Mode Sensory.
yeah.
Like there's just no room for error. You know what I
So,
mean? Like he's
yeah.
good.
So I'd say he probably wouldn't, and if the seal wasn't there, I'd probably lean towards Obito winning that. Probably more than likely.
Gotcha.
Yeah, beating him. If he's doing that well as a teenager, he's certainly going to do better as an adult.
So you think they would at least be relative? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it would be a tough
Okay.
tough fight. He wouldn't just blitz him and like one shot him.
Yeah.
It'd be difficult.
I don't
Yeah.
think he's blitzing him either. Yeah.
Nah, the speed gap is. I wouldn't say Obito got that much faster, but he certainly improved.
Yeah.
That's the
I
thing
think,
with Minato growing
yeah.
up as a Hokage as opposed to Jonin State. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I agree he got faster, but I don't know if it's like significantly.
Yeah.
Like,
If anything,
KTM 1, KTM 2 level or something like that.
Yeah, I agree. It's certainly not that kind of amp. Either way, I think it'd be high diff for either one. Mid diff,
Yeah.
possibly if you give Obito a benefit of the doubt and you say he got significantly faster, which I don't think he did. I think it'd be high diff either way for Obito. He'd still have a tough time with Minato. If he has a seal on his back, it'd be even higher difficulty. And I don't think he's even aware of it, so he might get hit. He might not even know that it was there. So that'd be high diff. Minato would do pretty well against most of the duos, actually. So Minato just scales higher though, too. So
Yeah.
I agree. It's just a pressure of 6v1. Yeah, that would be hard for Minato to deal with. I want to ask a question. What if Guy was in the village with Pain versus Guy in the Leaf after the destruction? No one tell who got that. Guy would sacrifice himself to go 8 gates. That's most likely what would happen. He would say, "This guy's too fucking strong. I have to go 8 gates. He's gonna kill all of us here." So
Yeah,
that.
especially after the destruction, you know,
Yeah.
like I could see him like not going to 7th gate or something and using Hirodora because that would just cause more damage to the village. But it's already destroyed.
Yeah.
At that point, just go all out and just defeat who's really the main threat at that point.
Yeah,
So,
and he'd be more than after Kakashi's death. I mean, he's gonna be more than willing to kill himself for the Leaf. Yeah, he's definitely
literally, yeah.
Yeah, he'll just give his life. So yeah, he'd beat Pain, but he'd probably die in the process. Going on, Sir Goats. Thanks for coming in. Edo Itachi versus Edo Obito. Edo Obito, huh? Super Chats is acting stupid right now for some reason. Is it? Damn.
I think that fucks Obito more. In my opinion.
Yeah.
Being as an
Edo,
to
he'd be
honest.
weaker.
Yeah, he's weaker.
Be slower.
Because either he's the same person regardless. Because when he has Hashirama sauce, so he has infinite MS no matter what. But with him being an Edo, that's just downscaling into where that I feel like that would just make Itachi have more of the edge.
Yeah, Edo Itachi versus Edo and Obito. If it's just orange match,
Easier to hit a Totsuka blade, you know.
Yeah. As far as how to go between those two, Obito's pretty fast.
Yeah.
I think that's another high diff fight. You'd have to really analyze those two's speed, what they're capable of, their feats.
Exactly.
The speed isn't that much different between Orange Mask, Obito, and Itachi. I really don't think so.
No, why would
Yeah.
Obito Because think about it this way: why would he be so worried about even thinking internally that Itachi could somehow even be a threat? Because regardless of prep or planning, whatever, if you're just so much faster than somebody, that doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just move and bam, they're fucked calmly.
Yeah.
But the fact that he's really thought Itachi could have beat him, you know what I mean, or killed him if he was alive and knew everything about whatever, that just signifies he's within that, that caliber.
Oh shit! $20 from Sir Goats, of course. Appreciate it, brother.
Good job, man.
Appreciate it. It's the same question. Yeah, Edo Itachi versus Edo Obito. Obito would be slower. Yeah, he always respected Itachi. There's actually arguments for Itachi winning.
Always, throughout.
And that was sick.
That was
Itachi.
his main reason to even not attack Konoha.
Yeah. And
Or
even
fucking, or do anything.
that's even with Itachi growing more and more ill, by the way.
Yeah.
Getting sicker and sicker. You still saw him as a threat. until the very last moment when he
Like, to be
died.
that cautious and paranoid, that you have to be like clearly threatened or intimidated enough.
Yeah,
To where it's a risk. It's too risky to even engage.
he
In a
literally
fight.
says that
Yeah.
if he would have known more about me, I'd be dead. So yeah, he
Yeah.
respects him quite a bit. He respects him quite a bit. I think there's an argument for Itachi winning that one, to be honest.
Yeah.
Edo Itachi
Based off
versus Edo
that
Itachi.
for sure, but it could really go either way. I
Yeah,
mean,
it
it's
could.
just kind of like a
Yeah.
For
like
sure.
a objective, rationale as to how the battle might go between the two of them. But
Yeah,
it
it's
doesn't
tough.
really signify to me that absolutely Itachi would
Oh yeah,
take
it's
it.
definitely
But
not absolutely. No, yeah.
I do agree that
Like,
it
like
would be
Itachi, he's
contentious.
just
So.
so smart. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he's just like
Because
Minato. He's just so
Obito,
fucking smart. You
yeah,
know?
Obito's speed feat is just as a teenager is impressive. He's dealing with Hokage
Yeah.
Minato.
Literally.
Yeah,
Yeah, seriously.
Edo Itachi dealt with KC1 Naruto and dealt with Edo Nagato. It's
Yeah.
those speed feats are definitely comparable. It's not like one is vastly superior than the other.
It also depends on how you analyze the whole interaction with them, like kind of threatening each other in a way too
Yeah.
when they were first meeting and talking. So
They always saw each other as threats for sure. They're
yeah.
always
And
wary.
Itachi, he's not dumb. Like he would know if he can't fuck with somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he's not stupid. So the fact that he even remotely went up to Obito and threatened him and was like, "Hey, like we'll just throw down right now, or I'll kill you," whatever. Like because there's many translations for it. The fact that he even thought he could remotely give him an ultimatum. You know what I mean? Like, it kind of goes to show that he could be able to fight him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, nobody's getting speed
Because
blitzed, you know?
when Itachi showed up and told Obito, "Hey, I have a proposition," and Obito said,
Yeah.
"What if I refuse?" Like, all right, we're gonna have to settle that. Obito's like,
Yeah.
"All right, this guy's a threat. Maybe it is better if we just work together."
Because think about it. Obito, like, you know how Obito is, bro. If somebody
Yeah.
threatened him and he knows they're fucking fodder,
I mean,
and like, he would just
Even
shit on them.
yeah,
He
even the
would
Ray
kill them.
Kage, even the Ray Kage tried to
Really?
blitz him, and he's like, "Bitch," he just fucking faced through.
Yeah,
He's
like-
not scared of anybody.
Like, no, but, like,
Yeah.
so for the fact that he was willing to listen to his terms, and go from, like, that has to show some type of
Yeah.
narrative,
There's
course,
certainly
yeah.
Come on.
there's certainly an arbitrary level of relativity between those two. There
Yeah.
certainly is.
Yeah.
I think that it goes either way. Honestly, I think that there's certainly a high
Absolutely.
diff outcome where either one could win. For sure, it's very likely.
I think Itachi would, if they're both Edos, Itachi would just go into toad's good now.
Yeah, that's gonna be a
have to do
problem.
something like Kamui or
Yeah,
something.
Yeah.
I don't.
So,
Does even
yeah.
Obito have fucking sealing jutsu? Like,
Yeah, if he's
Oh,
fine.
like
that's
maybe
the thing.
because he was
You'd have
trained
to
by
calm
Madara,
him.
but
Yeah, you'd have to calm him. Oh shit, $9,
Yeah,
$10
yeah,
from
calm
So
down.
Goods once again. Appreciate that, brother.
Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate it.
I do.
I have to re-record my Flame Alchemy video, unfortunately. Hey, I know what the pain. I know the pain of re-recording feels like. Trust me, it sucks.
I got one. How do you think each Hokage does against Obito and the Nine Tails attack?
Each Hokage, Hashirama,
Yeah.
would sun him. But
Yeah.
he would make the Nine Tails. He'd make the Nine Tails his bitch by taming him, putting him to sleep, and then he said, "Obito, get out of my village," and he would slam him.
It'd be a Kakuzu feat all over again,
yeah.
like, bitch.
It'd be like Kakuzu 2.0. He's like, oh, you know what? I'm a spirit.
Or
Yeah.
he'd be dumb enough, he'd be like, Madara, I thought we were friends. Stop this.
Oh
or
my
I'll kill
god.
you."
He's like, oh, he'd probably be like, Madara, I didn't know you were this fucking weak. What happened to you? You're fucking
Yeah,
fodder."
literally.
Oh,
That's what he would say.
Imagine, dude. The
He's like-
disrespect, man.
He's like, you're fucking
Because let's be
ass.
real, Hashirama's dumb as fuck, bro.
Yeah, he might actually think it's Madara. He's like, you're fucking ass
Yeah.
now, Madara. We used to compete, and now you're a fucking pathetic loser. What the hell happened?
Like, I thought you died, bro. Like,
Yeah.
and now you're this weak?
It's
Damn.
like, damn, you should have stayed dead. That's probably what he would say. So he would fucking slam and fold him. Tobirama would fail.
Gets beat up.
He's too slow.
Fuck
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
Obito would be like, sorry, bud. I'm going to the convoy. And that's it.
Died a kin again with fucking the baby Nine Tails juice, like full
Yeah.
power Nine Tails, even that alone. would be a
Obito would
fucking
probably
problem.
run his mouth. He's like, dude, you lost a kid again. Come on. And then he would slam.
Oh,
him.
imagine, dude. He says that
like,
to his face.
So you think you're a threat? You lost a kid again. I have the whole Nine Tails under my control, loser. And then he fucking, and then Hiruzen. I mean, we kind of saw how that was going. He was struggling with the Nine Tails. We saw that.
Yeah.
I think
he kept saying, like, where's Minato? We need him.
Yeah, I think he's just too slow for Obito.
Yeah.
Unless we presuppose again that he's the strongest Hokage ever, then he'd slam him. But if we don't, he's too slow.
Yeah.
He'd probably lose. And then on Minato, we already saw what happened.
Yep.
literally.
Tsunade is
Tsunade
fucking
doing
slow as
shit.
shit. She's getting convoyed and sent
Yeah,
to the
she
convoy
gets
mission,
fucking slammed.
She'll get Bijou bombed. She'll be sitting there, laying there, and then Nobito will be like, I'm just going to send you away.
Genjutsu.
Genjutsu.
Anything you want to do to her.
Should get tortured. Yeah, should get tortured by him. Kakashi, a theoretical novel Kakashi would absolutely obliterate him.
Stomp.
Yeah, he would slam him.
Absolutely.
Kage, Akastuki, and Boruto, yeah.
It'd fucking destroy him. So that's that, and then we all know what Naruto would do. One shot. Naruto would.
Oh, really?
What about Danzo for fun?
Oh,
how do you
Donzo?
think Danzo does for fun?
I think even Donzo's too slow at that point.
Yeah, he just still gets beat.
Obito's
Way
like,
too
you
slow,
think
man.
I care if you keep reviving? I'll just keep sending you to the Conway, bitch. And just do it over and over. Yeah. So he would just be in a loop until he dies or gets sent to the Conway. So yeah, most Hokage wouldn't. Well, actually, most would do okay besides the weaker ones. So
Yeah.
the conditions, yes, Guy would win with 7th gates, but if Pain was at full, no intel, I think Pain would kill Guy before 8th gates without intel. If he blitzes fucking Guy, maybe. But once he's in the 8 gates, Pain's dead. Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do at that point.
He's just too
Literally.
slow.
Technically, Guy still loses because Nagato doesn't die, but.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
He would just be in his tree
Yeah.
like, bitch, I'm still here.
Yep, like, oh, I got rid of 8K Guy, yay,
Yeah,
no
it's like,
loss.
oh, now no one can stop me. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably
That'd be a
like,
pitiful way to
just
end
or
Naruto's story.
even more disrespectful, Conan, like, he tells Conan, hey, take his body. And
Oh
makes Guy
god!
pass the
Oh my
pain.
god! That'd be so disrespectful. Yeah, that'd be terrible. Hashirama would stomp him. Tobirama's finished. Hiruzen probably wouldn't do anything. Yeah. Minato, we already did what he did. Tsunade's
Yeah,
gonna
we
do
saw
shit.
that.
Yeah, that's probably.
Yeah.
Ichikoski do it in the 5 Kage summit. Hidon and Kakuzu would get laughed out of the summit, get their asses slammed. They're pathetic
Definitely.
compared to those guys. Yeah, Rikage would be like, "Are you kidding me? Like, this is the best you have."
Yeah.
Dataro and Sasori might be a problem. I just see the Rikage being too fast. Onuki,
Especially Onuki,
especially Onuki. Especially if Onuki and the Rikage do what they did in the war and like amplify the Rikage's speed, they're getting fucked up.
What do you guys think about each Genin versus the Sound 5 Gauntlet? Something like
Each
that.
Genin.
Like Conan 12.
Now, if it's their versions during the Chunin exams,
Yeah.
the only one that would stand a chance would be Gaara and Naruto if he goes on a rampage. I don't know anyone else that would stand a chance against the Sound 5.
Right? Like, they all just lose.
Especially collectively.
What about
Collectively.
What about
Collectively.
Red Pill Choji? I don't like.
Oh,
Do you
God.
think he has a chance of beating the other Sound 4 members or no?
He's multi-continental, so
Because like the way I see it is like we do know Jirobo is the weakest out of the Sound 4. It's just said several times.
Yeah.
It's constantly implied. And when he struck Jirobo, he struck him a couple times. Like Jirobo didn't die instantly. It took for him to channel all his chakra in his arm and then land a hit. And he also had to dodge Jirobo's attack, otherwise he would have been killed.
Yeah.
He didn't just straight up tank it; he had to dodge. So, like, I think that's an interesting one. But like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I think like Sound 4 could beat him because like, especially the range fighters, like
if it's if it's how they would do against each individually, that would be a little different. If it's if it's I might figure his name right now.
What is it?
The bone guy.
Kimimaro?
Kimimaro. There's so many K's. Yeah, Kimimaro.
There's Kidomaru.
Yeah, it's Kidomaru,
slams him.
Kimimaro, Konohamaru.
Yeah.
But I don't think anyone beats him except Gaara.
Yeah.
Gaara and hypothetical enraged Naruto if he's enraged enough.
Yeah.
Sasuke, but during the training exams I don't see him beat him. Later on he would, maybe.
I don't know if you guys knew this, but in the data book, Kidomaru's like max.
He's
speed for his
maxed out
arrow
his stats,
is like actually supposed to be lightning speed.
Jesus.
Pretty crazy. I don't know how hyperbolic that is, but
Yeah, that's
it
crazy.
does lend some credence to like how dangerous of a attack that is. And
Yeah.
Genin are not lightning speed whatsoever. Really.
The
we get to like
The weaker
yeah.
Genin wouldn't stand a chance against any of them, like Tenten and Sakura's trash ass, Ino's ass.
I think they all just get bullied by in a 1v1 scenario to Sound 4 or Sound 5, whatever.
Yeah,
Like Red
Neji.
Pill Choji's instantly, but
Yeah.
you know.
Now
What
the
about Neji?
the stronger ones. So Neji, I think I think he could have a chance against Jirobo. He'd shut down his chakra network.
Well, if the Spider-Man dude conceded close combat to Neji, then
Yeah.
he's getting beat up.
Yeah, Jirobo would get beat up. How would he do against Tayuya? If he can get to her in time and shut down her chakra network, I don't know if he would in time. If she used the Genjutsu,
Well, here's the question: do you think Neji's faster than Shikamaru? Because she was equal to him.
yeah, I think he's faster. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
So
He probably would
Neji
blitz
probably
her.
deals with her. What about Saikon? Like he was
shit.
dominating Kiba, but like Kiba was relative to him.
Yeah,
you know?
that's an interesting one. He is stated to be the strongest, or implied to by Kabuto, I think. If he is the strongest, and we presuppose that, it means he's stronger than Kidomaru too.
No. It's just weird to think Kiba is over Neji. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I mean, Kiba did get fucked up until Kankuro showed up, though. But
yeah, like
doesn't
Kiba
make
was
no
getting
sense to
slammed
me.
like the whole fight. I mean, like Kiba was able to react. I'll give him that. Like he was reacting and he was relative to that dude. But
yeah,
I think I can never see Kiba over Neji. That's just weird.
Yeah, no, he's not over Neji for sure. He was literally stated to be the best recruit, actually. Neji.
Yeah,
was.
like Neji. Yeah, he was stated to be the strongest out of the whole group. Yeah.
So I would say he would certainly do better than Kiba. Certainly, much better. He might even put Sakon on Yukon on against the ropes a little bit. I would say that there's a chance he could beat him. There's a chance, but if he is the strongest,
they could probably go either way. Yeah.
If he is the strongest of the Sound Four, then he probably wouldn't. But then again, it comes down to styles too. Styles make fights, and Kidomaru's long range, which is just a kryptonite for Neji. So.
And then all the obvious 10 hit slams, Sakura, blah blah.
Yeah, Sasuke.
What do you think about Fifth Gate Lee?
Fifth Gate Lee, I think he'd do pretty well. Definitely will probably beat Jirobo.
Oh yeah, he would slam him.
I think he'd have some issues with Kidomaru though. I think
the long range.
To,
yeah.
Really struggle with like detecting where he is without the Byakugan.
Oh, that'd be a problem.
Then the speed of the arrows. You know what I mean?
To be fair, Neji just let him fucking move. Like he was just standing there. He literally lets him run away, and then Neji's like, "Bitch, I can still see you. I know you're there."
Yeah, he has the Byakugan. Yeah, exactly.
But I'm just saying, like he just literally let him like fucking start running away, and I was like, "Bro, Neji, why you letting him do that?"
I would say it depends on the terrain. If Rock Lee's fighting Kido and the where Neji fought him,
open field.
If it's where he fought Neji, where all those trees are at, I don't know how Rock Lee's gonna find him.
Yeah, that could be problematic.
I think he gets sniped.
Fighting, spamming. Yeah, he's gonna
snipe him like he did Neji. Yeah, he's gonna
like unless you think like he tries to snipe him, whatever, and then like Lee can react and then like try to maybe get his location. But then again, like it's interesting because like with him, he can literally swing everywhere, and remove his location and whatnot. So
and the fact that you can even like
and Lee has a time clock.
Yeah, that's the problem. His body's deteriorating from the fifth gate. Yeah.
And Kido can literally like find where Neji's blind spot was. It's literally like a 1 degree like blind spot. Yeah. So I mean the man is quite
Oh yeah, his accuracy is insane. He's extremely intelligent. Like his calculations,
I think
it's insane.
In that terrain,
with Jirobo for sure.
Yeah, he's being Jirobo regardless of terrain.
But that's if he gets away though, because if Lee is right there in front of him, he gets speed blitzed in my opinion. I think he's just getting the fucking kick to the jaw like what he did to Gara and everybody else.
Oh yeah, if fifth grade Lee is fighting any of these guys of the Sound Four, I should say, in like on an open field, he's probably blitzing any one of them more than likely.
Yeah.
If it's now if it's Kimimaru, I don't know about that. He's gonna struggle with him. I
agree. Kimimaru definitely.
Yeah, he's gonna have trouble unless he could wait it out, which is not something he can do. His body's deteriorating and waits for Kimimaru to get sick enough. Maybe then he'd have the edge, but he'd probably lose to Kimimaru. He'd probably lose to him. He's too powerful. And he's not going to last long anyway himself. His body's deteriorating every second he uses the fifth gate. So
yeah, that's the problem with the gates.
So Kimimaru would probably outlast him. He's like, all right, he's a trouble for me right now, but I could tell he's deteriorating. And once his window opens, he's dead. So he would do well.
The way I see it, he would do well. Like the way I see it is like, Drunken Fist was giving him some running money. And then like first gate, like he also does like CM1 activation to kind of like compensate, like shut that shit down instantly. Yeah, and he does acknowledge him in a way, like he says, "Hey, like impressive speed, like that's pretty impressive," But like the way I see it, like with the fifth gate, even if like Lee goes fifth gate full power, and like what if you think he can deal with base or whatever, or like now he's equal to CM1. Bottom line is the moment Kimimaru goes CM2, he's fucked.
Oh, he's dead.
There's just nothing. I'm sorry, like
no one's dealing with that except like end of.
Like Gar was getting bullied by CM2.
Yeah, the only reason he was able to win is because Kimimaru was dying. So.
Yeah, like they both would have died actually. Yeah.
Yeah, the only ones I would deal with even with CM2 Kimimaru would be like end of Naruto Naruto or Sasuke. It's probably the only ones that could deal with him. Theoretically, I don't think even
reasonably.
Yeah, Neji wouldn't
I
beat
think
him.
Kamaru just slams those two as well.
He might even
but
slam
that's just
them.
me.
Honestly, yeah, he might slam those two
Yeah.
also if he's not sick.
Sasuke, like Two-Tomo Sasuke was over here struggling with the sound 4.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh shit! 10 ducks and Surgeries once again. Appreciate that, brother.
Should go.
Just saw it. Oh, this is JJK and Naruto. Itadori with Sukuna versus Danzo. So
Ooh,
we've said this
a hard
before, though. So if we're presupposing full power Sukuna, we can't really answer that yet, especially with my knowledge
Yeah.
currently. If it's current Itadori, which is the one I'm familiar with, JJK characters just do not scale that high in terms of speed, in terms of AP. You know, the special grade curses are described as multi-cluster explosive level. I mean, come on, we see that in Part 1 Naruto. So
paper bombs. Yeah.
I mean, paper bombs.
Yeah.
Well, Conan would take down most special grade curses in herself. So, I would say Danzo more than likely beats this Itadori. With all the fingers consumed, who knows? Who knows how strong he'll become?
Yeah, Danzo's just a lot faster too.
Yeah, it's too
You know,
fast.
I mean,
He can
react
revive.
to
Let's
anything.
say if Itadori can't even kill him with Sukuna, he would just revive himself. Curse
I don't
energy.
know enough about JJK, unfortunately,
and-
so I'm just going with it.
And curse energy is kind of like chakra; it runs out. So I mean, it is Sukuna.
Oh, okay.
Sukuna's broken, but curse energy is finite, just like chakra. So
Gotcha.
I'd say Danzo. Danzo's probably faster.
And
His
does
AP
that affect their power levels too?
Yeah.
As well?
If you have like
Okay.
fully replenished curse energy, you're definitely more powerful than if you have like barely
Okay.
any. Yeah, that's why
We
Gojo's
also
so
have-
powerful because he has tons. He's like the fucking. He's like a Hashirama version of JJK. He has a
Yeah,
ton of
literally,
chakra.
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally that's what he is.
We haven't seen Sukuna though, like in full power with
True.
Itadori yet, and also it's just kind of more of like a lore / narrative like implication that he is stronger than Gojo at full power. He's
Yeah.
supposed to be revered as the greatest sorcerer of all time.
Literally, yeah. Like
Essentially, so.
he puts special grades in their place many times.
Yeah,
Like that one.
it's
I
kind of
forgot his-
like
yeah, I forgot his
Ramen's
name.
Sasuke,
Yeah, exactly. I remember when that one special grade, kind of like I forgot his name, but he was fighting Itadori, and he touched Itadori's soul and touched Sukuna, and Sukuna's like, "Bitch, I'm gonna give you one chance.
Yeah.
Don't ever touch me
Literally,
again."
dude.
Yeah. And then the guy was like shitting his pants. He's like, "Oh God, I better never fuck with him again." So he's literally fodder to that special grade curse, like complete
Like an
fodder.
Itachi to Orochimaru moment?
Yeah, literally, that's what it was. He's like, "How dare you?" That's what he told him. Like, "How dare you?" Fuck
Or
me?"
like when Sasuke like peered into Naruto and Kurama was like, "Bro, get the hell out of here!
Yeah,
What you doing in my
literally.
zone?"
Yeah,
You know what I
literally,
mean?
literally what that was. Gojo's broken, but yeah, Sukuna is one of the only ones that full power could see contending, maybe even surpassing him at full power. So, Danzo probably beats this current Yuji though. Yuji Itadori with Sukuna. He just doesn't scale that high. Yeah.
No, especially without like all 20 fingers. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he only has current JJK. I'm not sure, but as far as how far I am into it, he only has like maybe 4 or 5 eaten. So yeah, he's not nowhere near full power.
Not at all.
War Arc Team 7 versus the 5 Kage. War Arc Team 7? So if you're talking about end of the war, they fucking slammed the 5 Kage.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like, that's EMS Sasuke, KCM Naruto, and Sakura with 100 healings.
one of them
And
alone would slam
Game
them.
has Kakashi?
God. Oh,
Yeah.
with DMS Kakashi alone would slam them. Yeah.
War Arc Kakashi, yeah.
If it's early War Arc though, 5 Kage would contend. Let's say it's KCM1 Naruto, EMS Sasuke, Kakashi, and then Sakura. They could contend, but even then, I think Naruto and Sasuke would have a speed advantage over the Kage. Maybe they could close the
They were
gap.
just getting to a point narratively where they were surpassing the
Yeah.
Kage in a way.
Maybe
you know?
theoretically, if Onuki amping the Raikage speed closes that gap that there is,
Yeah.
maybe, which is a big if.
That's
but
if they even, that's even if it gets that far, because,
Yeah.
you know.
that's if they don't all get blitzed first.
Yeah.
The Raikage is no joke. I mean, like, he
Oh,
was
no, yeah, no.
comparable to, like, Jonin Minato way back in the day. And then he's had a lot of time. You know, he's empirically proven to have trained. And so
Oh,
he
yeah.
probably got at least a little bit faster than then. And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
you
definitely.
amplify Anoki on top of that. I mean, the guy's probably in the ballpark of, like, 1.3 KCM.
Yeah,
You
he
know,
probably could contend. The problem would probably be Sasuke's Genjutsu. That's probably how he would deal with him. You probably
Agreed.
genjutsu
Yeah.
him, and then once he's out of the equation, everyone else is getting blitzed.
Yeah.
No one's fast enough.
Like grab him with his Susanoo Genjutsu, or just look at him like he did a Killer Bee.
Yeah.
We do know he has plenty of reaction feats with as an MS.
Yeah.
Only to Raikage.
With EMS, he's definitely
So-
catching him. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then at that point, the other four are just too slow. They just get blitzed. Yeah, they're too slow.
They
and
can
they
also
lose.
do their summonings. Naruto can summon the frog, snake, slug. You know, you have all that. Then you have Kakashi's broken ass Kamui where you can snipe people. So if he's in like Sasuke's Susanoo, or you know what I mean, like being protected and shit, and he's over here Kamuing and shit, like what the fuck do they do? You know?
Yeah. Boruto over Three-Eyed Madara. Current Boruto? Yes. With Karma? Yeah.
Oh, no doubt, bro.
Yeah, for sure. There's no proof anywhere in the series that Toby can handle the Nine Tails like his brother, besides Flying Thunder God it away. But how does he actually tame it? He poorly gets fucked trying to. Yeah.
Yeah, Tsurama can't do shit about the Nine Tails.
Yeah, no. Yeah, he's not dealing with that. My sister is a massive fan of Jjk. Yeah, Jjk is fucking goated. And I asked her who would win between Gojo versus Saitama, and she says Gojo would beat him, and I'm using her quotation fingers. She said no contest. Yeah,
Damn.
Saitama would blitz him, one-shot him. He's just too fast.
What do you
He's,
guys think of?
Not
Yeah.
like plus.
He like
for sure.
he like jumps
Travel
to
across
Earth.
the room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
In like a second, dude. It's
literally.
ridiculous.
Yeah, he'd be on. Yeah, he's light speed. Yeah, for sure. Way
What
too
do you
fast.
guys think of this? Because you know, like we saw the whole Madara versus the Shinobi Alliance, and even like Six and Swag. We're talking about like what if Minato switch places?
Yeah.
Well, what if Itachi and Nagato fought the army of the Shinobi Alliance?
Shit.
And when Madara, like that whole point when he came out as
Yeah.
Minato.
If there was those two in place of Madara, they would certainly have their way.
Right?
They would slam all those Shinobi. Yeah, they would slam all the entire line.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
They probably, who knows, maybe they're not as scared of those two as they are as Madara, but they'd get slammed. They all get boxed up by them. They get boxed up for sure. They're just too slow. They're inferior.
Like the five Kage would have to pull up and help with that, right?
Yeah, they'd have to pull up. Yeah.
Yeah,
no way.
Nagato has some insane
And-
crowd control jutsus. He could
and-
take care of a lot of people.
And then you
real
have like the
fast.
five
Yeah.
Kage now against Itachi and Nagato, and then you go from there. Like, how do you think that would go?
Honestly, I think they have a good chance.
I think they
beating
win.
Yeah, I think they have a good chance
like
of beating those
Chibaku
guys.
Tensei, like what do they fucking do to that?
Tsukuyomi,
Literally, bro.
Tsukuyomi the Raikage. Yeah, that's all you have
Like
to do.
maybe the particle style, maybe, but like
I think they're too slow.
No.
Yeah, they'll never get it off.
yeah.
I think the Raikage would be dealt with easily. They could Shubaku Tensei.
Or
him, or they
like
could-
imagine them combo attacking, like Pain does universal pull and Tachi Totsuka blade. Like
oh god, yeah, that's over.
so much
Yeah.
shit they could do.
Yeah, then the Yotamir is just so broken as well. You know what I mean?
They could
You
pick
see
their.
Itachi over here like bullying EMS Sasuke to something like he goes to grab him, he just punches that shit away. He's like, "Don't touch me." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so Itachi's no joke. We see him contending with Casey and Naruto. You know?
They could pick their poison. That's probably how much more superior they'd be to the five Kage.
Yeah.
Like, you want to Shubaku Tensei them, or do you want me to fucking look them in the eye and slaughter them? You guys tell me.
That's hilarious, bro.
Yeah.
You guys pick, huh?
Like
That's
it kind of be like Madara.
I think it would take for the entire Shinobi Alliance to start heading that way to try to help and link up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or obviously Naruto and Killer Bee would have to get there, but the problem with that is they would be still busy with Obito.
Yeah,
you know?
you need the big
So-
guns to deal with those two. You need Naruto or like Sasuke there. Or
Not even Naruto and Killer Bee though. Actually, we saw how that went.
Yeah, they got
couldn't
slammed.
do shit
Literally,
either.
Yeah.
They were
literally
fucked.
saw that.
Like the only way I
Yeah.
could see that going is if like the same thing happens where like desperate times, desperate measures, and Naruto had to awaken KCM too. That would probably happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Maybe,
yeah, he'd have to
but,
wait
like,
for that. He'd have to wait for KCM too. Yeah,
Yeah,
to close
I think
the
that's
gap.
the only way. You
Yeah,
know?
Kakashi with Kamui would probably be a problem, but
Yeah.
my guy with the 7 gates.
Then again, they're Edos.
Yeah,
Even if
that
he
is
lands a
true.
Kamui, like they
Yeah.
could just regenerate though.
against the 5 Kage though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my guy as well.
against the
They're
5 Kage though.
eight
Yeah, they're beating them. They're definitely beating those 5. Chara solos One Punch Man. I don't think I know who Chara is, but
I don't know what Chara is either. No.
Boruto fight Boruto Sarada and Mitsuki versus the Akatsuki. The Boro fight one? I mean, honestly, at that point,
So Karma Boruto then? Like,
if it's Boroshiki, him alone would slaughter the whole Akatsuki. If it's the one
the
that
entire Naruto verse. What the
yeah,
fuck?
he would slam them
one
all.
shot Boro, dude. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
If it's before that and he's not Boroshiki yet, I mean, Boro is an inner. I mean, he has war potential of Hokage Naruto. Sarada blitzed him, but then again, he's not known for his physicality. He's not Delta.
Yeah.
He's a hack space guy. He uses this
virus,
virus kind of
yeah.
ability. Yeah. So, even so, versus the entire Akatsuki. If Mitsuki uses Sage Mode, I don't know how they do against that.
It is true. That
yeah.
Sage Mode is no joke.
That's not
Absolutely,
a joke at all. Yeah.
No. Base
Boruto.
Boruto is not really doing much, to be honest.
Nah, he's not. Sarada either at this point. No. Again, just because she blitzed Boro doesn't mean she has war potential of Hokage Naruto. Because again, he's known for his poison.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's insane regeneration as well. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. Jay, will you debate me in Char versus all Naruto? I don't know who that is, so probably not. If I knew he was. The Akatsuki might actually beat Boro. Might beat Boro Fight Team 7, at least until Boroshiki comes out. I agree. Boro without his poison is pretty fodder. I mean, yeah, he's not known for his physicality. Yeah, he is stating the data books to have better abilities than Delta, but again, that goes back to what his hacks is. So he's not known as he's not gonna taijutsu Naruto and compete with him like Delta did. Come on, he'd get slammed. So yeah,
it's kind of like the Sound 4 again. You have Tayuya, you have Jirobo. Like,
yeah,
they're relative to some degree, but they have completely different abilities, and that's what makes them as powerful as they are. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Styles make fights.
Concept applies. Yeah, literally.
Yeah. But by the way, speaking of debates, we three have been talking about debating each other, like actual debates, which we'll do in the future. We'll let you guys know. We'll debate each other on a good topic where we all just need to get agreement on what we want to debate each other on, just to give you guys some an actual thorough debate so you guys can see.
Oh yeah.
Probably in a couple weeks from now, we'll let you guys know about that though. But feel free to keep asking questions.
It could always be like maybe either a stream or just a recording, something. Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe we can do it in the Discord live. You guys can see. I'll still record it though, but we could do it like in a Discord or something.
And for any of the losers that, I don't know, maybe if you're feeling froggy or something, or the haters.
Maybe I'll feel maybe I'll feel generous and I'll debate someone that day. That's not us.
Right?
We'll see. But yeah, we've been talking about that. We have a video in the works as well. We're not gonna say what it is yet, but it's gonna be a good video. Yeah. We have a few videos in the works actually. But yeah, feel free to keep asking questions, folks. There's a few here that were pre-established questions. This one is, I think we answered this one. All right, this one was a very specific question, but I can answer it pretty quickly. Someone said, what are your thoughts on this statement that puts Pain Knight Guy above anyone in the Akatsuki as of the Pain arc? So it's a statement in the data book that says, he has a steel-like body honed through training, taijutsu polished to shatter rock, but these are not what support Guy's strength. It's his straightforward nature, devotion to study, and aspiration to achieve greater goals. These are what allow him to be more than equal to anyone in the Akatsuki. Simply put, they're referencing to Guy at his full potential, which means 8 Gates Guy. So yes, he's above everyone in the Akatsuki. I doubt they mean 7 Gate Guy, because 7 Gate Guy couldn't even 6 Gate Guy I should say couldn't even deal with a 30% chocolate clone of Kisame, or 5th Gate Guy rather. He used the 6th Gate to beat the 30% chocolate clone. 5th Gate couldn't even contend with a 30% chocolate clone, which implies that
I will say, granted, he did have to save, Team Guy as well. They're like drowning in water prison zones, and he had to do some of, urgence to get them out. So 6 Gate was definitely the right tool to use.
The right tool. So what that implies is that this data book is definitely not referencing to just Guy in general and base. Clearly not. He needed several gates to deal with a 30% chakra clone of Guy.
You guys got to understand, Guy, and we see the feats already. This is just dumb to even analyze. 30% Kasame and base, he's struggling with his nunchucks.
Yeah.
He's getting overpowered by Kasame. He's reacting whatever, then gets overpowered, and he's what massive strength or whatever. And then he gets punched and bleeds and gets sent flying underwater.
Yeah, so simply
That's
put,
blatantly just come on.
Simply put, base Guy is not fucking above everyone in the Akatsuki.
No, not base. It has to be with Gates.
Yeah.
It has to be.
And
that makes no sense at all.
The data book certainly doesn't imply that at all. So it's talking about Guy in general, meaning his full potential, which of course he scales above the Akatsuki full potential.
If he's 8th Gates, he fucking shits on anybody,
He beats anyone that's not
super
fast.
Guy above Pain, that's hilarious, man.
No, that's definitely not the case.
But the problem with even 7th Gate Guy or 6th Gate Guy, we just don't unfortunately have really anything to extrapolate with him. And that's just a guessing game. We just don't really know. And with all the evidence that we do have, it unfortunately just favors that the Akatsuki more than likely might beat him and just take it. You know,
exactly.
like we
Empirically,
just don't have any feats. We don't have any. Like that's the problem with Guy is the only stuff he has is that weird like bullshit fucking conveniences to where like AKA Kasame has no Samahata and not even at full power and he's getting dominated by seventh gate. You know, then we have 30% Kasame. Goes 6 gate, whatever, dominates. Like we just don't have anything to really know who can actually give him a run for his money or this or that, etc. We just don't know. We have nothing.
Empirically is very clear. So, I mean,
War Arc is more simple, but
War Arc is more simple. It's very clear though that base my guy is not a Akatsuki level. I mean, come on.
No, hell.
Yeah, so that's definitely
stupid.
The data book's definitely not implying that. If you're suggesting that that's what's being implied, you're clearly being disingenuous. It's very clear that's not the case. So. I'm just curious to know what Naruto fights do you guys actually disagree with each other on, if any? I think we disagree on...
We agree on the majority.
Yeah, we really are.
I think we disagree... Yeah. Well, I don't know if we even disagree on this. Like Itachi versus Pain or Itachi versus Naruto.
I was about to say that.
I have Itachi.
I take both. Like I think like it can just go either way ultimately. But like if I had to choose, like if I had to, no matter what, maybe I would pick Nagato, whatever. I don't know, because like I just like Nagato more. I'm weird, but
so that we do disagree on. It's like not highly. It's really contentious. I'm never gonna say it's not.
Yeah.
But basically,
like, it's not like me and like Shinobi or Jay are like, oh, like I like Nagato only Nagato, and then the guy's like only like nah. It's just not like it's just it's
super,
a weird
super close. Yeah, super close. And I always admit that I do have Itachi winning.
And Jay can advocate for either side.
Yeah,
too,
I could definitely argue for.
I was about to say like we don't have to necessarily like disagree upon something per se, as long as like we just kind of understand that the topic at hand is contentious.
Yeah,
can go either way.
Yeah, don't worry,
like the Jiraiya and Sasuke thing. I think that's
a good
you
one.
guys are eventually at an impasse. Yeah,
that's another thing that we could debate.
We did have that.
Yeah, Sasuke, post absorption, heavy Sasuke versus Jiraiya. That's a good debate.
Yeah.
We might do that. We'll let you guys know. Join our Discord.
One thing me and Jay were at was with Sasuke and Lee.
Oh, yeah.
Where basically I just felt like the evidence for Sasuke is weaker in comparison to Lee.
We were talking
not
about
with the whole concept of like Lee beats Sasuke or whatever. It's just more of like what they have in comparison. I think it's just more weaker.
Yeah, we were
that we also disagreed with.
Yeah, we were talking about maybe debating Chunin exam Sasuke versus Fifth Gate Lee and how that would go.
Yeah, but other than that, like.
Besides
everything else is just,
basically disagree. We basically agree on everything. Yeah, we basically agree on everything. We'll find something, folks, for you guys to see when we debate. Something we'll try to find.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
That'll be fine, dude.
It'll be fun. It's good.
Worst case scenario, even if we can't find something, we could always play devil's, advocate.
We can even play devil's
advocate.
Bro,
it's totally down. Literally,
It's gonna be fun. We'll actually try to have like actual debates, so you guys can see us like in practice actually debating. It's been a while since we've displayed that, so. Join our Discords, by the way. It's all mine's in the description. Batman's is there as well. Shinobi's as well, because we'll probably be around there somewhere when we do debate. So if you guys want to see that live, let's see here. Sarada versus Part 1 Sasuke. Sarada fucking slams him, unfortunately. Just from the scaling. Momo fight Boruto solos Naruto. Yeah, he does. Besides Kaguya, if Kaguya's not involved or DM is Kakashi. He's slamming the whole verse. Yeah. 7 Gates guy versus... Yeah, more than likely.
Fortunately, Sarda is just freaking... That feat against Boro was pretty impressive. I don't see in Final Valley Sasuke doing that, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely not.
What do you guys think about 4 Tails Naruto or 6 Tails V2 Naruto getting to see Akatsuki? Individually or duos? Like, what do you think on that?
4 Tails... He's probably going to be...
He was slamming Orochimaru, I'll say that.
Yeah, he's probably beating Hidan and Kakuzu.
Yeah.
4 Tails.
Slams.
Dado and Sasori, I don't see him beating those two.
Yeah,
4 Tails.
Yeah.
Dado competed with post-absorption of Sasuke. Yeah. And
the durability would be hard, though, with Sasori.
The only problem is durability. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
If we...
Like, because the V2 durability is no joke. Yeah, was able to tank the Kasage blade... like it can, I don't know, it's pretty durable.
If we presuppose that the skin can be pierced, then Sasori would poison him. But if we presuppose if we presuppose that Nino doesn't break skin, then He might beat
But what
them.
if he could heal though, Jay? Do you
Yeah,
think that's a possibility?
Inside his bloodstream, it's possible. Maybe the Ninetales will like embed chakra in his bloodstream and it'll like disintegrate the poison or something. It's possible.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy. Yeah, it is definitely.
Very, very
I
possible.
just think like Sasori with like the like regardless even the poison, 'cause that's just weird. But like I think what he has enough AP to do enough damage to just knock it out potentially.
Yeah,
I don't
definitely
know.
possible. He scales above Orochimaru, that's for damn sure.
Yeah.
Definitely
So,
scales above him. So he'd probably struggle with that duo. If we're being really technical, he would rampage further and open more tails. But if we're just talking about four tails, technically, four tails wouldn't be enough to beat him. Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah. Like, this isn't enough.
Yeah,
like if
technically,
Orochimaru can react and land hits and do things but still get bullied in the process, there's no way you're saying like Datara and Sasori can't react or deal with it. You know,
they'd
like,
probably deal with it. Beyond that,
and
he gets,
Hidan and Kakazu, they're not reacting.
No,
Once
no,
again,
no.
we saw everything. They're over here struggling against Jonin
yeah,
and base Naruto. Well, not baby juice,
slight,
QB Naruto, but
slight QB.
yeah, I mean, yeah, like so.
Baby juice.
Come on, like if that's the case, like bro.
Yeah, they're getting fucked up. They're both getting fucked up. Yeah. Beyond that, he gets slammed. I mean, Kisame would just absorb everything.
Yeah.
It'd be a treat for him, man.
Itachi would tame the Ninetales like fucking Madara.
Instantly, or a Mataratsu
Mataratsu.
to calm it down and back, and then take it off. Yeah.
So I mean, Obito
Pain
slams, Pain slams.
Pain was still equal, like while exhausted and fatigued, was easily dealing with six tails v2 Naruto.
Yeah, so he slams.
So.
Six tails would beat Hidan and Kakuzu, obviously, and then Sasori and Datara might have trouble with that. It's stronger. It's faster.
I don't know about six tails. Yeah,
faster. It's
Definitely
like it's
not.
keeping up with Pain.
That's reaching the Tendo Pain territory and shit.
Yeah.
And like, mind you, he's fatigued and exhausted, but he was still able to like. They're still able to be equal to each other in a sense, but Pain was still faster, which is insane.
Which is crazy. Yeah,
I think
at that point they'd have a tough time. They'd probably lose to that one.
They probably just get speed blitz and just bam.
Beyond that, he loses to the others. Itachi and Kisame would still beat him. Obito would just still beat him.
I love how in all these matchups, Hidan and Kakazu are just irrelevant. They're just safe fodder, bro.
Kakuzu's raw durability is ass.
Every battle, dude. It's just like
they just have such really bad fucking feats. Like
they're
struggling to Shikamaru, they're struggling to Kakashi, Asuma. Like Naruto is able to do shit like the only ones they dominated was those two fucking tuning from Asuma's tuning, and also Choji and Ino. That's it.
And they're ass, so it's not even that impressive.
Everybody else they were equal to.
Yeah. They're not that impressive, man. Especially Kakuzu with raw durability. It's not that impressive.
And then the most impressive Kakuzu can get is like when he does like his transformation. At that point, that's when he's becoming like a formidable threat. But even with that, even Yamato and Kakashi were able to still react and fight that. They saved Naruto's life because his shit fizzled and shit.
Exactly.
They weren't getting So the fact that they could still deal with his strongest transformation and react and save Naruto and shit. Like they're just not strong.
Nah, not at all.
That
Naruto was trying to surpass fucking the heavy Sasuke. You know what I mean? So meaning they're not even on heavy Sasuke's level.
Not even close. Not even close. They're not remotely close to that level. They're really not that strong.
Yeah.
Make sure to hit the like button, folks, who haven't already. Let's give this a like spike. Appreciate it. But let's see what you guys keep saying here. 7 Gates guy versus EMS Sasuke. That's a good one.
It's a good one.
EMS Sasuke. Again, it depends on the EMS we're discussing. If we're discussing late Warwick Sasuke, he slams 7 Gates guy. If it's early, the one that fought alongside Itachi, that's interesting, actually. That's actually interesting.
Absolutely. I agree.
How that would go, the Genjutsu would be a problem.
If he gets the Genjutsu.
But Guy has trained for it. Yeah, Guy has trained for it.
Yeah, Gain has trained for it, though.
So there's that. So he's not like...
Because he has to look in his eyes to do it. He's not like Itachi where he can do it out of nowhere.
Yeah, he's not Itachi level with Genjutsu for sure.
Or pointed fingers on ridiculous.
And then Guy was able to overpower Madara Susanoo. Which,
that's pretty impressive.
Pretty impressive. We don't know if it destroyed or anything, but we do know it launched it across, pretty far and did a big explosion.
If anything,
island level as well.
If we presuppose that Sasuke's power doesn't fluctuate upwards, which it does, because he gets more and more hatred, or he gets more and more powerful as the war goes on, then that'll be a good fight actually. 7 Gates guy probably could hurt him, probably could react to him. I mean,
I don't think either one's getting blitzed either, because
Nah,
like
yeah,
he
no.
was going hands with Rinnegan Obito. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, he's not full power, but he was going in just base with nunchucks. That's kind of impressive in a
Yeah,
way.
definitely
So like,
impressive.
you know,
Yeah.
we can definitely react, feel each other out, and
So
Yeah,
what I think is interesting is like, you know, EMS Sasuke's with, you know, Itachi fight was, you know, on the ballpark of like KCM1 Naruto at the very
yeah,
least, right?
definitely.
yeah,
And like Guy was, you know, he was known as the blue beast of the leaf, meaning he's used that technique before. And the Raikage has referred to himself as the fastest, other than Minato. So
Yeah.
maybe he hasn't met Guy or something before, but reasonably he has. And so I don't know, like even a seventh gate guy would be on KCM1 level, just from that rationale alone.
It's a good
But
point. Yeah, EMS seems
I,
to be implied to be like KCM level in speed. He moves
it kind
pretty.
of goes back to that scene where like Sasuke's like, oh, so this is his new Nine Tails form, and Naruto's like, okay, that's his new Mingekyo
Yeah.
Sharingan or whatever.
They're like
you
on
know?
parallel with they're like on they have
Yeah.
like parallel levels of power and speed at that point. And it is implied that KCM and Naruto is like above Kakashi and Guy during their exchange with Obito. So Ime Sasuke might
but
yeah.
at the same time, though, 7K guy was, you know, going on par with the V2 Jinchuriki as well
Which
as
is impressive.
Kakashi.
Yeah,
So,
doing all that, and what's it called?
so
And he even
it kind
like
of,
kind of impresses Madara to a degree. I'm not saying he scales with Madara, but you know, like he does all his stuff there, and
Yeah,
I actually think it'd be a really close matchup, to
it
be
would.
honest, man. That's a
Yeah.
great question.
That's a
Yeah.
great question. I would lean towards it's a tough one.
I think Sasuke just has like a lot more, and he's smart.
Yeah, he has a lot more in his arsenal.
Like
Than
the way
Guy,
I
but
see it, they fill each other out, and then like Guy goes Gate, Sasuke goes Susanoo. Nothing's really getting anywhere, and then basically like it's either just Sasuke just somehow beats him with like his Genjutsu comes, whatever, yada yada, or his intelligence,
yeah.
you know, or it's just
Amaterasu.
kind of whoever can
Yeah.
outlast, you know. And
Yeah, Amaterasu.
I do think Sasuke's outlasting Guy.
Oh yeah,
at
he's
that point
outlasting
as
him.
well.
Yeah,
Like
that'd be
Guy,
another.
he can't be in the gates forever, while Sasuke can do Susanoo forever and ever, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah, he might have more of an
But
advantage
even
in
if
that
like you don't think
department,
like either
definitely.
or can't really do anything, then it just comes to outlasting, and Sasuke just has that in the bag, unfortunately.
yeah.
You know?
There's ways Guy could win, like a Hiradora hitting him. That would be very
Yeah, like
detrimental.
if that can break through, yeah.
Yeah, that it theoretically could break through Sasuke Susanoo if it was able to
Yeah.
damage Madara's.
If that happens, he's fucked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's dead.
And then
fucked.
not looking at your opponent the whole time can be quite a handicap as well.
Yeah, definitely. Can't look at him.
Despite you train it a lot, it is hindering your performance to some degree.
Yeah.
So,
And we
you know what I mean?
we saw another guy deal with Sasuke who was relative to him, who had that kind of training, which was Deidara. He trained his eye, and it still
Mhm.
didn't work completely. And he trained an eye.
He got caught in Genjutsu twice.
Yeah. So there's a possibility Guy would probably get caught on one regardless.
And he caught Donzo, who has freaking 13 freaking
Yeah.
Sharingan.
Like it could potentially go either way, but I think it favors Sasuke though. So
Yeah.
I think it favors him as well. Yeah, that's more. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I would probably
like even if you think Guy's faster than Sasuke for whatever reason, like you think he's faster in Seventh Gates. Once again, it's the same shit as Raikage all over again. You know, Raikage's faster, but they can't really do anything to each other.
Yeah.
You know,
and empirically, I think there's more to suggest that Sasuke's faster. Again, because he moved pretty synonymously and in parallel with Itachi. I think Itachi was slightly faster, but yeah, he was certainly in the ballpark. And my guy's implied to be slower than KCM1. So is Kakashi. So I would lean towards Sasuke, but I do think a guy could win. There's a possibility he could win as well, especially with Hiradora or something like that. If an attack directly hits Sasuke, that might kill him.
that's his only win con. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think in pure taijutsu, the EMS precognition when it like helped him a lot in a taijutsu battle, like
for
solely.
sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so that's all.
Another thing I was going to point out is that Guy forced Jubidara on the defensive. I don't think anyone forced him to do anything really until 6 past Naruto and Sasuke came out.
If Jubidara was serious, he would have used limbo clones and just
slaughtered everyone. Yeah, could have killed everyone whenever he felt like it. So, including 8 Gates
that
guy.
he says he was insulted that he didn't bring out the red vapor. So.
Yeah,
so literally. Yeah,
like there's some like slight emphasis that like that Madara was impressed to a degree, but like he still was like, yeah, no, like what the fuck, like are you kidding me? Like this is poop, you know. So.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, feel free to keep asking questions, folks. And again, hit the like button if you haven't already. If you're watching live or the recording, it's greatly appreciated. So we have another question here, I think, pre-established question. What if Asuma was Team 7's leader instead of Kakashi? And the same thing with Guy. How would events change? Well, if it was Asuma, everyone would have died in the Land of Waves because Asuma is weak and he would have lost his Zabuza. So he would have died there. And if anything,
his team's trash.
Yeah, Naruto would have went on a rampage, and everything would have went to shit. He would have went rogue probably. Yeah, everything would have went terribly if Asuma was leader. If it was Guy would deal with Asuma. His taijutsu. It'd still be difficult because of Zabuza's ability to use mist and things like that. It wouldn't be easy. He'd definitely have to use Gates. He has no choice. Against the Akatsuki, Hidan and Kakuzu, that'd be interesting to see how he interacts against those guys. The only thing is he's taijutsu based, and if he even gets cut once by Hidan, he's done for.
Exactly.
So he better open those gates quickly, because if he's in base and he gets cut, it's over. He's dead. So that would be very problematic. So
I do think a guy with Gates would be giving
Kakuzu he's slamming those guys. Yeah,
he'd just be way faster. Yeah.
If he has the gates open, he's slamming them. If he's in base and he's not taking
another thing you guys can take as well for Guy is like in OG Naruto, like Sasuke does believe Guy in just base was way faster than Kakashi. You know what I mean? Not with Chidori, not saying that, but with Kakashi just using normal speed.
Yeah.
So you have that too, and that's him without even not using Gates. So
yeah, that's true. But yeah, Kakashi was stronger here with Sharingan. He was able to utilize it more efficiently here, but Guy would do well in most battles, the ones that Kakashi had to deal with.
For sure, yeah.
The ones that would be interesting would be against...
I was referring to the Zabuza thing, by the way.
Against Zabuza, he probably would beat him, with the Gates especially.
Yeah.
With the Gates especially, definitely.
Yeah.
Now, against someone like Itachi, that'd be interesting. Clearly, he doesn't have a Sharingan of his own. How he would do, he'd have to fight without looking. That's all he can do. He can't.
I think Itachi just has the advantage, unfortunately. Like, you could just genjutsu him whenever, and it's just, I don't know, I just don't really see Guy doing anything.
And
yeah,
if Kakashi would have to be the one saving Guy this time in part 1, and Kakashi can't fight without looking, so that would be a problem. If Guy's stuck in Tsukuyomi and getting fucked up and tortured, Kakashi comes in.
Like, if Guy maybe starts off in, certain gates or whatever, it could be interesting, but I just still don't think, it would be enough, because, even if you think, now Guy's having the advantage somehow statistically wise, Itachi still has Susanoo. It's not, guaranteed, an instant win con.
If it was
he
Guy...
He can counter anything he does.
Yeah, Guy might say... Yeah, if Guy's not caught in Tsukuyomi right away, he might be like, you know what, this guy's too strong. I'm going to have to go 8 gates. And then that would be a whole different...
But that's probably what would happen. Yeah, he would be... The only way you can pull it off is 8 gates. That's it.
He'll see Kurenai get her ass whooped and fatherized by Itachi. He'll see that Asuma can't really do anything. He's like, you know what, I have to go 8 gates. I have no choice.
Think about it this way. If Guy was that fucking strong with 7 gates or 6, whatever, he would have activated that and chased them. You know what I mean? And shitted on them.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the case. You know what I mean? Itachi just runs whatever, they go, and that's it. And you do have the data books where it says Guy's power forced Itachi to leave. That's not necessarily true. We know it's mainly because Itachi doesn't want to have a full fucking war with Konoha.
Yeah, he said, let's just get out of here.
I do think it was kind of a little much to put Kakashi and Tsukuyomi to prove that he was, actually going against him and prove his loyalty, so to speak, to the Akatsuki. That was a little much in my opinion, but
the way
he did a good job.
Yeah, he definitely did a good job keeping up appearances.
He knew Tsunade was a factor.
To me, the way I look at it is he didn't really care about Kakashi. The only person he really cares about is Sasuke. He's like, I don't give a fuck about Kakashi.
If he's playing the act and
I'll torture him. I'll torture him. I don't care. So same thing with Sasuke.
Yeah, for real.
With Sasuke, he held back a little bit. He did beat his ass when he tried to fight Itachi with the Chidori, part 1. But he definitely held back. He's like, you don't have enough hate in your ass. You're gonna have to do better.
Itachi only did all that once. I really do believe this. I feel like he only did what he did because he knew Tsunade was still around and a medical specialist. So no matter what damage he caused, she could just reject what she did.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, he'd be okay.
Yeah.
He's smart about that.
if Asuma was Sasuke Sensei, like as opposed to Kakashi, like he wouldn't have like lost his like hatred because like Kakashi was like the person to get him out of that like cesspool,
Yeah,
if you will, because
he
he
could
had a lot of
relate.
relatable
Yeah,
experiences.
he could relate for
With
sure.
They're
Asuma, it
very
wouldn't be
similar.
like that at all. So uh,
Oh, yeah, there's no
hypothetically, Itachi
similarities
would
to
have
Asuma.
used Tsukiyomi on him because he would have had the same hatred that he basically like seeded upon him after the desecration of the clan and stuff. So,
Yeah,
but yeah,
Kakashi was a
I feel
perfect
like
guy.
Itachi also did that more to flex too, because I'm gonna be real with you. I really do believe he could have just beat all of them without even using Tsukuyomi. You know what I mean? Because he's over here bullying Kurenai like completely on a whole other level, and like
Mhm.
Asuma like even knows like he's no joke and was way over him. It was just completely emphasized. Asuma's over here struggling with Kasame. We know Itachi's above Kasame, so
Yeah.
like even
Oh
without
yeah.
using Tsukuyomi, he could have just probably bullied all of them.
Oh yeah, he could
And
have.
with and with Kakashi like he's holding back, you know what I mean? So like he's not,
He's not trying to
so
kill
like
him.
they're
No.
fighting whatever, yeah, they're feeling each other, and then Kakashi's like, hey, don't worry guys, my Kakashi can handle whatever not Kakashi, Sharingan can handle. And he's like, oh yeah, well, are you sure about that? And he just goes to flex, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah. Itachi was
I really
definitely.
do
Yeah.
believe he didn't have to use Tsukuyomi.
Yeah. Itachi just flexes his muscles. That's all he ever does.
Yeah.
Even against Sasuke
Um,
when he fought him on his deathbed, he was just flexing his muscles just a little bit to make it seem like he's trying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
literally.
Obito
Yeah.
says it. He's like Obito said it verbatim. He's like he had to make sure like the fight felt real or you were pressed.
Yeah.
You
He's
know,
like, trust
it went
me.
according to his calculations.
Yeah.
And
He's like,
everything.
trust me. If he would have wanted to kill you, you would have been dead. You would have never won that
Yeah.
fight. So that was him on his deathbed. So yeah, Itachi was very deceptive and a good, like, very cleverly deceptive the entire time. So, what about Sasuke versus Pain? Which versions of Sasuke that can he beat the six passive Pain with? It ought to be EMS plus. I don't know.
Yeah, EMS plus.
Yeah, five
I'd say.
Kagesama
Rough
Sasuke is
Kage
not beating
isn't.
Pain. No. Yeah,
Like
definitely.
Yeah.
I do think fucking even EMS more than likely probably doesn't win against Pain.
Yeah, early
Like maybe
EMS.
Early
the
enough.
late
Yeah.
version where
Late
he
would.
clearly has perfect
Uh,
Susanoo. I
he's
think that
relative.
one will
He's
probably do
relative
the
to
job.
he's relative to KCM too. Yeah, he'd beat him then, but
Yeah.
before
But
he wouldn't. No.
yeah.
Yeah, he's too slow. Anything below EMS is not even a question. He loses for sure.
yeah, no,
Uh,
just
Five Kage-sama
slam.
gets slammed. Fucking Heavy Sasuke gets absolutely slammed. That's not even close.
Like even Zetsu, who knows everybody's strengths and everything, he's like, yeah, there is not a single person that I thought could be able to take on Pain. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
Like he thought it was like completely insane for him to lose a fight. You know?
yeah, you'd have to reach EMS minimally to even have a chance. Once it's later on in the war, yeah, he beats him. He's already like KCM 2 levels, speed and stuff like that. So you'll beat him at that point. But not many versions of Sasuke beat him. Barely any. It'd have to be like EMS, six paths with Renegon, and of course Boruto. Sasuke slams him. But yeah.
No, like, and we're saying he's relative, by the way, guys. Like, obviously, we know he doesn't scale to KCM. Like, he's over here getting
Yeah.
pissed and
Relative.
having a temper tantrum because he realized Naruto surpassed him at that point.
Yeah, definitely.
And even with Sage Mode, like he gets even more pressed and pissed about that. So,
Yeah.
but the fact that he can at least keep up is impressive.
Yeah,
So.
he's definitely relative enough to create jutsus that have the exact same proportions of power with Naruto when fighting Jubito. So he's relative. I think he is inferior,
Definitely
but he's relative.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Only EMS Sasuke and further versions can do, but EMS Sasuke versus Edo Nagato, Sasuke gets bodied. Yeah, early Sasuke, yeah, he does. But could he beat the six passive Pain? Nah, not full power. I don't think so.
I mean, Itachi and Pain are like contentious.
Yeah.
Like, EMS Sasuke is what it takes for him to even get on that ballpark. To begin
Edo Nagato
Yeah.
and the six passive Pain, people think that there's a huge power cliff as far as like comparing their power. There's not really a difference between the two. It's not like It's not like Nagato's like splitting up his power into six parts. He's just giving each passive Pain an ability. They're not any weaker than himself. At least not significantly. So. How would
he
you
has
rank?
free reign over how much chakra he can input as well.
It's free reign. He can do whatever he wants.
And we see that.
Yeah, literally.
Examples where he like uses just the one passive Pain. I think he only used one when he used the chaotic Shinra Tensei when he destroyed the village. He's like, all right, let me implement all my chakra here. Let's destroy the fucking Leaf Village. So
that's what I'm saying. So like he's good. He's
so full
fine.
power six passive Pain would still beat him. How would you rank Team 7 from weakest to strongest? Team 7, we look with Naruto, If as far as their primes, well, Naruto's number 1.
Yeah.
Sasuke's number 2. Kakashi's number 3, and I guess Sakura would be last. If we're talking about DMS Kakashi, of course, or theoretical.
Yeah, DMS would be above like Max, but
yeah, unless we're talking about theoretical novel Kakashi, then maybe he can be even higher. He still probably wouldn't be above Prime Naruto and Sasuke though. But
even if it was like their final Primus forms, and even Naruto and Sasuke would still be above.
Yeah, it'd still be above that, and then Sakura would be at the bottom. Yeah. But feel free to keep asking questions, folks. It can be anime. It can be about Top G being free from prison. W Top G. It can be about anything. Politics, Trump's indictment. We're into all kinds of things. So whatever topics you guys would like. Philosophy.
It's crazy how Sakura's getting a manga as well. Besides, it's like a little short.
I can't believe that she got 3rd place.
So fucking dumb. But I'm gonna be real. Like I feel like even Kishimoto should have been like, yeah, no, fuck that.
They had to be trolling.
I'll do it about Sakumo or Shisui or something. Somebody that actually fucking deserves it.
It had to be trolls.
Wasn't even close.
Like why Sakura? Do Sakumo, bro. We don't have shit with him.
It had to be trolls. There's no fucking way that.
I hate people so much, bro. They're so annoying.
Well, I guess they really adore her, like genuinely, in I think it's Central and South America. But I think a lot of
it's like they think they're gonna like if Kishimoto's gonna over here give us fucking nudes of her or something, bro. Like that's not happening, bro.
I saw guys in the fucking like the comment section of all these polls like, oh my god, Sakura, like what's happening, dude? What's happening to the people? You guys all
what's
fucking
going
simps.
on?
Yeah, I was very disappointed.
So fucking dumb, bro.
It had to be trolls. Like honestly, I think it was just trolls trying to make Sakura win just to piss everybody off. Honestly, I think that's what it was. There's no way that.
At least we're getting Itachi too. I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that. Yeah, that's fine. But fucking Sakura, come on, man, it's ridiculous.
Even though we don't need any more Itachi, to be honest. Like there's other people who need some spotlight.
You could have picked anybody else. That'd be fucking Sakura, man. That's insane. Disappointing. But at least Minato won. That was the main guy. So I'm glad that he's the one.
Yeah, it's crazy how Kishimoto was surprised about that as well. He's like, I didn't really expect this at all, but Minato was really that guy in the community.
Yeah, he probably was surprised. He probably thought I was going to be like Sasuke or something, but it ended up being Minato. Minato is that guy, though, so. But yeah, folks, feel free to keep asking questions. Any and all questions are good. But yeah, like we were saying, debates will be soon. Next week, I'm thinking maybe we can do a tier list, but I gotta think of something. Like a good.
We could continue from the one we did. Just kind of do a Boruto one now, I suppose.
Yeah, we could do. Yeah, I was thinking maybe a Boruto tier list now that part 1 is over, especially in the anime. Maybe we could include newer people like Damon, Ida, theoretical Shibai, people like that. We might do that next week. I'll think of something. That's probably the most likely one, though, is that we'll do Boruto. For sure. So, but any questions you may have, folks, feel free to ask. But yeah, we have some content in the works, videos coming soon, with us as well. I think some good topics they're going to be pretty good topics as well. So
yeah, it's a little fresh, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we gotta bring more content for sure. Let's see if there's any questions here, or if you guys have any topics you want to talk about too.
Well, there's some little miscellaneous. How far do you think the Lakers and the Warriors are going to do this year?
The Warriors, it's tough to tell. They haven't been super consistent this year. If they can get it together, they can go pretty far. I don't think they win the finals, but I think they can get pretty close. Maybe as far as the conference finals if they play at their best. The Lakers, they seem to be catching their stride now too. LeBron can stay healthy if AD can stay healthy, which is a big if. I see them
absolutely.
I see them going pretty far as well. But there's some powerful teams out there. The Suns, the Bucks. There's just a lot of power in both conferences right now.
It's interesting how what Wiggins can do when he gets back on the roster. Essentially, he's a great perimeter defender.
He's a great.
Clay's been on fire sometimes this year. Super inconsistent, but
unfortunate. Yeah,
they're tested to be champions, and I could see them going to the finals. But like you said, the the Lakers are interesting because it's really contingent upon their health, but they have a great roster. I mean, they did great moves, got rid of Russ, got rid of Pat Bev,
Yeah.
brought in some great defense. But yeah, the West is interesting, especially with the Suns right now with KD. So
Suns
I think
have been
those three are for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a contender. The Suns are a contender for sure. I think
Because CP3, KD, Booker, and even DeAndre Ayton, I mean, that's a pretty solid squad right there.
And DeAndre is underrated too. People don't realize how good he is. He's really good.
Facts. I think Looney's underrated too, bro.
Oh yeah, very good.
On the Warriors?
They're very good at rim defenders, being big men. They're really good, actually. Especially Ayton. I remember in the finals that year that they went, he was very good most of the time.
Yeah.
He had like one bad
Solid,
game.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think Looney played like all 82 games last season, and
consistent.
Freaking Zion Williamson only played 82 games out of his whole career, bro.
He's almost a flop at this point just because of his health. Yeah.
Imagine going to work like one every 4 days and still getting paid like
millions.
Yeah.
Getting paid millions of dollars.
25% of the time, I'll just come to work. You know what I mean? You got me.
Yeah, that's literally what's happening to him. I think full health Nagato is stronger for two reasons. He doesn't have to worry about the weakness of one body's ability. It's all in one body. Well, theoretically, he could still do that, by the way. He doesn't have to spread it. And he doesn't have to worry about range. Well, he wouldn't have to worry about range if he's fighting the Rain Village. But I see what you're saying. If he's far away, then yeah, he does. We've seen enough of characters. We've seen enough of Itachi, to be honest. We need to see characters like Sakamoto. I agree. We need to see other characters. I knew Minato was going to win, though. Yeah, Minato is a big name. And he's not as well known as the other revered characters. Like, we know plenty of Naruto, clearly the main character, Sasuke, Kakashi. I don't know how the hell Sakura won, but she's up there. But yeah, Minato was probably going to be the winner. For sure. I just wish
Naruto got a ton of votes as well, surprisingly. I'm like, what are we doing here, guys? Like,
why would you
the show's literally named after him. Like,
what else do you want to see? I don't understand that. I know they did a popularity poll for One Piece. I don't know if they're doing a short manga on that, but Luffy won. It's like, I guess. I think that was just a popularity poll. I don't think it was a short manga thing. Yeah, I think. Okay. I might be wrong, but there are people on Twitter. Twitter are like, "Oh my God, One Piece is better because people like the main character." I'm like, dude, we're voting for a short manga, dumbass. We're not voting for who we like the best. The fuck are you talking about? So,
jeez, man.
It's not like if it was just popularity, then Minato might have still won, but Naruto probably would have been higher. Sasuke would have been higher.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Kakashi
would have been higher.
Yeah.
But yeah, One Piece. I never read it though, so I don't know if it's ass or not. I gotta check it out.
I really dig it, honestly. I think it's pretty solid, man.
I'll probably like it. I don't see why not. I've heard good things about it. But yeah, folks, feel free to keep asking questions. We'll keep answering for them.
I definitely think Bleach and Naruto are way better. That's just my subjective opinion, of course. But
But yeah, we'll probably do a tier list next week, folks. That's what we're thinking. Probably Boruto. I'll probably make this one myself, just to have like a thorough tier list selection, like all the main characters. But yeah, that's probably gonna be what happens next week. But we'll go about for 10 more minutes. We shall depart. If you guys have any questions at all. This stream is very Naruto heavy.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Extremely. Yeah.
Hey, it's a goated series, man. You know what I mean?
Oh,
That's totally fine.
Definitely, yeah. I think because of the big news, too, because of Minato's short manga, especially. Yeah. Of course, people are going to have Naruto on their mind. But yeah, it's goated. I mean, it makes sense. So.
It's a good time, too, because the time skip's kind of happening, so we can just kind of, like, take a break and kind of, like, enjoy, previous Shinobi generation kind of material right now, and kind of just, like, rekindle the flame that's kind of been lost with the Boruto community kind of like being lackluster in comparison to our expectations.
It's definitely going to spark nostalgia, to spark more romanticizing of the past, which I think is a good thing. It's going to reignite that spark that was once there when Naruto was brand new during like the days of the mangas coming out, the anime coming out, Shippuden days. It's going to be a good time for sure. With Minato, the short manga with Minato is definitely going to be interesting. So I just hope there's some very telling events. That's what I'm hoping for. This Kishimoto.
Bro, possibly an anime? I'm
Oh,
so
man.
down, bro.
Yeah, I definitely want to see that. Yeah.
Just saying, man. That's gonna be sick.
Yeah,
Definitely.
that's probably gonna get more views than fucking Naruto, or I mean Boruto. So.
More than likely, bro. We're all gonna be like hyped up for like months prior to its release, you know?
Oh yeah. There's a few good things coming out anime-wise. Bleach in July, if I'm not mistaken. The new 1,000-Year Blood War.
Uh-huh.
And then Jjk's new season in July as well.
Demon Slayer just started.
Demon Slayer.
There's a lot of yet, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a good time to be an anime fan for sure. Do you think we'll see Minato fight a tail beast in his one shot? Fight a tail beast. Maybe during the war arc. Maybe he fights a tail beast. During the I should say the Third Great Ninja War. Possible.
I mean, he gathered influence for the Rasengan from somewhere, so it may have been during an altercation with one tail beast, you know.
That'd be nice to see. I wanted to see the history with him and Hiruzen and Fugaku. His scaling get cleared up as well, like how powerful he really is, things like that.
Maybe even his clan. What do they look like? You know?
Yeah, we really don't know nothing of his clan. He's the only Namikaze we know of, so that'd also be interesting to see that cleared up. There's just so much history that could be told with him being the main focus, so it's definitely going to be interesting. I feel like people who chose Sakura are hentai watchers. Honestly, dude, probably, man. It's the only reason you'd fucking select that fucking trash-ass character is because hentai, honestly.
That's just weird, man. It's just kind of
sad.
It leaves a bad taste. Yeah, it is sad.
Sad
it's very
and, like,
sad.
To me, yeah, all the comments were like people like simping over her, like Sakura. I'm like, that's why you voted for her? Like, come on,
bro.
I'm saying, bro. Like, bro, go look up some fucking
go watch some
fucking hentai
yeah,
for them.
Go to fucking like some
if that's your actual intention, you're just fucking dumb.
It's like for
once
us,
again,
like guys, I actually give a shit about anime. Like, dude, we're trying to see good storytelling, not fucking hentai, bro.
Literally.
Go watch hentai. The fuck
Come
you want
on,
here?
dude.
it's just crazy.
Like,
Like,
the fuck
nobody
you
gives a fuck about it, bro.
I know, I'm like, what the fuck you on here ruining the votes just because you want to fucking see more tits or whatever it is, man? Get the fuck out of
Right?
here,
Like,
man.
like Kishimoto ain't gonna be showing you having sex with Sakura with fucking Sasuke. Like, none of that's
Come on,
happening,
man.
bro. You ain't getting shit.
That's fucking sad to me. It's just like simp behavior, man. Fucking incels, honestly.
Oh God.
That's like,
Dude, yeah.
Shit, if we really get a pick because of that, Hinata might as well take it.
yeah, you know, that might as well win that. If it's
Yeah,
like
she got something.
Kishimoto-
She
I
looked
think
like
she's
a 10.
number 10 or something. Yeah.
if Kishimoto was writing a hentai, then shit, I'd probably vote for adult fucking Hinata. You know? So I wouldn't vote for fucking Sakura. The hell? Or fucking, like adult Tamari or something. But not fucking
I
Sakura.
mean, what are you even gonna write about her, bro? Like,
Jay's even shitting on her in that category.
Even there, she's mid. What the fuck?
Oh shit.
She's not even good looking. She's mid. Oh. That's fucking.
oh Lord, man. Stamp Nation out here, dog.
I was just disappointed when I saw the comments, like when the results came in on the whatever channel they did it on. All the fucking comments were like simps.
Bro, we could have had Sasori, we could have had Asakuma, we could have
Dude.
Shishui, we could have had so many fucking people.
Perfect
bro.
He was
lineup.
close, man.
Yeah,
He's number 4.
perfect lineup would have been like Minato, Sakumo, Shishui, or like Minato,
Yes.
Sakumo, and like Hanzo or
Or
something.
Fugaku too.
Fugaku,
Even him.
yeah.
Prime Hiruzen, Toby Rama for all these freaking.
Yeah, that.
Oh, dude, that would've been dope.
Obirama, yeah, I wouldn't even mind him. Like, bro.
Jiraiya would be sick, too.
Oh, he's
bro.
sick.
You can get so much from him, bro.
Fugaku would have been
Insane.
great because we would have seen like the Uchiha clan. We've seen like the inner workings
Everything.
of it. That would have been sick.
You probably
man.
could have saw some Shishui shit too. Who knows?
Oh,
Yeah, Fugaku would be sick, bro.
That'd be
Definitely.
dope, man. That would be amazing. We might
Like,
get
people
some
are
of that.
just
Because,
dumb.
yeah, this is fucking sad, bro.
Like, you have opportunity there, and you're just gonna fucking blow it for a fucking Sakura out of all people, or Naruto or Sasuke. Like, you're fucking weird.
It's fucking
Dude, Chisui deserved it way more than Sakura, bro. Are
Way
you
more.
kidding
What
me,
the
bro?
fuck?
On God,
Uh,
Oh
we don't
my
have shit
God.
for him, bro.
that's how you know.
We have four
Sim-
versions. We have 4 versions of him getting
You
beat up by Natsu.
That's how you know you can't escape Simp Nation, man. Even in anime. Well, anime is pretty rampant actually, but it's everywhere. You can't escape it.
It's so sad.
Fucking anime in the real world. I'm like, come on, man. You want to be an incel for the rest of your life? I don't know, man. It's fucking sad.
I guess so, man.
I guess.
You know?
Go jerk off to hentai then, man. Whatever. Yeah,
That's
but
weird as hell, dog.
at least one
That
good
shit
thing came
weird,
out. We
bro.
got more Minato. It's the only good thing about it. So
Yeah, we'll get some Itachi too. So
Itachi's
about
cool. I mean, I wouldn't mind more Itachi, but I would have if it was like
I wouldn't even mind that. Shit, we could have saw Itachi like fucking shit up in the tuning exams, like him being by himself in the forest of death.
oh,
and
that would have been dope.
all that shit.
His Ambu days,
like bodying everybody. Yeah, like we could have had even some cool ass shit with him at least.
Yeah,
you know?
he was cold in his day. I mean, he was always cold, but when he was in the Anbu, he was cold, man. Him and Kakashi were cold. I remember when Guy saw them slaughtering like enemies. He's like, "Damn, these guys are fucking cold." When they were like taking people out together, that's pretty.
It'd be cool if they kind of like animated the Itachi light novels. You know what I mean? That's some pretty good stories in there.
People think we're gonna get a porno or something. That's pretty much probably what they fucking think, man. With Sakura, probably think we're gonna fucking porno. Fucking nasty.
Like, oh no, we'll be able to see her in the fucking in the baths, you know,
Yeah,
maybe
like,
naked and see some booty or something, you know.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, bro.
Dude.
Yeah, she might be sleeping with Sasuke or some shit, or who knows, or you know, like, bro, it's fucking dumb.
Go get some
So
sunlight,
retarded.
loser. Like, go get some sunlight, loser. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? It's fucking sad. Yeah, it's pathetic, man. Now they need to
Like
go
in-
outside and go. They need to go outside and fuck some real women. Yeah, they probably can't. That's the problem.
Because you know, there's some people that actually really wanted to see her vote for her for some reason or another. Like it was an overwhelming amount of votes.
Like,
for soccer.
what other reason would it be, bro? It
Yeah.
clearly has to be like sexual tendencies.
Dude,
like, what
yeah.
other reason
definitely
do
not
we have
because
for
definitely not because she's a
nothing?
good character. Come on, man.
No.
Who are we kidding?
No.
You know,
absolutely
like so you
not.
know what their intentions were, bro.
Yeah.
And it's like that's just baffling because for one, Kishimoto would never fucking do that, and two, it's
Fuck
like
no.
that's just stupid
yeah,
because you're simping over a fucking character.
yeah.
An anime character.
Fictional,
bro.
yeah,
Fucking
fictional,
sad,
bro. Like,
that's fucking sad. I can't believe that shit.
Uh,
Our fandom's filled with fucking simps, bro.
it is, dude. Unfortunately, so sometimes it'll be the case.
I'm
man.
sorry, but that's an L. Like at least we got
That's L.
Minato, but that
Yeah.
is an L, bro.
That is an L.
Yeah,
Facts.
third place.
Like, I don't
Third
care.
place. That's L. Definitely an L.
Like almost 400,000 votes. Like, come
Uh,
on, dude.
Vast majority of those are simps, man. It's probably like a handful that actually wanted Sakura to have more story. So, like 1%, if anything. So.
He could have chosen one out of like, you know, close to 1,000.
I'm gonna be real,
characters,
bro.
probably,
I'm
right?
gonna be real.
Yeah,
At
bro,
that
what the
point,
fuck?
if we're gonna get somebody like fucking Sakura, we might as well have Naruto or Sasuke then.
Yeah,
Like,
I'd
what the
rather
fuck,
have them.
you
The
know?
fuck?
Might as well, dude.
I'd
If
rather
I had
have
to pick, I'd say Sasuke actually, because I just enjoy Sasuke way
Sasuke's
more
dope.
compared to the other
Yeah.
two. But like, it's just stupid. Like, if we're actually really gonna entertain this nonsense, like, yeah, just do fucking Sasuke, bro, or Naruto.
Honestly, if I was Kishimoto, I'd say fuck the vote. I'm gonna change it. We're not gonna write Sakura.
Literally,
That's what I would do,
it's
man.
same, bro. If I was him,
I would make an announcement like, "Sorry, simps. I don't give a fuck if you voted her third. We're doing fucking Sakuma. Fuck you. Sorry."
Or imagine Kishimoto gets so many like negativity or like mail, like you know, like don't fucking and like fuck someone and all this, and the next thing you know, he's like, fine, I shall do something worthy.
Oh my god. Yeah, he's like, if Kishimoto ever gave in to that, man, I'd be like, dude, come on.
I hope he does this like more than once, though. You know, maybe we
Oh,
get
that'd
another
be
day
dope.
of
Yeah.
inside.
They need to remove her from the vote.
Because it's not going to be taxing. It like it will into a degree, but nowhere near as to writing an entire
Oh yeah,
fucking.
he's not gonna write
you know?
700
No.
chapters this time. Yeah, no. He's gonna write a couple chapters, make it go, dude.
But yeah,
Yeah.
he could definitely do that and keep the trend going in a way, or he could do like a spin-off series, like either a What If Naruto series. That would be really fucking cool because Marvel was willing to do that.
Yeah, that'd be dope. Yeah.
What's it called? He could do something like that, or he could even do like a a versus battle series for shits and get like. He could still do some things and make some crazy money when it comes to just OG Naruto or shit.
Tons of
Easy,
shit.
bro.
Easy money.
Easy.
Yeah, easy money.
Yeah.
I'd
Like,
rather
the possibilities there, you know.
I'd rather fuck Ino or Kushina over or a lot of other girls over Sakura. Facts, man. She's not even that fucking
Bro.
special, bro. She's mid.
Yeah, dude. You play it.
Yeah, bro.
But Jay, what about her big forehead, bro? You know.
Dude, she's especially in in Boruto. She's fucking mid. The fuck? No tits, nothing. The fuck is that? Nasty attitude? Nah, bro.
To be fair, doesn't she have like a booty at least, something like that?
It's kind of there. That's whatever.
Kind
I
of.
was hearing from like some people like she has like something with her butt or something.
The baddest bitch in Boruto is
people
probably
are
like
just-
to me the
But I
baddest
don't
bitch
know.
is
From my knowledge, it was always Hinata because she had like everything.
yeah. The
People
baddest
are
bitch
sus,
is
dude.
Tamari and Hinata are the baddest bitches to me in Boruto. So
God damn.
that's just me. Even though I don't.
But
Get off,
doesn't Tamari pack too? Like she got
yeah,
a body or
she's
something?
bad. Yeah,
I don't
she's
know.
bad.
Remember?
I don't get off to fucking hentai though, but yeah, those
Yeah,
two are the
Yeah,
baddest.
what's that? Weird ass
Yeah,
shit.
bro, that's
Like
funny
I
as
just
fuck.
said, like if we're doing like a tier list right now with these fucking women.
Yeah, if
But
I did a tier
fucking-
list, yeah. Sakura would not be at nowhere near the top. I'll tell you that.
Damn.
Nah, she's mid. I'm over here wanting
Yeah,
to see
Kurenai's more as
Kushina though, like she was low key, like she was there, bro.
She's alright. Yeah, she's alright.
I was like, all right, Minato, like I feel you, bro.
Dude,
Yeah.
Boruto Anko, bro.
What the
Damn,
fuck, bro? She let herself go, bro. Damn.
Yeah, should be fucking all the way down in F tier.
She's the example of the modern day woman letting themselves go.
You know, Swag and Six did like that, right? Like they did a tier list of the woman. They didn't obviously do OG Naruto.
Oh, really?
Really?
But yeah, like it was either I can't remember. Yeah, I think it was Boruto. Yeah, it had to be Boruto. It was
That's
actually no. It was I'm tripping. They did the guys only. They did guys
Oh, what?
only.
What the
Yeah, I don't know why. It was weird. Like they didn't want to do
sus.
the woman for whatever weird reason because they didn't want to like get in trouble. I don't know. It was just weird.
Kinda...
But like they did the guys only. And they did a
Huh.
tier list on that, and I was like, "Bro, what the fuck?"
What the
Yeah.
They
fuck?
had Minato on the top though.
That's kind of
yeah.
sus. That's kind of sus.
Yeah, I know.
I wouldn't do that shit.
They'll
have to pay me-
Yeah.
You have to pay me a lot.
It was
of
a
money.
while ago though. There was a stream that they were doing.
Yeah.
A
I don't
million?
remember.
I wonder how they would talk about that. Like, yeah, who's the hottest one here?
And
It's
they
all
and they were
dudes.
having like
Yeah, it's an awkward
they were
as
I
having
hell,
couldn't.
people,
I
like,
can't talk like
donate.
that. I can't talk like that, nah, bro.
Yeah.
Nah.
They were having people like donate and shit, like to basically like to put somebody above.
They'll have to
like,
pay me a lot of money. Pay me a lot. Then I'll pretend.
Donate? Does
Then
it
I'll
clap,
then I'll
though?
pretend. Oh, I don't know about clap. That's too much. Nah, you can't pay me enough for that. Fuck that shit. If they're like
But
saying,
it was a while though because they were gonna do a tier list for all the Naruto girls, but then like I
Yeah.
forgot what it was. There was just something that it was, and they're like, yeah, actually, nah, just to make sure that like, well, we'll do the guys only then. How about
yeah,
that?
they must
And
have
they
paid
just started doing
Swag a lot.
guys.
They must have paid Swag a lot of money to do that shit.
Yeah, a couple G's at least,
Yeah.
bruh.
They have to pay at least a couple of G's to do that. That's too much, man.
Yeah,
I'll never do
Millie,
one.
more like.
Yeah, I would never do clapping. Nah, I would say like.
It was funny though because Six and Swag were like, yo,
It's nasty.
Minato, like that motherfucker, he's just he's good looking, bro. Like
The
Some
fuck?
people donate to ask that though.
yeah, they were
dude.
having
Oh, yeah.
Kakashi up there, like they're like, yeah, he got the most drip and good looks too.
I might do that, but if they're asking me like, who would you fuck do a tier list? I'm like, nah, bro, I'm not doing that shit.
yeah, no,
Nah,
fuck that.
nah, fam,
That's too
nah,
much.
fam, we ain't-
I have my
Yeah, we
dignity,
ain't
man.
going
You
that
can't pay
far.
me enough for that shit. Nah, fuck that. Yeah.
It was a funny stream though. Like it was weird, but it was funny.
If it's drip,
I'm
that's
sure.
cool. If it's drip, that's
Yeah,
fine.
drip. Yeah, for sure. For
Yeah,
sure.
Minato would
Yeah,
definitely. be up
it was a
there.
mixture of it, like basically who had the most good looks and drip. That's
Yeah, if it was drip, Minato's for sure up there. Kakashi has drip.
all. Ramen guy won.
The ramen guy,
won, though.
goddamn. I guess he got
So
some
I
drip.
think somebody donated and said they put him at the top, like above Minato or whatever, some shit.
I guess with that cooking hat, he has some drip. Yeah.
Dude, for real.
Yeah.
That
yeah.
shit clean.
Tobirama has drip actually with the fur coat. It's drippy, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I so wrong,
Underrated,
so,
underrated
yeah.
drip. Yeah. I know he's like
Mhm.
racist, but he has drip though. So
Also,
Out of all the girls, Tamari has the most drip in my
Oh, yeah.
opinion.
to me, she's the baddest.
Paint-
This is my thing, but
Jiraiya's got some cool drip I like. And
Oh,
also
yeah,
Pain
yeah.
Art Keizo and Naruto too.
oh, that
That's
shit
pretty
is,
dope.
oh, when he has the poncho, that shit, yeah, that's heat.
Yeah. That shit's clean.
The
Mhm.
Akatsuki member with the most drip is probably Pain.
Itachi.
Itachi. Oh no, first
Oh.
Itachi. First Itachi. Yeah, you're right.
Pain
Itachi.
has some crazy drip moments. too.
Then
Kendo
Pain.
He does
Pain.
got some drip. He does
Then
got some
Pain.
drip.
Pain
Yeah.
with like the hair and the fucking piercings.
Yeah.
That's
And
pretty.
him
Yeah,
like
yeah.
sitting on that one statue, like
Oh,
he
that
looks
was,
like
that
badass.
was, that was
and everything.
drip. Yeah, and Itachi's
Yeah,
definitely
Pain's
number
funny as
one
fuck.
because he has like the Sharingan eyes and he has like the high like collar. That shit is fucking clean. That's pretty
Yeah.
good. When he was in the village, part 1, he had a lot of drip. He had like the fucking
Even
straw
his
hat.
like Anbu fit, you know,
Oh,
the
yeah, it's
clean
just-
gray. That shit was tight, bro.
Conan had some drip too, to a degree.
Pretty cool. The most coldest moment I remember of Itachi was when he was in part 1 in the leaf. He was drinking fucking tea. Kakashi
Yeah.
was looking right at him. He's like, "Bitch, you're not gonna do shit." He just kept drinking. And I was
Yeah,
like,
What
"Damn,
you
bro."
gonna do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just side eyed him. He's like, "Bitch, I'm that guy. You know it." And he's like, "Shit." He just walked away. That was one of the coldest moments for Itachi for sure. So
Dismissed child.
yeah, he literally dismissed him, and then he whipped his ass and all the Jonin. I was like, "Dad, that was cold, man." I remember when I was a kid seeing that. I was like, "That was cold."
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
He was always cold. Probably the
Yeah,
coldest.
seriously, though.
Yeah.
Such a well-written character too. You know,
Really
we were all
well-written.
underneath the assumption he was like some evil, malevolent soul, but he just turned
Yeah.
out to be a dope, just anti-hero essentially.
Yeah.
After all is said and done.
He's just super appealing right away. Yeah, super good, super well written. But yeah, he definitely has some drip. That'll be like a fun tier list we do one day, like for fun, like a drip one. But But alright, folks, I think it's going to wrap it up. It's almost, how long have we been on here? 3 hours and a half. Quite lengthy. We hope you guys enjoyed. Great questions. Appreciate Sir Goats for the donation, brother. Appreciate that once again.
Always, man.
So, again, think about becoming a member. I'm going to do more debunks there. Things like that. I might even start posting.
Definitely gotta do some debunks. That should be funny.
What I might start doing
bro.
is I might even start debating random people, not even just on Discord, but whoever I feel like for fun, and I'll post that as a members only video, like me slamming some like dumbass on philosophy or something. I'll post that.
That'd be funny.
Damn.
That'll just be members only video. It's not even to take serious.
Hey,
It's just me
your
slamming.
first victim, Night Flame, you know?
Nah, that kid
Uh-oh.
never worth my time, but yeah, we hope you guys
Oh, I
enjoyed.
forgot Marcus too. You know, make him a victim.
We hope you guys enjoyed though, folks. The next stream probably will be a tier list, probably Boruto. I'll have to get that ready though. I'll try to make a thorough one so it's not like 5 minutes long and we're done in like 2 seconds. I'll try to make it long. But we'll catch you next time, folks. Hope you guys enjoyed. And one more time, make sure to hit the like button if you haven't already. But we'll catch you next time, folks. Peace out.
Peace.
Later, y'all.